Warning. You are entering Open Lines Friday. For today anything goes. Thank you for your cooperation.
Listos pelos chingazos. Listos pelos chingazos.
I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gonna be biblical.
Damn, alright, this is King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena. Open Lines Friday, so that means anybody can join, and I expect everybody to join because we want chaos for today. Now, if you don't know what Open Lines Friday is, well, it basically means that anybody can jump on Discord and debate, and basically almost anything goes. So expect that. This is Friday. It's like the purge. For one time, anything fucking goes. All right, so I posted the link in the chat so you guys can join Discord. Actually, I'm gonna jump in now as well. So, all right, so I'm on Discord now, and oh, fuck. All right, there I am. So yeah, guys, we had the weigh-in today. So both fighters made weight. Golovkin looked pretty good. Canelo, I mean, we've seen him at 168 before, 175 even. So we know in what type of shape he's gonna show up. But for Golovkin, the first time he's moving up in weight, and yeah, he looked pretty good. We're gonna have a fight tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a real fight. I think it's gonna be exciting. There's gonna be drama. And in the title, you can see that I titled it Canelo versus Golovkin, a real trilogy. This is a real trilogy trilogy, I should say, trilogy, because if you compare it to Wilder against Fury, that should never have happened. Those three fights shouldn't have happened. It should have been two fights only, and that's it. So people who want to romanticize that fucking trilogy, they're fucking they're retarded. It was a complete mismatch. This will not. It's not a mismatch. Both of these guys have a chance of winning tomorrow, and again, I expect a very good fight. All right,
Yo,
yeah,
I'm Shawnee, bro. Do you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man? Is this a Jefe?
Yo, yes, aka
Yeah.
JQ, man. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, man. I'm excited for this fight, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited more than anything because it's a fight that's gonna put everything behind us. You know what I'm saying? So much going on in the sport of boxing. People talking about other fights. People talking about fights that are not even made, and
Yeah.
people still bringing up the whole Triple G was robbed or whatever. So I'm glad we're having this trilogy and just getting this shit over with. You know what I'm saying, bro? So, and for all these people that are saying, oh, Golovkin's washed. Golovkin's 40 years old. Hey, bro. People weren't saying the same shit when Luis Ortiz was fighting Deontay Wilder and he was 45, bro. So, fuck up out of here, man. He's 40 years old. That's okay, but he has two belts. He's a unified champ at 160, moving up. I'm fighting the big dog, the dude with all the belts at 168. Like, what else do fans want?
Why is it okay? Why is it okay when Charlo calls out Golovkin? right? Oh, look, Golovkin's avoiding Charlo. He's avoiding Andrade. So you want Golovkin to fight these guys, right? But then you don't want Canelo to fight Golovkin. It's like double standards.
Yeah, of course, it's a double standards, and we all know where it comes from, bro. It's boxing is a very racial sport. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes take a racial angle into the sport. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's getting to the point where it's so fucking biased, bro, and it's disgusting, bro. Like it's okay if you dislike Canelo, like you're like fuck Canelo, I'm not gonna watch this shit. But once you start pushing propaganda and narratives and do anything to shit on the fighter and shit on the fans, bro, you're taking it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? The disrespect with that shit.
I agree. There's no longer any standards, and the sport, the fan base of boxing, in boxing, they're it's becoming very tribal, and I don't know, man. This isn't gonna be good for the sport. But I just want to say something. Some people were saying that this fight has zero hype. I don't know if you guys saw the Wayne. That didn't look like zero hype to me.
Exactly, bro. Because Mexicans speak by showing up. Mexicans speak by buying shit. Mexicans speak by buying beers, buying carne asada, getting the shit ready, getting the shit popping. You know what I'm saying? Popping off these parties. We don't just talk this shit on the internet, bro. We're actually living this shit. We enjoy the sport of boxing. We're boxing fans, and we enjoy these big fights, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're not just out here just shitting on fighters and just bigging up fighters and not even paying to watch this shit, man. Fuck up out of here, bro. You saw that shit, bro? That shit is bigger than any fucking Deontay Wilder fucking fight without Tyson Fury, bro. Thousands of fucking people out there, bro. At fucking 90-degree fucking weather in Vegas, bro. Fuck out of here, man. Real shit, bro.
Yeah. And then now you have people talking about Crawford-Spence. That he's not. The fight's not done yet, guys. They agreed to some terms.
It's a cloud chase, bro. Call it for what it is. It's a fucking cloud chase. These son of a bitches love saying that, oh, this fight is cloud chase. These motherfuckers are the biggest cloud chasers in the sport of fucking boxing, man. And it needs to be fucking called out, bro. Because they're willing to call Ryan Garcia cloud chaser. They're willing to call Canelo. They're willing to call Triple G. They're willing to call any fucking non-black American a cloud chaser. But they're the biggest fucking cloud chasers in the sport of boxing, bro. And that's a fact.
That's right. I mean, what a coincidence that they announced this now. And they had the whole fucking year basically, and now it's like it's a Floyd move also. I remember every time Canelo would fight, Floyd would come out with some sort of fucking announcement.
All these dudes are clinging onto Canelo's nuts, bro. Jake Paul had a press conference this weekend. You have Devin Haney workouts. You have Shakur coming out on doing media fucking work or whatever, bro. You have all these son of a bitches clinging onto fucking Canelo's nuts, bro. And they never give him the respect. They never kiss the fucking ring of the king of the fucking sport, bro. And Canelo's gonna beat the fuck out of Triple G, and they better give him fucking props, bro. Because I'm getting tired of these fucking son of a bitches not giving Canelo no fucking props. He's a king of boxing. Bow the fuck down. Kiss the ring, motherfuckers.
All right, let me just read a quick super chat here from Chris K. Thank you for your contribution. He says Triple G jacked, should be fine at 168, probably lose a close decision legitimately, but Canelo looked worse against Bivol than against Triple G in the second fight. Hand speed, gas tank worse. Only 1-2 hoping. Oh yeah, he was only throwing 1-2 punches, hoping Triple G wins. All right, that was Chris K in the chat. Michael Poe, thank you for your contribution. He says, honestly, this is not mature race. It's Canelo's history. Look at the Bivol fight. Tell the guy the scorecards. Abucho, honestly, this is not mature race. I don't understand what you're saying, man, Michael, but scorecards, I don't know. Can you retype that, man?
What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean it's not about races? It has everything to do with the fucking race, bro. If Canelo was black or Triple G was black, bro, this fucking fight would be talked about it on social media by these son of a bitches everywhere, bro.
Well, if you
and they wouldn't be shitting on it like they have been, bro.
If it was Charlo Golovkin, they wouldn't be saying Golovkin's old. They'd be just saying, "Oh, here, like, we're gonna see finally Charlo." Like we're gonna see his level. He's gonna stop Golovkin when nobody ever did that. Blah, blah, blah. Like they would be praising that fight basically.
People call Triple G old, but even Charlo was saying like, "Oh, I'll fight Golovkin," you know. So I mean, you can't even take the words because their fan base say one thing, and then their favorite fighter says, "Oh, I want to fight him," and now he's obviously suddenly not old anymore. So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. But by the way, yeah, it's a super chat. William Boxing says Canelo by TKO. Triple G looked jacked. Yeah, he looked in shape. He's always in shape. Michael Poe, he says, I'm Portuguese, worked around Mexicans my whole life. It's not a race thing. I'm also not Ukrainian. All right. Well, listen, it's not a race thing for most of us, but let's be honest, there's people on the internet, and we know who they are, who actually make it about race. And we have to call them out on that shit. Because it's been too long now. You know, it's been too long. We gotta fucking expose these people.
Yeah, of course, man. It's like, bro, like, can't we just enjoy the sport of boxing for what it is, bro? You know what I'm saying? Bro, even when it came to the whole like non-Mexican fighter, let's say, I don't know, what's the biggest recent non-Mexican fight that has happened that doesn't include a Mexican fighter?
Usyk, Joshua?
Usyk Joshua, bro. Look how everybody came together, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially from my side, the Mexican side. I don't know how anybody else feels about this, bro. But I enjoyed the fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was an exciting fight. It was talked about. Like, I wasn't out here shitting on AJ. I didn't see no Mexican channels out here shitting on AJ or shitting on Usyk, bro. We enjoyed the fight for what it is. And even then, bro, we gave props to AJ because he looked good. You know what I'm saying? And bro, even when it came to AJ, those son of a bitches hated AJ. They called him all type of coons and shit.
Oh, yeah. Like, listen, there's nothing wrong in supporting a certain nationality or even race, I guess. But the problem is when you start acting like that, like you said, man. Like when the LDBC started shitting on AJ and the things they said about AJ and him being a slave and Eddie Hearn being a slave master. So like, seriously, that like you wouldn't hear another community talk like that. Even though they support their own, but they're not gonna shit on other nationalities or races like that. It's just, it's disgusting, man. By the way, I just want to read another super chat from Chris K. He says, bro, race, hang up, please. He's saying, El Jefe should hang up. Michael Poe, wait, hold on.
Just taking facts, bro.
Yeah, Michael Poe says, thank you for your contribution. He says, call Jay Bush. I'm sorry, I misspelled your name. Yeah, I got it. Canelo's history. Oh, fuck, hold on. Canelo's history, what's the scorecards in the last match he just had is why he has hatred. I've read comments from Mexicans on ESPN. Canelo's history, what's the scorecards? I don't know, man. Listen, there's some Mexicans that don't like Canelo.
Yeah, but those are Guatemalans, bro. The majority of those in the comment section, those are actually Guatemalans, bro. But like, bro, just because they're Hernandez or Martinez or whatever, bro, doesn't mean they're all Mexicans, bro. They could be some Puerto Ricans and fucking Guatemalans in that bitch, bro.
Yeah, but come on, Jefe, you know there's Mexicans that don't hate. Like, even like the Mexican national team, the soccer football national team, like there's always people that hate it, hate that team. Like they don't support it. I'm like,
yeah, because they get off on that shit, bro. But I don't really think they like fucking hate Canelo like some of these black fucking YouTube channels. Most of them just whatever, bro. They get off on that shit. Yeah, I fucking hate Canelo.
They want to be contrarians, I guess. Who knows?
By the way, it's a perfect word.
SSC in the chat, thank you for your contributions. He says, salute to Bucho, BDA, Jefe, and my boy, What Rep It. Let's go, Canelo. Mexican boxing is number one. Well, we'll see if it's number one.
Hey, Bucho, what do you think about two of the refs being the same from the previous fight? You think people are going to be complaining about that if Canelo wins, even if it's unanimous?
Like if there's going to be a robbery or something like that?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm already hearing from Golovkin fans saying that Canelo's probably going to get a robbery because two of the judges are the same from the previous fight.
I don't know. Listen, to me, the first fight, I think Golovkin should have won it. I'm going to be just honest, man. But the second fight, I had Canelo winning 7-5. I think the second one, it was a close fight. So, can there be another robbery like the first one? Maybe, yeah. But there wasn't a robbery against Bivol. So, we don't know what could happen. Gonzalo said that they're going to rob Canelo. So, I mean, to be honest, I can't speculate on this shit. It's boxing, anything can happen. And yeah, maybe Gonzalo's right. Maybe Golovkin gets the decision and Canelo gets robbed.
Hey, bro, did you look how fucking strong Triple G looked at that weigh-in, bro?
Yeah, he looks.
Triple
Yeah,
G looked fucking like he's on some roids, bro. I don't want to put that shit on him, bro. Whatever, man. I just believe all fighters do that shit, but that motherfucker looks strong, bro. I believe I believe this is what I believe is gonna happen, bro. I believe it's gonna be a back and forth fight, bro. I don't believe this shit's going 12 rounds, bro. I believe Canelo's gonna come out there swinging, trying
mm,
to get this motherfucker the fuck up out of there, bro. And I believe Canelo might even get dropped for the first time,
yeah.
bro. And
Oh
that's
man,
gonna be
listen,
exciting
listen. I
because we
thought
never
about
seen
it, man,
Canelo be dropped.
and maybe not from the get go. Canelo's gonna go crazy, like go for it, but at some point he will. He said in multiple interviews like he wants to stop Golovkin, and I actually believe the guy. Why? Because he's the type of like he just lost to Bivol. He needs to redeem himself, and he knows that beating a 40-year-old Golovkin is not enough. He has to stop him, and it's personal as well. And if he tries to go for the stoppage, he's gonna bring the animal within Golovkin as well. So we're gonna have a great fight. And yes,
Well, Golovkin,
yes,
he's never been stopped. He's never been dropped. He hasn't tasted the canvas. So I definitely think that Canelo, after having the loss to Bivol, is gonna go out for some blood. He wants to, make sure that people know that the loss was actually a fluke and not something that Bivol is actually better for him. So he just wants to get Triple G out of the way, so he actually comes back to Bivol. But I'm not sure if you guys heard in the interview a few days ago, but he actually said that this fight was supposed to be in 2019, but it got and they were so close to finishing it up and signing the contract, but COVID hit. So for all the haters saying that why did it take 4 years, why did it take all this much time, Canelo just said a few days ago that it was supposed to be in 2019, but COVID hit and that kind of blew off everything else, and he went to a different route. So just wanted to throw that out for the haters.
well, if they hit him, they're just gonna say that that's a lie. So that's how it is, man. You're not gonna convince anybody, but yeah, that could have been a reason. The fight's happening now, and Canelo did fight Bivol, moved up in weight to fight Bivol, so it's not like this guy doesn't take challenges.
Yeah, but according to the haters, they'll be like, "Who's Beevil? Who has he ever beaten?" Like, "Oh, Beevil fights in an app. Who cares, bro? Like, who the fuck, bro? Beevil's actually the number
Yeah,
one or
yeah.
number two, 175, bro. People won't give him props for even moving up, bro. Canelo has moved up what, fucking 54, 60, 68, 75, four weight divisions, bro, over 20 fucking pounds. Meanwhile, we're bigging up fucking bullies and Devin Haney and Crawford-Spence and all these fucking dudes, bro, that don't even move up one weight class, bro. Man, fuck up out of here, bro.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's just different standards for Mexican boxers sometimes, but for American boxers, they can do whatever they want. They can stall fights. They can fight once a year, and you roll out the red carpet for these guys.
Yeah, of
So
course,
by the
bro.
way, and these people who claim victimhood, like certain boxers, for example, black boxers are treated differently. They got what do you mean? They've been they get fights, they get title shots, they're protected,
They get affirmative
they can
action,
do
bro.
everything they
They
want.
get
This is
affirmative
yeah.
action in the sport of boxing more than anybody, bro. Like, what are they talking about, bro? And even when they don't get something, they bitch about it and they get it, bro. Like spoiled fucking children. Look at Devin Haney when he was crying about the whole pound for pound shit, bro. That shit's
Sh-
crazy, bro. Like,
Shakur Stevenson is boring as no. Well, his last fight was a bit better, but Devin Haney is boring as hell, and he's being promoted like crazy. So what's going? If you had a Mexican boxer that was boring, I mean, Mexican fans wouldn't be tuning in to watch that guy, and the promotional companies wouldn't be supporting this boxer. But when it comes to like Devin Haney, oh yeah, let's promote him. Oh, yeah. He's boring.
hey, Bucho, you
They're
remember the
pushing
first
him.
Canelo Triple G fight, bro? Mexicans were the first one to shit on Canelo for being on that back foot, bro. And what did this dude do in the second fight? He came forward towards Triple G, bro.
Mm,
You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Because Mexican people are not gonna buy bullshit, bro. We don't want to see boring ass fights, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's not the shit we want to see, bro.
Abel Sanchez was saying Canelo needs to fight for the second fight. Oh, you need to fight Mexican style. Why didn't you fight Mexican style in the first one? In the first fight, because in the first fight, Canelo was leaning on the ropes and sometimes he was on the back foot. And yeah, in the second fight, he switched it up and he made for a great fucking fight. And this is what you have to do. You take criticism, and you prove your detractors wrong. But there's these other boxers that they never fucking change, and nobody tells them anything. Nobody says anything, and they still get promoted, and they still get all this attention from the boxing community. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, there's double standards here. It's disgusting. But by the way, I just want to read and they cry. That's the worst part about it. They fucking cry that they're victims. We're not in the Jack Johnson days anymore, people. Michael Poe, thank you for your contribution. Triple G is it's lost to Devrachenko. I don't celebrate that Canelo gets these decisions. That's ridiculous. That's a dislike. But you guys celebrate it. As I say, I watch WWE. Listen, I don't celebrate robberies, but I said Canelo versus Golovkin. I said it was a robbery. I think Golovkin should have won the fight. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say?
I've said that too, bro. I've said Triple G beat Canelo the first fight 7-5, bro.
There you go.
I don't know what this dude's talking about.
Yeah, there's people. Yeah, listen, we had some guy. I forgot his name. He used to be like call on the show. He was saying that he had the Canelo Triple G first fight 8-1. Sorry, 8-1, 8-2. No, sorry, 8-4, something ridiculous. No, I think he only gave 2 rounds to Golovkin. Like, that was ridiculous. Listen, you can laugh about that shit. But on this show, we've been consistent. All right?
It's not. What do you guys think about Jesse Rodriguez? He looked very good right now in the weigh-in. He looked very confident and poised. He's my fighter of the year. You know, he's been active. You know,
he's gonna be in a tough-ass fight, bro. This dude, Israel, what's his name? Israel Gonzalez. I forgot his last name, but this motherfucker's a scrappy little fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he's coming from Mexico City or whatever, and those Mexican City fighters, bro, they come from altitude. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's from Baja, California.
Oh, he's from Baja. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, but I think I saw him against Estrada, and he gave or Chocolatito, so one of them two, Chocolatito thing, and he gave Chocolatito a hell of a fight, bro. So it's not gonna be an easy fucking fight for this dude. Bam. I don't see how he deals with the pressure, especially being the co-main event, bro. It's gonna be a good fight, man.
Yeah, I'm buying this pay-per-view. I think it's worth it. Yeah, it's because I know I'm gonna get a good fight. You know, I know anything can happen in boxing, but based on what we've seen before with Canelo and Golovkin, this is gonna be a good fight. This isn't Fury Wilder 3. I mean, did you people think that something was gonna change for that third fight? That Wilder was gonna start doing something you've never seen him do before, like start jabbing and moving? You got fucking that was a classic PBC pay-per-view piece of shit. You got duped, you got robbed. If you pay for that shit, man, I don't know what to tell you. You're supporting garbage fights.
I'm still laughing about that guy the other day that said, I'm not going to pay for a Canelo fight, but I'll buy Wilder's fight.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, come on, dude.
Wilder, that should be on Showtime. If you're paying a Showtime subscription, you should be getting a Wilder versus Helenius fight.
Well, yo, Pucho.
Subscription. Yeah, Jimmy, go ahead.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, just to lie on what you guys are saying. When I went on Twitter earlier, the first tweet I see was this dude. I know you've heard of his name. He's always pulling this type of shit. But Ray Jackson, this is what he tweeted. You guys wasn't buying PBC fights at $74.99. I know damn well you're not, with a big capital not, paying $84.99 to watch Triple G Canelo on DAZN. Like, really? You know that.
Wow.
It's not that. Okay, so yeah, well, like, you know, it's not surprising he's saying that, because isn't like Ruiz Ortiz the exact same fight as fucking Canelo, Triple G? Like, just a detachment it takes, just even, you know, the cognitive dissonance it takes to even make that statement. But then to assume that everybody's a fucking thief that isn't going to buy the fight. You know damn well you're not. Really? Okay, we'll see when this fight with that old 40-year-old ancient can and Canelo outsells fucking Crawford-Spence.
Yo, Jimmy, and what color is this gentleman, bro? For the people that might not know.
He is of African descent.
Okay. Expected, bro.
You know, the funny thing that I hear is that people keep saying that it's a mega fight. It is for real boxing fans, just because of the history, because of, well, you know, two champions, one undisputed from coming up, and the other one cleaning out the division. But it's not expected to do as big of a numbers as Canelo Triple G. And to me, I find it funny because I went to a couple different channels to see what they were talking about. You know, since Spence and Crawford has been big news for the past couple years. Well, you know, they were just saying that, yeah, hey, you guys need to buy this. You can't stream it. You got to support the big fights. So kind of like trying to pump out the numbers instead of seeing how much numbers actually show up. They're just trying to convince people like, oh yeah, don't stream it. You got to support it. You got to buy it and this and that. Me personally, if it is 100% November 19th, that's the day before my dad's birthday, rest in peace, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do my best to actually be at that fight. But as far as pay-per-view sales, like Canelo,
why would you support a piece of shit fight, bro? Why would you support over marinate fucking rotten fucking food, bro?
Well,
Come on, bro.
Spence is my second favorite fighter. That's why. So I've been wanting to see him undisputed for a
That shit
while.
should happen in 2019, bro. There's no reason why that shit is happening right now. Nobody wants to see it, bro. Mexicans don't want to see that. Other box fans don't want to see that, bro.
No, I want to.
Man, you over talking. People do
It's a bunch of dudes
that fight and get paid.
dudes on YouTube fucking pandering and shit, asking, "Oh, bro, we want to see this fucking fight." Nobody wants to see that piece of shit fight. It sucks, bro.
Oh, you stuff in your own category. People do want to see that fight and have it as being made into the.
Yeah, because you're black. That's why you want to see it. I don't want to see
man,
that shit.
I'm not black and I want to see it, bro. I'm gonna be there if anything.
Yeah, bro. Fuck that, bro. Probably be giving out coupons and shit for that fight, bro. Fuck up out of
It
here,
is
man.
a bit late though for this fight.
Yo,
It is
what's
a bit
up, you
late.
guys?
I mean, somebody wants to say something.
I'm just dropping in. I just got on.
What's up?
What's going on, brother?
Yep.
Well, I
What's up,
gotta,
Jimmy?
I straight up honest. And I'm not lying. I'm not even sure if I'm. But listen, I'm excited because Crawford's fighting. I like Crawford. I like watching him do his thing. But the fact he's going to be over a year, so it's going to be actually 13 months. It's going to be 35 years old. It's just not ideal. I'm telling you right now, it's not ideal. He didn't do himself any favors. Also, did you hear that according to ESPN, and this is obviously coming to PVC, he's the one who capitulated on every financial demand he gave in. So that means Spence wouldn't get off his square. So he wouldn't get off the money he wanted. That's what he wanted, to the detriment of the fight, meaning the fight wasn't going to get made. It wasn't. If it still hasn't been officially signed, I guess they're working out some bugs. But the thing is, if it wasn't for Crawford, now I'm going to say this again, you know, and no offense to Spence fans, but I don't want people calling up later and saying, oh, you always want to fight. Right to the end, this motherfucker wouldn't get off whatever money he wanted, because every financial, it was done by Crawford. He's the only one who took a haircut on everything, I guess. And again, I'm sure not having Bob in his corner cost him all kinds of money and percentage points. And they're going to have a rematch clause. But you're right. This fight, I would have been excited for this thing back in 2019 when they were both fighting regularly. And, you know,
but Jimmy,
prior to Spence's injury, this fight is fucking past its sell-by date. So I was
What stadium are they fighting in terms of capacity?
They haven't announced yet.
Hey Jimmy,
What's the
could this fight
Most likely Vegas.
Jimmy, could this fight have happened if Crawford would have still been with Bob Arum?
Oh sure, yeah, no, that could have. I mean, the only reason why it's he now the difference is Al's going to get his 15% of Crawford's pay too, instead of Bob getting a percentage.
But because I can already hear Spence fans going like, well, you know, see, this is what should have. This fight would have happened if Crawford would have left Bob Arum earlier.
Well, if that was the case, it would have been made a year ago. Why did it take a year? It came down to this. He capitulated to all the demands. It was Crawford who said, you know, I'll take a haircut here. Yes, I'll take a cut there. I'll take a cut there. And they said straight up, Spence didn't step off his money for a penny.
Why make this announcement? Why make this announcement now? Why make this announcement now?
Wait, what's the split though?
What's the split?
What's that?
Because it kind of matters, because Crawford doesn't deserve 50-50. He doesn't.
60-40. At least go,
that
if
means
not
that
more.
Crawford was originally arguing for what, 50-50?
Well, it's or a percentage of the pay-per-view, or it could be also guaranteed money. It
So it's
was
still
more than
being
just one.
speculated.
There was a bunch of different talking points, a bunch of different money points. What Spence backed, I mean,
Well,
Crawford backed off. It
Hey,
wasn't just one.
Jimmy, why
Well,
make this
yes.
announcement? Jimmy, why make this announcement now?
It's a cloud chase. It's not even gonna happen, bro. We're 7 fucking weeks away from November 19, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Like, are they gonna do a press
Next
conference,
year.
bro?
But I still want to know the numbers. Like, what's the splits? Because it kind of does matter.
65-35, that's what they're saying, bro. But it's a bunch of bullshit, bro. It's
But Jimmy just said they agreed to 60-40. I'm
Well,
hearing
no,
all sorts of numbers now.
I heard. I haven't heard officially on the split, or if I don't remember, I just remember during the article, and it really stuck out to me that Crawford's the one who backed off. Because but the thing is, I know somebody just said, well, why should Spence not back off? Because that's how the fight doesn't get made. Somebody's got to back off, or the fight wasn't going to get made. So it was Crawford who made sure the fight was going to get made.
Well, he was overpricing himself. He doesn't deserve 50-50 in any way.
Yeah,
He doesn't have more fans.
It wasn't,
he doesn't have
but it
more
was.
belts.
But it wasn't who's to say the 50-50. I'm not, and it wasn't just this split. It's also back end money. There's all kinds. They said he capitulated on all, so it's more than one. All of them. Where Spence never moved off his square, where he was standing with his money. Because I think Spence didn't really give a shit because he was going to fight fucking Thurman. Spence is the one who also said, "I don't care if this fight gets made or not. I don't care. I'd be just as happy if it doesn't. I will fucking retire. I got my farm. I'm already in the Hall of Fame." This is the language of Spence. That's what he said. I don't care if this fight gets made. I really don't.
Hey, King Bucho, can I jump on the old results that you put on TV? Because obviously I didn't get a chance to put my spiel.
All right, go ahead.
It'll be Canelo by stoppage.
All right.
A lot of people are saying stoppage. Where are they getting this from? No offense if you have that, but what's the logic there?
If you watch boxing, you would know, but
We're
I guess
we're just expecting them to have a high octane from the loss.
I'm
okay, hold on. I just heard you don't watch boxing. That's the logic. Okay.
I'm
Great breakdown.
I'm personally basing it from the last performance from Triple G because I thought there were spots where if there was somebody a lot stronger than Nakatani, I think they would have potentially just
bro.
Murata?
In the 4th round, bro. Triple G against Murata or whatever the fuck his name is, bro. So what do you think Canelo's gonna do with this son of a bitch once he starts gassing and shit? And plus the added weight, bro. Like, come on, bro. Triple G is gonna be gassed the fuck out, especially those Canelo body shots, bro. Him being 40 years old, bro. That shit's all gonna play into account, bro.
He's gonna go to the body.
Triple G didn't look good versus Murata. He looked like he lost a step or two.
Yeah, at the beginning. Yeah, at the
good.
beginning, to me, he was getting hit a lot. Now, people say, we know Golovkin likes to get, like, he doesn't mind getting hit when he's fighting Dominic Wade or whatever, but he was fighting Murata. This guy can hit. So, I don't think he was doing that on purpose.
I mean, I wonder when it comes to 168 whether Triple G will have the same effect in Canelo as the first two fights. I personally don't think so.
By the way, Jimmy, I don't have your prediction. Oh, Jimmy's doing something. Who else wants to go on the prediction list?
I will.
Put me up. I got Canelo 4th round stoppage.
I think unanimous decision, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Canelo by decision. I think he'll actually win a clear-cut victory. No controversy.
It's over. GGG, it's already 3 years that should have happened.
I don't see anyone getting hurt. Maybe Triple G's on the downslide, but I also think that getting that extra weight, not having to drop down to 60, is going to benefit and sort of balance out any age difference. And I think he'll be able to survive.
Did you guys see how
I think those body shots,
bro?
They both looked okay.
No, he looked pissed the fuck off, bro. All these fucking press conferences, the weigh-in, bro. Canelo means business, bro. I think Canelo actually wants to kill Triple G in the ring, bro. Like, that's just on some honest shit.
Kill
That's the type
Triple
of
G in the ring.
He wants to kill Triple G. Now,
Did you put my one down?
Canelo's that type of dude, bro. I don't know if you guys ever heard stories of Canelo or whatever, bro. But Canelo's a certified killer, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
Man,
Canelo
look.
slaps
I
the
don't
fuck
know,
out of
man.
Triple G because he knows Triple G's a he
I
knows,
think he's
he
coming
knows
in to
Triple
beat the fuck
G's
out of Triple
he knows Triple G's playing out to his fans. This nice guy, Mr. Boxing or whatever, Mr. International, bro. Canelo could see through the fuckery, bro. Canelo wants to beat the fuck out of this dude, bro. That's what I'm saying. Fourth round, bro. It's not going
Well,
more than
I
four
get
rounds.
it from you come to that, man, because Canelo is fucking pissed, bro. And look at the guys he's nice to. Now he's bad. Like, Ryan Garcia said some lame-ass shit about, Canelo's unfocused. He never get angry. Like, bitch, when he gets pissed off, he knocks motherfuckers out. Like, he's pissed off. He's coming to kill his ass, man. He's coming for vengeance, dude.
Yeah, the last man Canelo went, what was it, 9 rounds with Caleb Plant? I don't think he ends Triple G, even an old Triple G in 4.
Yeah, but how was Caleb Plant fighting? He was fighting scared. He was fighting to survive. Triple G doesn't fight that way. Triple G.
Yeah, but Plant is way less durable than Triple G.
Not a mover like that. He doesn't have
Yeah, he's not a runner, but he's not just going to stand there either. I think people kind of overplay how much Triple G is just there to be hit. It's not like he has no defense and no footwork at all.
Well, the Canelo 2 fight showed us that he doesn't really have that really good defense when it comes to a Canelo. And especially him now being slower and Canelo being stronger, bro. He's going to feel those punches at 168, bro.
Yeah, but Canelo's punch output has also dropped going up as well.
He needs to pick it up. He needs to go like in the second fight. He can't fight like he was fighting this super middleweight, throwing 1-2 like Callum Smith or even Bivol. He needs to go back, revert back to that 160-pounder that fought Golovkin.
But I do want to see how cardio either. He also tires out too, so I don't understand. They're both gonna tire out.
But in that second fight, he managed to actually, it was a competitive fight. He wasn't.
Wait, hold on. It was competitive. They both upped the amount of landed shots from the first fight.
Dennis from Boston. I have to read this because I forgot to read his super chat on the last show, or somebody did. Dennis from Boston says, Triple G by decision. Please read this. Yeah, I read it and I added you to the list. Thanks, Dennis. Go ahead.
Did you have me Bucho?
What I was gonna say was that it's gonna be interesting to see how Triple G is with the added muscle. That muscle takes extra oxygen. So for all you know, I mean, for guys their weight, those extra 8 pounds really does a good amount of difference. So for gassing out, it could be a possibility in the 10th or 11th.
I mean, obviously Canelo is used to that 168, where this is Triple G's first time.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Triple G has to conform to the weight, but Canelo, he's already conformed to the weight. He's ready for this, man.
Bro, that's why people think I'm crazy when I'm saying 4 rounds, bro. But this shit's gonna end early, bro.
Yeah. I don't know about 4, bro. I don't know about 4.
Gonna be gas, bro. Okay, between 4 and 6 rounds, bro. These
when did he stop Amir Khan? Glass shot him in Amir Khan, like not even 4. It was like 5 or 6.
That Triple G doesn't have. Triple G doesn't have a survival fucking go 12 rounds type of style.
He also doesn't have a totally glass shin.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, Triple G's gonna take a massive amount of punishment. And he's gonna be gassed, bro. When you're gassed,
why?
Being gassed is as bad
outside
as
of like more
headshots, bro.
Outside of more power from Canelo going up in weight, what else has he done to increase the amount? His punch output has dropped. If you look at all his previous fights, it's been going down.
He's like by 50%. That's why. I believe it's
50%. It's not 50%. It's definitely increased, but it's not 50%.
It's not wasted energy on throwing meaningless jabs.
Necessity? Could it be necessity?
Meaningless jabs. That was like one of his best shots in the rematch.
Against Bivol, you could say that the 175, the weight could play the factor, right? Because God damn it. And then he threw it. But the thing, even when he let his hands go against Bivol was just so much bigger, and he would just have a tight guard, and nothing was going through. I mean, I think the only thing he managed to accomplish in that fight is like turn Bivol's arm purple a little bit. That's it, man. Like he wasn't gonna do. So what was he gonna do in that fight? Like start throwing fucking like Pacquiao a bunch of punches. He can't do that. Now his output did slow. He dropped at 168 because I think there wasn't a necessity for him to start throwing more punches because their position wasn't at a high level. But when it comes to Golovkin, let's look at the Golovkin second fight. That was high output, man.
Yeah, but
You know
how
what I
many
mean?
years ago are you talking about now?
I know, yeah, exactly. That's but now can he revert? Can he do that again?
Man.
Maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure he looked at the second fight and go, "Well, this is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to prepare for a high output fight." Unless he's a complete retard and he thinks he's gonna be winning a fight with like, throwing 1-2 punches. Like, no, I don't think so.
Well, if he's going to change the output, he's not going to load up on all his shots as much. There's a give and take to that.
Absolutely.
What strategy is he going to take?
I think he's gonna take the second fight.
He can't do both. He can't increase the output and like load up on all his shots like he's been doing at these higher weights. So there's going to be a
but you can
trade-off.
change in a fight. You can change. You can switch it up. You don't have to
underestimate his
stay on.
power.
You can switch it
You're
up in a fight.
underestimating his power. I believe Canelo's gonna hurt this motherfucker for every little punch he hits him. Not little punch, every hard punch Canelo throws, bro. Whether it's one shot or two shots at a time, it's gonna hurt Triple G this time, bro.
Yeah, but he's going to have to
Canelo.
set
This ain't no
himself.
160 Canelo moving up from 154. This is a 168 Canelo with added muscle, added strength, and he's a grown ass man now, bro. He ain't no fighting no fucking kid when he fought him the first two times, bro. He's fighting a grown ass man this time, bro.
And he has had 4 years of training, so he's gotten even stronger in the past 4 years, while Golovkin has been slowing down. His muscle or his strength is the last to go, but at the same time, like I said, Canelo has had 4 years to put on the muscle and the strength, so it's going to be difficult for G.
I don't really agree with JJ a lot, but he got a perfect point, man. Now I'm starting to think about, oh shit, Canelo might be a TKO, man. Man, it might happen.
I think if you think the body might be before Kenshiro. Before you go, let me just read Michael Paul's super chat here. He says, "Every time I'm trying to go to bed, I hear something stupid. He boxed Triple G, circled. He never touched the rope. That's called boxing. If you go around, he actually landed, outpointed him." He's talking about Triple G when he was. People were saying he was on the back foot in the second fight, and he managed to outbox Canelo. I mean, people have different interpretations of how that played out, man. But go ahead, Virtuoso. Kenshiro.
I mean, obviously, and don't forget, Canelo's fought at 175 before, a couple of times. So he has got the ability to fight a higher thing. Whereas this is Canelo. This is Triple G's first time coming up, and so I'm wondering how that will factor. You got the age, you got the weight aspect, and that's what I'm wondering. And obviously the fact that Canelo's fought a lot more times. Yeah, he lost his last fight, but he's been a lot more active against decent opponents. So this is what I'm wondering. How, is it going to be the same sort of? I don't think I'll be shocked if it's toe to toe in the ring. I'll be shocked, but you never know.
I mean, the second fight, was it toe to toe? Would you consider? Would you guys consider that second fight a toe to toe fight?
Yeah, I actually early for the first 5, they were like going pretty 50-50. A lot of people misremember how that fight went down. Like they think Canelo's best shot was like the body shots. They were good, but his like most landed punch was actually his own jab. Like Canelo has an underrated jab, and I think he should bring it back for this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be shocked if Triple G does not get knocked down. I'll be shocked. I see him. This might be his first knockdown of his career for his professional.
Body shot
jaw or
body
to the
shot?
Chin? Yeah.
I think if we're talking about latter rounds, it'll probably be a body shot then, because obviously that's when your stamina is going to go, especially when you're getting body shots earlier on.
I mean,
I would like to remind everybody that Callum Smith, the one that Canelo beat, has actually gone up to 175 and has had quite a good couple matches. And
Callum Smith is a beast, bro.
He's big,
exactly. And he's going to have a chance to fight for 175 within the next year or so. He's already number 2, I believe, behind Zurdo.
Do you think if Canelo fought Callum Smith at 175 would be the same result, or you think it'd be different this time round?
Different result, bro. Because Callum Smith has that added weight, bro, and he's big as fuck, bro.
He's fucking tall, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker's big, dude.
Hey, can I say something about the weight thing here? Canelo hits harder. He probably does hit harder now that he's fighting above 160, but like one shot at a time, even if he does hit harder, that's why how he fights now. One shot at a time, one shot at a time. Is that going to get it done against Golovkin? Because I don't think Canelo hits harder than Murata.
Only if the shots connect properly.
Well, some people, they don't connect properly. That's the thing. Look at the second fight. Canelo actually threw 600-something shots. That was a career high, I believe. Normally, he just throws between 400, upper 490, maybe 500. Actually threw 500 against Golovkin the first time. He relegates himself to throwing about 490 shots per fight. Even against Bivol, he didn't go above 490. He was at 495 or something like that. So he didn't even reach 500. And that's a fight where later on he tried to get him out of there because he knew he was losing the fight. So I guess Golovkin, unless he hits him flush on the chin numerous times, I don't see him stopping Golovkin. And there's a give and take.
But what the body? Yeah.
Yeah, but go the body. But Golovkin does a good job of blocking the body. It's not like he just leaves himself open.
I think Triple G knows as well that this time he can't afford to leave it to the judges. Well, if he does, he'd be stupid. I think he's going to have to go for it as well, which might leave the opening for Canelo. I can't see Triple G thinking, well, if I do well, you know, I can leave it to the judges and they'll score for it. I don't think he can. He's twice has been fucked over. He'd be stupid as fuck to leave that for the third time now.
I don't think. You think he was fucked over the second time though?
It's only one.
Well, no, but what I'm trying to get at, he got screwed over the first time. Second time was his best chance. Do you honestly think the third time's going to be better than the second time? He's 4 years older.
I was watching The Zone and they asked Golovkin what he thought about that if he could win a decision. And then they mentioned the Bivol won a decision against Canelo. So they asked him, do you think things are changing? He said anything's possible. So, I mean, he might go in there thinking, well, if Bivol could get a decision, maybe I can as well.
Do you think Golovkin's second fight was more better looking than Bivol's decision, you know, to get... you know what I'm saying? That's
close.
Different.
Yeah, it's yeah, of course. So yeah, listen, if it's a close fight, because it's gonna be a close fight. I don't think any of.
But Triple G would be a coward if he does that, bro. For all the shit Triple G has been saying, he would be a fucking coward to get on the back foot and just start moving and jabbing, bro. I wouldn't respect him as a man, bro.
You know what? He might do that.
I wouldn't look at him like a man, bro, because all the shit he's been talking about Canelo and begging for the third fight, bro. You better show the fuck up and fight, bro. Fuck all that back foot shit. No more fucking back foot bitching, bro. Get in there and knock Canelo the fuck out. Prove a point.
Golovkin needs to. When people go, well, why did he go to the body the first two times? He goes to the body wide, he gets countered. I mean, one of the things one of the narratives that I do notice going into this fight is that hardcore Triple G fans are a bunch of retards, and Canelo hardcore fans are a bunch of retards too. They don't want to give the other guy credit. And how much? I mean, you can give them credit when they've given each other their hardest fights. It's absolutely beyond comprehension to me how both sides refuse to give the other guy credit. But it is what it is. It's gonna be a good fight tomorrow, that's for sure.
Plutonium low in the chat. Plutonium in the chat says Canelo by majority decision. Triple G looked juiced on the Murata fight, and the LDBC dome and peg each other while hitting on Canelo. Yeah, fuck the LDBC, yeah, man. This fucking LGBT and Canelo by this majority decision. I'm gonna write it down.
Right. This fight might cause riots within the LDBC, man. They might get so angry they start looting and.
Yeah. Anyways, who else do we have here in the chat? We have who else is here? Help me out here.
The VC?
Did you read the super chat?
Yeah, I read the super chat. I'm writing his prediction right now.
Busho, are you talking about the VC?
The VC?
The voice chat.
Ah, yeah. Who's there? New people, jump in, man. Say
Mirage.
something.
Mirage is in here, and I think
bro.
Fuck. What's Mirage gonna say, man?
He's muted right now.
He's gonna talk about fucking David Benavidez, even though that's completely irrelevant right now.
Hey guys, I just woke up. I just woke up. I just need some time. I need some time to warm up, but I'll
I like it. I'm tired of him. Like,
David, yeah, we can focus on Canelo. Don't worry. Focus on Canelo fighting a 40-year-old in a fucking pointless fight. Ultimately, a pointless fight. They're basically fleecing the audience. They've made this fight now. Oh, this is the biggest fight in boxing. When this fight is going to prove nothing at all. Canelo's going to decision.
Mirage, it's because
What's
of
it going to
Eddie
prove?
Hearns.
It's going to beat a 40-year-old middleweight. All of a sudden, we're going to fucking back down to Canelo again. Like
It's not even about that. It's because of the contract.
This is a charade and a fraudulent fight.
That they need to
whole point here.
It's a bounce back fight. That's what it is.
I'm glad this fight's going to be
Big name.
over, so we can get to some serious legitimate
I was
fights in the
about to say,
future.
yeah,
Look, you could blame
Like David Benavidez,
Eddie
like
because
Benavidez versus Lemieux.
And Canelo better stop
Oh, look,
ducking.
look, look, look.
Time's up.
End of the
Time
day,
is up.
bro. I'm tired of David Benavidez talking about he can't get no fights. The dude needs to go to 175, make something happen. Do what Conor Ben doing. Do something that Canelo has done. Move up. If you can't get a fight, move up.
He's a
He's going to
coward.
go to
bro.
175 after he beats up Canelo.
well,
That's the whole
Benavidez
fucking
said he'll
plan.
take on
That's the
Charlo or
plan.
Andrade and Caleb Plant, but none of them wanted.
But I know you guys are going to be impressed. When Canelo beats a 40-year-old, you guys are going to be impressed. He's pound for pound again, blah, blah, blah.
Everybody was impressed when Wilder beat the 45 ancient mummy of Ortiz. Come
That
on,
was only black people. That was only LDBC.
Mirage, that's Mirage's people, bro. That's who he listens to.
Or anybody that says Bomb Squad.
I want to be entertained tomorrow. I want to be entertained. It better be an entertaining fight, at least. If Canelo stops
These are
him,
two Hall of
It's a
Famers.
big
You
name
will be
fight.
entertained.
Yeah, it's a
He's
big name
gonna
fight.
show
It's an
up,
exciting
He's
fight.
going to get the victory, and he's going to say, "Are you not entertained?"
Okay,
And
do you know
what
what I'm
makes
going to respect? I'll tell you what's going to
That's
give me
kinda
respect for
cringe.
Canelo.
One entertainment, go to the strip club.
If he stops Triple G, then in the
That's
post-fight
entertaining.
interview, he calls out Benavidez. Then I'm going to respect Canelo, okay?
Get that.
He already said he
I
wants
agree.
Let's do it.
No, I
Let's do
agree.
it.
I
He
think Mirage
wants
is right.
Benavidez.
It's true.
Why are you putting
Call
him?
him a man. Call out
The
the
only
Mexican
way
monster.
to impress in this fight is if Canelo gets a stoppage. If it's just a decision, then that's what's expected.
Or a beatdown.
If he
Say if he really
loses, that's
puts him up.
disastrous
But
for
if
his
he
whole
knocks him
entire
out-
career.
So you're saying that the age factor is you have to factor that in, obviously. That the 40
No,
years
I'm just
old,
saying
But
for-
you're saying he needs
for-
to be stopped.
I'm saying to impress.
Well, yeah,
if he dominates,
okay.
like
what
if he just
Golovkin-
wins a decision,
Mhm.
right? Like that's expected.
Right.
That's basically what Mirage is saying, and I agree.
Yeah.
Like he needs to stop this dude in order for this fight to be impressive.
What about a domination, a decision? But he dominates.
Maybe that too. If it's 10-2
beatdown,
or
like,
something,
has to be a beatdown, like beat him
that's
up.
impressive too. But even then, like you can make the excuses,
Yeah, but what makes this a big fight isn't that it's declared a big fight. What makes it a big fight is the number of the pay-per-views sold. It's the buying public.
Well, have you read the future? You know how much they've sold already, do you?
What's that? No, I don't.
Nope, black.
What other fight's going to sell more?
None.
Well, if you ask the LDBC, they'll probably say the
none.
November fight.
Well, it doesn't mean it's going to sell a lot. Maybe it's going to. Maybe the
Canelo's
going to
going to
sell
stop
like a shit.
Golovkin. I'd like to ask how many other
would have a
how many other guys out there could stop Golovkin? I mean, look, listen. I don't think Benavidez could stop this 40-year-old Golovkin. I don't think Charlo stops Golovkin. I don't think Janibek stops Golovkin. And if they do, I think they walk out. I think they walk out of there with their faces all fucked up. If they could even manage it somehow. A 40-year-old Golovkin is a very tough fighter to beat.
No, this guy thinks that Benavidez.
Well, we don't even know that.
guy.
I mean,
Alright,
he's been
hold on.
inactive. He's been very inactive.
All right, Mirage, let me just read 2 comments here. Earl Stevens, thank you for your contribution. He says, Triple G fanboys act like Triple G won the first fight 12-0 and the second fight 11-1. Canelo by unanimous decision. All right, I'm going to write that down, Earl. And then I have another super chat from Plutonium again. He says, that Pocho Chichon Benavidez, which basically means big-titted. Big-titted Benavidez resume is caca. He's a combination of Margarito and Chavez Jr. He will get obliterated by Beterbiev. And then we have another super chat from OG Boogie. He says, Triple G 10th or 11th round TKO, if not by decision. All right, G Boogie, I'm going to write it down.
Yeah, man, he can't do that. He can't do that. That's 2 fucking predictions, man, whatever.
Yeah, he did give three predictions there. Come on, OG
Breaking the
Boogie.
rules.
Believe you.
Breaking the rules. Breaking the
Hey, real
rules.
quick, I don't. The talk about Triple G fanboys, like, are they really like that big of dick riders?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Like, what
understand.
do they say though?
Well-
Like, I've never heard a Triple G dick rider say that he could be competitive with Usyk. I've never heard that.
And I never
I've
heard
heard that
anybody
about
saying he won
Canelo.
12. But it's a fucking it's a fallacy when you know what I mean. When it's a reach for the authoritarian when you say and people say his fanboys say he won 12. No, his fans say he won the first fight and he did. whether some guys, whatever people are saying, the breakdown is the breakdown. It doesn't matter. But
second fight, bro, which is disrespectful at that, bro. How did fuck did Triple G win the second fight? And then at that, bro, Triple G fanboys say that he dominated the second fight. What the fuck are they talking about, bro?
I just know the only two people who were like, considered media who like read across the country, like in national media, there was two who gave it to Canelo. The rest gave the second fight to Triple G. Overwhelmingly.
But would you say
it's become a myth? It's become a myth.
93,000 people. 93,000 people polled between Sky Sports and HBO. 93,000 fans polled. Over 78% said Triple G won of 93,000.
What was your scorecard? That's all that matters. What was yours?
I had it a draw.
Fuck up out of here, Jimmy. What the fuck, bro?
I want to say something about the Canelo Golovkin fight. Was if you're asking me who's worse, I don't know who would we. Maybe I'd have to go with Canelo. I'd have to look at all the data. But I have seen Triple G fans. Listen, when we started doing videos here in 2017, I would do a video saying Canelo's underrated power, and I would get Golovkin fanboys jumping all over me. And then when I would give Triple G credit for something, I would have Canelo fanboys all over me. So as it stands right now, there's dick riders on both sides, man. And the Triple G fanboys, I do remember back when he was destroying everybody. Some were saying, there's nobody that can beat him between 160 and 175. So the only one that some people were picking to beat him was Kovalev when he was a monster at 175. And even then, some people were picking Golovkin. So, I mean, the fanboys on both sides, there's fanboys on both sides, and there's guys that are never going to give each other credit.
Would you guys agree, though, that Canelo has the most pressure in this match? Because if he loses against Triple G,
he's lost everything. Absolutely. He has everything to lose. Mm-hmm. He has everything to lose. Triple G has everything to gain.
Michael,
if he loses, I think he fights Benavidez, Charlo, and everybody. But if he wins, he doesn't need to fight him.
I think even if Triple G loses, he can still try to get a Charlo fight or whoever's got another belt fight. Because I don't think nobody's going to say no to him unless he loses that terribly. If he gets knocked out in the first round, then it might be completely different. But otherwise, I still think he can try to get other belts at 160 if he wanted to afterwards.
Triple G is still unified champion at 160, so it'll be. He only has Janabek and Charlo to face.
Yeah, too, bro. Mongia has been calling them out.
Hey guys, I just want to read super chat here just quickly from Michael again, and he says every time I'm trying to go. No, that's not it. That's fuck. Google images of the last Canelo fight. Of the scorecards, your bold face print out, meaning that they scrambled to get something and they couldn't, and I have those ready. They never, ever not write on. Okay, Michael, man, I don't know if you're using speech to text, but I don't understand what you're trying to say. I think you're trying to say that the scorecards were manipulated.
Reprinted.
Yeah, reprinted.
It's drunk, bro.
I'll have to look into that. OG Boogie, thank you for your contribution. He says, okay, Mr. BDA, I will say 10th through 11th round TKO for the old man. All right, OG Boogie, yeah, I wrote that prediction for you. All right. So...
Could I explain another fanboy narrative by the Triple G fans, bro? Because when they brought up that topic, the whole, Canelo was ducking Triple G. Like after the second fight, they're like, "Oh, Canelo's ducking. He doesn't want to fight Triple G." Canelo exposed that shit. He said that before the COVID or during the COVID shit, he actually wanted to make that fight. You know what I'm saying? So that disproves all these fucking claims that Canelo was ducking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
someone said that earlier. Hey, wait.
That was over 2 years. That was over 2 years after the second fight, though.
And not just that, too. They said they targeted for 2019. The COVID knockdown, the lockdowns, right, happened like early,
March
mid 2020. So that makes no sense. Somebody said that earlier. He said the COVID started in 2019.
I had COVID in 2019. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Late 2019. And it was still in like 2019.
That's why.
But the lockdowns didn't start until March 15th. March 15th.
The people already knew of it, bro.
He said that they were in talks and that everything was already pretty much agreed upon except for the contract. But then everything happened.
For the third fight?
Yeah, for the third fight.
But I saw a video, I don't know what year, it was after the second fight. Canelo said, it's no point fighting Triple G again. I won, and he has nothing to offer. maybe in 2019 or something.
He actually said, and he also said, "I don't give a fuck what the fans say."
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah,
he was
so what's this?
dismissive, and he basically said that he didn't want to reward Triple G.
Those are just words.
Yeah.
Those are just
So what's this
words.
nonsense
Those are
you're
just
talking
words.
about?
What do you mean?
JJ?
Those are his words.
There's actually a contract for them to fight, bro. So all that other nonsense he said after that shit,
Did
it
you
don't
see the
matter,
contract?
bro.
Did you? Show us the contract.
What was it on the IBFP? He did mention that there was a contract sent and Gennady didn't accept it.
Bro.
Here's one of the stories people say that Canelo didn't want to fight. He didn't want to give Golovkin a third fight because just out of spite. Because he took took the last fight, he won the last fight, and he didn't want to give Golovkin another chance because of all the things he was saying about Canelo being on PEDs, etc.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's what I was. That's everybody. A lot of people were saying that.
Well, I don't blame him. Yeah, because listen, there's no fucking way he took clenbuterol. I believe him 1,000,000% he ate tainted beef. He took fucking growth hormone. He didn't mess around with no cheesy ass, gross ass girl fucking drug like clenbuterol. It'd be a waste of his
shit,
time.
Oh,
yeah, when you got that kind of money,
users, clenbuterol
I'll
is not a
trust Jimmy on
steroid.
this one. Jimmy knows his shit, man. Jimmy knows this thing.
Same shit about Triple G, bro. You could say the same shit about Triple G.
Yeah, they're all on something, right? They're all
Yeah,
taking some shit.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, whatever Canelo took or whatever, if he took something, do you think that was the difference in the I mean, he looked better in the second fight than the first fight, and people were like, he got caught after the second fight, right? So
no, he got caught before the first fight. After the second fight,
preparing for
After
the
it was going
into the
and then it
second
got
fight.
postponed.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, I mean, so we can assume that he wasn't clean for the first fight, right?
And that's why, but I'm just like, I can understand why he's mad. He's probably like, what the fuck, man? It's like getting arrested and charged after breaking a bunch of crimes, doing shit, and then getting charged for something you didn't even do. Like, I truly, and again, if you look at the actual percentage, the doses that he had in him, it's not conducive with somebody who was taking it as a weight cut. It's just not something he would mess around with. You don't have that kind of crazy fuck you money and you mess around with clenbuterol. It's gross. It's just not something he would do. There's so much better shit out there that he could have access, especially when he flew to Germany right after. That's where all the best stuff is. So if he's going to do anything, he's going to do it there. And it wouldn't be clenbuterol.
Blue rhinos.
So you're saying that Canelo was justified in being pissed off at Golovkin and maybe not giving him the third fight?
It was a false charge, bro. I think that's what he's saying.
I just think fucking he really was. I don't think he did take clenbuterol. Not to cut weight. There's like I said, too many better things, like crazy amount of better things, and he has that kind of money.
G fanboys won't let go of, bro. The whole Canelo's on steroids, like 20, 30, fucking 50 videos, always on social media posting that shit, man. Fuck up out of here, bro. The whole Canelo shit, man. Just trying to disparage fucking Canelo's name, bro. Fuck up out of here, dog.
And clenbuterol is a fat burner. It's not a steroid. So it's So for the people that say steroids, they're just that shows how smart they are, you know.
Yeah, it's actually a bronchital thing. You get it for like if you have bad. That's what it's originally for, but they found out it's just thermal. It has thermal energies, and you sweat like a fucking pig in the middle of the night. And whatever body part you're working out, where you're on clenbuterol, turns bright pink and red. When you're training, you can always tell someone's on because the niacin in your body just.
Jimmy, some people
pumps.
are saying it's a masking agent.
No, it's not.
That's bullshit.
It's not a masking agent. There's masking agents, but clenbuterol is not one of them. There are good masking agents out there, and they're injectables because you want a liquid thing. But and again, he would mess with fucking growth hormone. That's what you want at that level because you can it's gonna whatever gains you get, you're gonna keep. You need to change your bodies physically. Steroids just takes one individual cell and swells it up with water. Growth hormone splits the cells and creates new ones. That's the dangers, like I say all the time. If you're going to take growth hormones, make sure you have a blood workup because if you have any cancers or anything in your body, it's going to make those explode and grow just as quick as everything else. So,
yeah, that's fucked up, man. All right. So, all right, what happens tomorrow night, guys? like a bit. Like, do you guys? I think most of us agree with this, though. We're gonna get a good fight, unless I think Mirage disagrees. Mirage, what's your prediction, by the way?
I think the fight will be like decent. I mean, it's going to be entertaining to some degree. Prediction: it's going to look very similar to the first two fights. I think it's going to be a close Canelo victory. Maybe controversial. Might be disputed, but it's going to be a very similar fight. I don't think he's just going to blast. I don't think he's going to blast Triple G out. I mean, how many of these fighters does Canelo blast out? Who has he blasted out?
All right, so I'm gonna have to bring in Benavidez here. Do you think Benavidez would stop Golovkin?
That he will TKO Golovkin. It will be a brutal fight. It will destroy him.
Oh man,
it will be cruel. It will be a cruel fight. It will be a cruel fight.
What do you think about two of the same
Triple G won't
judges
fuck him. Triple G will duck him anyway. He knows.
Mirage, what do you think about two of the same judges being in this fight from the previous fight? You think it's gonna help
that
Canelo?
smells dodgy. That smells dodgy, doesn't it? To me.
Triple G
Out of all
called
the
them.
judges, they dug up the same guys.
Triple G called them used tissues. He called them used tissues. He said they're disposable tissues.
That's
so we can forget about Triple G winning on the scorecards. That's just forget that.
Or that could work the other way. They might be maybe by saying that, they might be conscious, like, I don't want to fucking look like, because there's obviously a lot of people, I mean, the judges know. They know he got fucking absolutely robbed that first fight. I mean, Birds, he had other judges. They actually suspended her from boxing for a year, but she went right to doing MMA fights.
They just come back next month or the next fight. There's no ramifications. So they don't care about the reputations, really, do they?
No, but that's they do to a certain extent if they don't get the big money fights, because they get paid accordingly. Yeah. The bigger the fight, the bigger the purse they make. But there's a reason why the sport doesn't get picked up by national broadcasters. It's because of shit like that. It's because the sport's so tainted with corruption. And then when you have things like that, when you have the biggest fight in boxing in like years, and it's a robbery, it just leaves a bad taste in people's mouths, and definitely in executives' mouths, because they don't want anything, their name tied to something where they feel it's been like, predetermined winner because there's corruption going on. That's something that the sport needs to split up.
Canelo won both, on my opinion.
Well,
there you go. That's just...
Nobody gave him the first fight. No professional fighters other than Chavez Sr. He's the only professional fighter I heard gave him the first fight. I mean, overwhelmingly, everybody. Somebody did a whole list of. They grabbed all the tweets.
Just heard that though. He just said Canelo won both, and then they're complaining about Triple G fanboys. Seriously?
No.
You're scoring that first fight for Canelo?
Calling him a fanboy,
That's
bro.
ridiculous.
It's just one person. That's his opinion, bro. We don't even know if he's Mexican, bro. Like,
even our boy right here, man. Fucking
he's a big Canelo fanboy. What the hell?
He's a big Canelo fan, our boy right here, and he's even honest enough to say Canelo lost the first fight. I think he scored at 7-5.
Fanboy, bro.
What's that?
Who's a Canelo fanboy?
No, I said you're a fan of Canelo. I didn't call you a fanboy. I said you're a fan of Canelo.
I'm a fan of boxing. I'm not a Canelo fan, bro.
But you like Canelo over Triple G. It's not a big deal. That's the guy you're going with. But what I'm saying is, you were honest enough to say that Triple G won the first fight.
You're biased, dog. I'm not biased. I'm keeping it 1,000 at all time, bro.
I didn't say biased.
Forget about it, man.
Okay, my question.
They are, but I don't know. Is there
I was paying him a compliment.
I get it, Jimmy. I get it. Is there a competition here between who's the biggest fanboys? Who are the biggest fanboys? Golovkin or Canelo fanboys?
No competition. There is no competition. It's obvious to those who are actually unbiased.
You're a Triple G fanboy. You're a Triple G
there you go.
fanboy.
You're a person who... There you go.
You don't think I know who you are, bro? You don't think I've seen you on Thunderdomes and seen you on all these channels shitting on Canelo, talking shit about Canelo, bro?
What have I said?
The same bullshit I just said a couple
What have I
ago.
said?
You said that Canelo took steroids. You said that Canelo...
No, I didn't. I said everybody's on steroids. Yeah, he did win the second fight. Yeah.
So that's a fanboy statement. That's a fucking fanboy statement right there.
Saying
'Cause
everyone's on
Well, I
steroids
think
and that
saying
Triple
it was
G
a
won the
robbery-
rematch
saying-
is being a fanboy. Okay,
Saying
got
it
it.
was the second fight was a robbery.
That's a
I mean, how was that a robbery? It was a close fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Canelo had
I mean, there's so many people.
moments.
He got
That's
robbed.
that's the key. Wait. That's the key with how the difference between the Bivol fights and other controversial Canelo fights, right? Bivol didn't allow Canelo to have those big moments that
You
have,
do know
an
that
effect on
Bivol
judging.
missed most of his shots, right? They were touching gloves. He was just throwing a lot of fucking jabs. Honestly,
So
that's
Bivol
the
did
only-
lose-
that's
did
the only
miss a
reason
lot,
he
man.
looked like he was doing anything. But the majority of his shots were touching gloves. Period.
So you think
Canelo
Canelo won the
win?
fight?
I'm not because Bivol did win, but I had it draw going into the 9th. But I had Bivol winning 9 through 12.
Okay, what does that have to do with my point? That has nothing to do with my point of what I just said. Nothing.
That's honest.
You get to defend what you said, bro. Your fanboy fucking statements. You yet.
What were my fanboy statements? I said everyone took steroids and Triple G won the rematch, and then I went on to explain the difference between controversial Canelo fights and the Bivol fight. Bivol didn't allow Canelo to have those big moments. That's the difference.
What's it have to do with this, though?
Bivol won. What are you talking about? Yeah, Bivol won. What
No,
the
I don't
fuck are you
understand
talking
we're going
about,
to the
bro?
Bivol
Did you not even listen?
Destroyed like most
Do you know
people.
how to
No,
listen?
I don't get it. Like, listen, I think fanboys are people who say
Did
that.
I say? Did I just say
I don't
Bivol
know.
lost? When
I
did
don't
I
know
say
what you
that?
said. I'm saying. I'm not. I
One at a
don't know.
time, guys.
Yeah, one at a time. I don't know if
It's a
Golovkin.
beautiful fanboy, bro. I don't see nothing wrong with being a fanboy. If you're a fanboy of Triple G, let it be, bro.
Then why are you so adamant to not be called a Canelo fanboy? You can call me a Triple G fanboy. I don't care. I really don't.
I'm a fan of Mexican
Embrace
boxing.
your fanboyness.
You're a fan
embrace
of
it.
Mexican
Don't be scared
boxing
of
now,
it,
even
bro.
though you just said you were an unbiased boxing fan. Now you're
I'm
a
a fan
Mexican
of
boxing
boxing.
fan. Okay,
Exactly.
we're
He's
getting
the only
closer.
boxing
Thank
from the
you.
Mexican players, bro. Do this, guys.
That's not being a fanboy, bro. That's just I'm a fan of Mexican boxing. Just like you could be
But
a
now
fan
you're
of American
shifting though.
boxing.
You're shifting though.
I
I'm
can be
not
a fan
fan
of
of
black
them.
boxing, but you'll bitch about it and say I'm biased.
I'm
a fan of skinhead boxing.
Bro, that shit doesn't even exist. What the fuck is black boxing, bro? Like,
Bro, exactly what it is, my man. The motherfucker that been running shit for multiple years. That's what it is.
I think you can be a fan. I think you can. I think you can be a fan. Listen.
Guys, this is supposed to be a show, guys. People are trying to listen, so try to get what you're gonna say, but one at a time.
Yeah. Also, how many pay-per-views do you think this Canelo Triple G is going to do?
500,000.
Is that it?
500,000.
Yeah. No, it could do 1 million too, huh? No, not 100,000.
$500,000 is pretty good. I feel like
600.
700,000.
I think it does like the third Wilder fight, like 600,000.
You have to take into consideration the streamers.
It'll be I forgot the number they have to hit for it to be because it's on an app too. They're going $84.95, $64 for people who already have a subscription to the Zone. So yeah, no, there's it's a lot of money involved. I know the gate will be big because the tickets are expensive. I was surprised at the price of the tickets, but
because
that's another narrative we gotta kill, Jimmy. I'm tired of people saying Mexicans don't got money. Mexicans, all they do is mow lawns, bro. Mexicans.
Nobody said that, man. Nobody said that, man.
And I thought you were
We're not out here buying $50 tickets, bro. We're paying $3,000, $5,000, $6,000 tickets for these.
Nobody said that.
Who the fuck is saying Mason ain't got money, bro?
I don't care about this race bullshit.
He's breaking up just saying shit. Now he just saying shit.
Let's put it back to boxing, guys.
Yeah, let's keep it back.
This is boxing. But the sad thing is, this is boxing. This is the sad, sorry state of boxing.
You motherfuckers are ducking the Omega Force.
Listen, I reckon the PPV for Canelo and Triple G, and even Joshua and Fury, if it happens, will be more than Spence and Crawford.
Undeniably, yeah. Spence Crawford would be lucky to hit 500K.
It would have done much better in 2019.
I reckon Anthony Joshua and Fury, from a British PPV perspective, that will probably get 1 million quite easily, I believe.
I think it'll get not just pay-per-view sales. I think it would end up making more money in total because if you look at the pay-per-views in the UK, right? What is it like half of a United States pay-per-view?
Easy.
It's still going to make more money.
How much is Canelo's pay-per-view?
85 or 84.
Oh, holy shit!
If you have
what's
the zone,
the UK?
it's less.
What's the UK pay-per-view though?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. If
Like 30 bucks.
I'm
All right,
looking
go
now.
get
30
it.
bucks.
In the
There you
meantime,
go.
let me just read Earl Stevens in the super chat. He says Triple G fanboys are still upset he didn't fight Mexican style in the second fight.
Okay.
What
I
does
will
that
tell
have
you
to do
now.
with scoring fights?
I will tell you now.
There's a Canelo fanboy right there.
For me,
Yeah, that talking point for scoring fights, it doesn't matter.
I thought Triple G fought a good fight in the second fight.
He didn't say what he said he was going to do.
Guys, calm down. For me to get it, it's £10, which is about $13.
Wait, what? Just
get the fuck out of here.
Why?
But what about the average?
he's right.
What about the average like buy rate? Like if you weren't on any sort of app,
well,
what's
remember,
the full price?
The zone is £10. So if I haven't got the zone, I got to buy the zone and then buy Canelo is £20. And there you go, £20.
What about is it
American
showing on
dollars.
like Sky or anything?
I'm not. The zone is doing it for. I don't know if he's on
The zone, bro.
Why? I don't
It's
know if
only on the zone over in the UK.
I believe so. That's what it says.
I don't know how the TV deals work over there, so that's why I'm.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. Grade A under A.
Well, wait, Virtuoso in the chat, thank you for your contribution. He says Dave Moretti and Steve Weisfeld are cum tissues. All right. I don't think he likes Dave Moretti and Weisfeld.
And in fact, if you want to stream, it's $7.99. So yeah.
I don't know about you. My stream's going to be free, bro. That's for sure.
Hey,
bro, like Mirage, bro, like you talk all this hot shit. I bet you don't even support David Benavidez. You just stream shit all day. Like, why you even talking? You don't even pay.
I watch it on Pornhub.
When Canelo fights him, I'll pay for that pay-per-view. I'm saving up for that.
Bro, yeah, but I'm talking about in general support.
Man is paying for it, bro. Come on, bro. Stop being a cheap ass.
Exactly, bro. The fuck, like, bro. I talk shit all day, but guess what I do? I buy pay-per-views. I buy shit. I'm actually a real boxing fan. I don't come on here talking shit and then I stream the fucking fight.
So do I.
You're the chump Eddie Hearn target.
I buy my porn like a man.
Maybe get a job, man.
I don't want to give Eddie Hearn more money.
You got a job.
Got too much already. And Canelo as well.
He's going to make you a mega force.
Canelo's got a big house already.
Bro, if you're not entertained,
Does Canelo deserve
Hold on.
40
One
million
time.
for fighting a 40-year-old? Does Triple G deserve 25 million?
Yes.
Yes. Look at his career. Man, he deserves more than that.
Triple G is a legend.
View, bro. That's how much Canelo sells, bro. He's so entertaining, bro. Like I watch Canelo interviews, bro. Like, and they're so fucking entertaining, bro. Like the shit he says, the attitude he brings to the sport, bro. Dude's great for the sport boxing, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys.
and also if you notice,
I'm sure he appreciates your money.
Plutonium in the chat. Wait, hold on. Just quickly. Plutonium in the chat says Android versus Charlo would hit record-breaking EBT pay-per-view sales.
That is a fact. That is a fact, Joe.
Yeah, that's funny as fuck, dude.
Obviously, I'm a bit out. What's EBT stand for? Is that some American term?
Hey,
Eating better today.
Food stamps.
EBT
Right, yeah.
Welfare.
Food stamps. Yes, I know food. Right,
Can you imagine?
No, those are two guys that Golovkin dug, by the way.
Yeah, can you imagine what that audience must smell like with an Andrade fight with a Charlo, man? It's fucking terrible. I
Here's
wouldn't
the
go.
thing, though. People who are, again, this is what we were talking about earlier in the show when we started this show. People who criticize Canelo for fighting a 40-year-old Golovkin, they weren't being critical of Charlo calling out Golovkin.
Hey, Logical Man, how old is Hellenius? How old
was Ortiz? You know? Shit.
Yeah, good point.
Exactly, bro. Hey, LBBC won't mention how old Hellenius is.
I can't.
How old is he?
I am the leader. These niggas are clout chasing.
I can't get I can't get past.
Bro, y'all some clowns, bro. Like, what you got to say is like no words, nothing behind it. There's no strength behind it. No respect behind it.
Bro, they're just saying the truth. They're cloud chasing.
Yeah, I can't get over Triple G. Triple G ducked Jaime Munguia. That's a fact.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I mean,
Minor keep clout chasing.
I want to get a non like a white perspective here, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Why I'm thinking like Jimmy. Why do you think this Crawford versus Spence announcement or rumors are starting to surface right before the Canelo fight? The Canelo
Well,
Golovkin.
the fact that it hasn't been finally officially signed and they're still doing like a pre-release, I think it's because, listen, they understand, and we're in a recession, whether they want to like come out in a minute or not. Everybody knows it's tough out there. Groceries are fucking through the roof, right? So gas, everything. So what they're doing is, by saying that, by announcing, somebody might have been like, am I going to buy this fight this weekend? You know, and now that they're hearing the Spence might go down in November, their money that they had, some people can say, I'll only have one or the other. You know, if you got a bunch of kids, you bust your ass, man. $75 still $75. So they might choose. Yeah, they might choose to go and like say, you know, I'm not going to buy the fight instead. So they might be doing that to carve off a small amount or whatever amount of people for there. That's the only reason I would think it would be to do that now.
If you can't afford $85 after 2 months, you got some serious problems. Forget boxing.
But dude, if you know, but we're not, we're not, maybe for the most part, but most guys here are single guys, maybe 1 or 2 kids. But if you're a family man and you're the only fucking person working, your grocery bill from what you paid last year was $160 for the same fucking shit. A year later, it's $300. Your gas is twice as much. So you're working just as hard for thousands of dollars left, and you're working paycheck to paycheck. That's $75 is a lot of money.
All you do, I'll tell you how to get around it. You pay $75 for Canelo and you stream Crawford. There you go. Problem solved.
And they're going to be really working hard, they said, to try to like make sure they're hiring a bunch of people to pull time down.
Hey, if that happens,
who's going to have Urquhart take it?
If that fight happens, is there going to be an undercard? Because it seems like the issue between these two guys was the money issue, right? So if they're getting paid X amount, will there be enough for a good undercard, or how does that work?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. You know, that almost never happens when there's a big payday up top, because that's what they don't
want to please the LDBC by having a lot more black fighters there to bring them up and stuff.
And maybe like prospect versus bum, showcase fights.
Tom fights 3.
Yeah, get over another Brendan Lee fight.
Oh.
Berlanga.
Yeah, Brendan Lee.
That's most undercards, though.
Fulton against nobody.
Charles Martin, bro. They're gonna have him.
Fulton's fucking Ahmed.
No. Charles Ryan Martin versus Chris Colbert.
Órale, Gonzalo.
Gonzalo, who the f are those people? Never heard of them.
Raider Reaper in the chat says Bam Rodriguez undercard of Canelo must be a dream. Yeah.
He's one of the greatest undercards I've ever seen, Bucho, to be honest, bro. Like, so many names on the undercard, bro. It's amazing.
Well, if Bam does fight again in December, he said he wants to, he's fighter of the year as far as I'm concerned.
What's the best undercard?
They won't give it to him, but...
What's the best undercard fight in the Canelo fight, you guys? I haven't seen the undercard, I'll be honest.
I would say Bam. This kid he's fighting is not a punk, and it's always good to watch Bam fight. Bam's just one of those dudes you always want to see him fight.
The second would probably be a football guy versus Conway.
Rosado versus the Russian cat is pretty good too, bro.
Rosado tienes el culo.
Brings it, man.
Yeah, but sometimes he always leaves it on the line, and he's always losing. He gets cute in there. He doesn't necessarily go out to punch like he did Beck the Bully.
But Munguia, the Munguia fight was pretty good, no?
That was all right.
I mean, he was throwing down, I guess.
Yeah, he was throwing down, but will he do enough to win? He's always leaving it on the line.
I mean, let's be honest. Rosado's not like world. I mean, he's a gatekeeper, contender. I don't know, man. I don't want to.
He beat Charlo.
Yeah, gatekeeper.
He's got like 20 losses already, man.
Yeah,
I'm not
but he's one of those guys, man. He's tough. You know who reminds? Well, he's not as good as Johnson, Glenn Johnson.
Yeah, the Road Warrior.
Yeah, but he was a bit better, I think. But he's kind of in that level, man. That he might surprise you, man. He already surprises when he fought that guy he knocked out. I forget his name, the Russian, whatever he was.
Yeah,
I never got past fucking that dude saying I'm already a superstar a movie star and shit when he did a fucking bit part in that Rocky movie.
In Creed, yeah.
Yeah,
Creed,
he,
yeah.
he had sunglasses on, and I think it was Michelle Phelps was interviewing him, and she says, "Ooh, now you got the sunglasses because you're picturing gonna become a movie star. What are you talking about?" And he was as serious as a heart attack. I'm already a star. Like he was almost offended.
He was joking.
You think so, dude? I don't know, man.
If you watch
People
him,
say he's
then
kind of
holy
a
shit.
dink. Yeah, they say he's a little full of himself.
Like,
But a lot of fighters are that way, you know?
Yeah.
Type
I
A
don't really know.
personalities.
Who, Rosado, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosado's
I just saw.
That's the way he is, bro.
I just saw Tyron Woodley in Cobra Kai. Yeah, fucking Tyron Woodley.
Yeah,
Didn't
saw that too,
Rosado? Didn't he lose in Creed as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he lost even in the movie too.
Creed, man.
He got knocked out in the movie.
knocked out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's actually been in a couple movies.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, he got killed in the Sylvester Stallone Arnold Schwarzenegger movie when they're on sea.
But what? He's 2-0 in movie, or he's 0-2 in movies then?
He's not a winner.
The movie star, bro.
Hey, by
He's
the
a
way,
gatekeeper even in Hollywood.
LDBC's most wanted in the super chat. He says, "Saludos BDA and panel. What are we expecting in pay-per-view buys for tomorrow? And to the audience, stop stealing and support the sport. Cheers." That's right. Buy these 5.
Oh, I'm thinking 1 million. I'm saying 1 million.
I think 800K and up.
Yeah, it's one of those things that the family members are not going to steal a Canelo fight if you can just pitch in $5 a piece. It's like a ritual, you know. It's September. It's in the Independence Day weekend. I mean, yeah, families.
Do you guys? I mean, if you were,
yeah, they're gonna buy it.
If the
It gets
prices
hard
were
for it to be a
UK, if the
mill.
prices were UK prices, they'll probably sell millions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
why are you guys paying like 8 times what I'm paying?
I don't know.
Because
Man.
we fund mega fights. We fund mega fights.
Boxing, bro. America has
I'm
so
not
much
gonna
fucking
lie.
money,
I'm
bro.
gonna have to stream it.
America's fucking communist.
It's
Like,
a Federal Reserve. It's a Federal Reserve.
You always charge people more money that want to see the fight, so it's just simple supply and demand.
Cash cow.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Bro, like, come on, bro. What's $80 for a Canelo fight? If it
And
was
you can
100, I'll
just
still
pitch.
prefer
Like
it.
you can even invite people over, and everybody pitches in.
$20, bro. Fuck it.
I think
but
Canelo has
would
only
it not be-
done like a
would it
mil
not be
in what,
cheaper?
4 fights?
Yeah, but would it not
Both
be
with
cheaper?
Triple G.
Yeah, but would it
2
not be
Triple
cheaper?
G.
Would it not be cheaper to go to a bar and watch the match?
I've done that, but
Yeah,
then you
it
spend the
would.
same
Not
amount.
necessarily.
But
Not
at least you
really.
get some. I've calculated it. I used to do that, and I actually spend the
The
same
Uber
amount, but
drive
on
and shit,
food.
bro.
But at least I
Fuck
get
that.
beer and
Getting
shit. You know
drunk.
what I mean?
It's just
Yeah,
fun to be
agreed.
around like another crowd, basically.
And you have to
That's
tip
Yeah.
the
the only
hooker too,
benefit.
Bucho.
I was gonna say something other pay-per-views. Fuck.
It's dangerous nowadays too. You can run into a crazy fanboy in a bar.
Oh, I've
Like
run
you did,
to.
remember?
Yeah.
lot.
Remember the
The
Wilder?
one
I told you the
Boys,
the,
bro. A
the
lot.
Wilder
with the
fight.
suit, no.
It was chaos when I went to see Wilder Fury too, man. I was the only one rooting for Fury, I think. And
But they were black or what, bro?
Imagine the
You almost got
smoke.
stabbed. Bucho. You almost got
Hey,
stabbed.
bro,
I almost
JJ.
got stabbed, man. No.
Bro, they were like chipping out or what, bro?
Yeah, basically, man. It was like
Were they
it wasn't
Bucho?
people. You would think it was black people. They were white people that were supporting Wilder. Here, they don't care. I mean, I don't know how it's over there. Oh, racial in the U.S., but I don't know
It's a
here.
It's a little different in different areas, man. Not everybody is like JJ7 from Cali. You know, they all kiss ass do that. But people are
Dumbass.
Were they twerking, Bucho?
a drug seller.
Oh man.
Dog pusher.
Yeah, I bet that's what you are. That's what the people do, you faggot.
I think
I was
Bucho
gonna say
said something
about
was
the
wearing
pay-per-view
the.
guys.
He was wearing the suit, no, the Wilder suit, and he had like a knife or something. No, maybe it's my imagination.
I think
Maybe
the
it's
only
my
people
imagination.
streaming this fight, bro, are gonna be the Crips, bro. That's about it, bro. Because everybody else is buying them, bro. Like the people I've spoken to, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're buying the fucking fight, bro. So I'm expecting between 500,000 to 750, bro.
I don't
Yeah, I
mind
think it'll be
paying.
high.
I don't.
I think
See,
it'll be
here's the
800K.
thing about pay-per-views. I don't mind paying for a pay-per-view if it's worth it. But when you have Ruiz Ortiz pay-per-view, then now you're gonna have Wilder Hellenius pay-per-view, and then now
But aren't you got people over, bro? Like, don't people want to see like your grandma or I don't know, bro, your Diaz or whatever?
Yeah, but nobody. I agree. Nobody bought.
Bro, you're getting Canelo and Jesse Rodriguez. It's gonna be a fucking good show.
And Triple G, man. That's Canelo Triple G. Fuck, you know what I mean? This isn't Canelo. Let's say
it's a fucking event, bro.
Billy Joe Saunders, whatever. You know this.
Bro, if it was two Crips, nobody would give a fuck, bro. You're getting a Canelo fucking fight on Mexican Independence fucking weekend, bro. Niggas are gonna be drunk. Niggas are gonna be crunk. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas are gonna be twerking.
Bro, use your own fucking words. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You confused? Why are you even saying the N word? Why are you saying like clout chasing, bro? Use your own words.
What are you talking about, bro?
Your own shit up, bro.
What are you talking about? Logical vet?
bro.
Why are you talking about?
Guys.
Yo, if you call me one, then I'm gonna be able to say it right back. So don't that bullshit. I call the nigga. I call people my nigga.
No.
I'm the fuck down.
No, I'm not saying that's the problem. I'm just saying motherfuckers being lame, and you using the same words that black people. You,
we wasn't saying in vain.
And we can't. No, I'm not saying that he's going to be vain. I'm just saying he a fucking lame. He hate black people.
All right, let's.
Are we in church?
All right, hold on. Let me take control. Let me take control. Jimmy, jump into. Right.
What is he talking about, bro?
Hold on.
Are we in church?
Guys. Niggas, let's. Hold on. Let's not use certain words.
Yeah.
You know, so
come on, Bucho.
No, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to because it's
interesting. Bucho. No. You know, if logical man use the word like spick and stuff like that, you go mad. So come on now, let's.
Bro, I'm starting to do it now. Nigga, y'all brought this shit up.
We're not gonna turn into thrill boxing where he said spick or something like that, right?
No, but.
No, who the fuck just says that? Like, you know, I'm not even gonna repeat it. I'm not like JJ7, bro.
All right. Let's
niggas in a friendly way, bro. What are you talking about?
All right.
No, I'm just saying, bro. Use your own language, nigga. Be Mexican. How about that? Be a fucking Mexican,
bro. I just said niggas. What's wrong with niggas, bro?
All right, let's move on.
Hey, you're not gonna use that on your music and be famous and get mad at other people using it.
No,
we're not gonna get into hold on.
Hey,
bro. Hey, hold on.
This is not a cultural debate.
Yeah, this is not a cultural debate, guys. Oh, who am I? I'm muting a bunch of people here. All right, guys, stop it, man. Let's move on.
Did I get muted? Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah, let's talk boxing. Yes, go ahead. Boom. Boom.
What's up? Hey, you got my pick. I'm standing on it. Canelo, 7th round knockout.
I think I have it. Let me check. But go ahead. Continue.
No, that's all I had to say. I'm not going to be a part of the clown show. I think it's like two guys in this panel who can't behave themselves. They need to go to charm school or something. But I'm out of here. Peace.
All right, see you, man. Can you believe Boom Boom's coming out with being the one that's reasonable here? Jesus! I mean, this is come on, guys. Let's talk boxing, all right? I know we want to keep it open lines and everything goes, but like we're getting into a cultural fucking debate here.
What's the next boxing match after Canelo Triple G? I know obviously that we're looking past it. What's the next one after
Spence Crawford?
Wow, isn't it Shakur Stevenson?
No, Solo Vivo, bro. Solo Vivo. It's the next.
No, it's Stevenson first.
Fuck Stevenson. Nobody's gonna see that shit, bro.
No, but what's the biggest fight? What's the biggest fight after this one? Like,
nah, hold on. If the Crawford happen.
Bill Zurdo's before the Crawford fight.
Ain't nobody gonna watch
it,
bro.
Zurdo's third one.
Bill Zurdo is the 5th. Crawford is the 19th, so it's before it.
What about Conor Ben, Chris Eubank? Okay. I mean, in terms of PPV.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
that's a good fight.
Now, can everybody who says Shakur's Steve? Now, did you guys think he was boring against? Did you think the Valdez fight was a boring fight? I'm just asking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know what it makes me want to say?
Valdez made it boring.
When he was getting fucking ass whooped, they wasn't saying that. You know, that was
running, bro.
Boring.
Let's be honest, bro. Like Shakur should have taken. Like Shakur had the size advantage, he had the reach advantage, he had Bob Arum on his side, bro. And this dude still ran in the ring and shit, bro.
Just hold him, bro.
He has a teeth on his too.
don't you think he kind of handled him? Don't you think a big guy should do that to the smaller guy? He kind of just kept him in and reached for him a bit.
Yeah.
Walk them down.
It's logic.
I was just asking.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're a bigger guy, you have the reach, you make the other guy, like, miss for you as he's falling in. It seems logical to me. And we all know Shakur has no fucking power. So I don't think anybody here really expected him to go take him out, did we?
But prove a point, bro. Dog him,
Asking, you shall receive.
That guy's never going to prove a point to you like that, man. So
I think he has enough power to keep. I think he has just enough power to keep people honest, meaning they're not going to just jump in.
Yeah,
You know
and it's all in the right. And it's all in the right hand
from
too,
being
Jimmy.
a star, bro. People don't want to see that shit. People already been through that whole Mayweather shit. People are disgusted by that style, bro. You know what I'm saying? People want to see dogs in there, bro. Real dogs.
But you know what he is.
Nobody would give that to you.
Is that why the LDBC dog fights so much? Is that why?
In the chat, LDBC's most wanted says, "King Bucho, calm down, porfa." Like, I wasn't. Was I going
calm
crazy?
them. He says, "Calm them down." He says.
Oh shit! I can't fucking read. Yeah, calm them down. That makes more sense. Thank you, Kenshiro. Listen, I'm glad Mayweather retired. To be honest, could you like listen? This is what we're talking about. I was talking about.
Isn't he fighting a YouTuber again now?
I don't give a fuck. Listen, could you imagine if this was Triple G versus Mayweather or something like that? Like you were gonna.
Triple G
Okay,
would
yes,
have murdered him.
it would be a 12-round fight. In this fight, we know we're gonna get action. Maybe even a stoppage. Who knows?
Nah, Triple G would have broke for his defense, I reckon.
No, I know. I'm just saying when it was a Mayweather pay-per-view. I mean, it's an anomaly. You're never gonna see that again, ever. A guy like Mayweather, like with his style, being that famous. He was only famous. Well, he was famous. One of the main reasons why he was famous, so he had a lot of big fights, because he had that zero, and he knew that if he lost that zero, it would crumble.
What Devin Haney's doing now, isn't he?
Another thing too, he was in an era where there are other real fighters. When it's oversaturated now with Floyd, the zero fighters, right, that protect their shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you have real fighters and you're protecting your own, then you might be able to work it out like Floyd did. But when everybody's protecting the O, everyone at the PBC is protecting themselves, so it's not working.
They never touch each other.
And Pretty Boy Floyd wasn't a boring fighter. He used to fucking put in some good fights too.
I'm talking.
I know.
We're talking about the new Floyd, not the old Floyd.
Yeah, the TMT Floyd. Yeah.
Well,
Floyd, 140, 147,
wasn't Floyd money when he made the big pay-per-view buys? Like it was the Oscar fight that really set him up, and he was already money by that time, right?
That was no, because actually it's weird. Because Ellaby always tries to make it sound like when he talks about the pay-per-views, he acts like it was just Floyd was the only one in there, or that's the only name they needed. It was totally fighter. Depends on the fighter. The fight he had, the pay-per-view he had before Oscar was the one that hit 1.4 million. The one before Oscar did 300,000. The
he
one
did 2.4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I know it was the first big one anyway. His last one that did 1 million. Well, after Pacquiao, he fought Berto, and that one did 300,000. So 400. So think about that kind of drop. So it was clearly that it was conducive on who he was fighting. Mattered.
Can I also add that?
Can I add something though? Because part of it was. The drop for the Berto fight was because there's no more hype for the Pacquiao fight.
Mm-hmm.
When he was fighting other bums, when he was fighting other guys that had no chance, he was still selling a lot. It's because of that hype as well.
I said that a million times.
There were a lot of things that caused Floyd to have his success. There was a lot of factors.
I'll give you another factor. This is with Mayweather, the stars aligned, and you're not even gonna. The planets aligned. Everything was aligned. Listen, even the opponents that Floyd fought, even though they weren't top like elite fighters, but they were Mexican or Hispanic.
Yeah.
So those fights up because then you had people thinking, well, maybe this guy's gonna beat Floyd. Maybe this guy's gonna beat Floyd.
Chasing.
But the big money. Oscar birthed Pacquiao and Floyd as pay-per-view stars. He made them.
Yeah.
Oscar was the real, made it from the bottom. He accumulated, and even then, he got it from Chavez a little bit, too. But really,
GG's in the chat says Mayweather made people buy pay-per-views to watch him lose.
Yeah.
And
the better the opponent, the more PPVs. If it's a shit opponent, they wouldn't bother. If he's a top opponent, who think, yeah,
Because
he
black
can be.
fighters
Then
can't sell when they fight each other, bro. Black fighters cannot sell when they fight each other. That's a proven
Bro, that's a
fact.
fucking lie,
That
bro.
is true.
When you fight the punk ass nigga like JJ Seven, the Mexicans want to see the black dude
They
little
just want,
fucking
to TikTok and shit, bro. They don't want to throw hands,
simple as that. This
bro.
motherfucker don't
If
nothing, bro.
Floyd
You
fought
don't throw no,
at his peak,
hands in real life, bro.
Guys,
Shut your
hey,
weak ass up, bro. You pick on nerves.
we
if
can't
Floyd
finish
fought
things
another
up.
black, if
You
Floyd
pick on
fought
nerves, bro.
Thurman, that shit would sell 1 million. It would
Sorry,
have.
say that again. I didn't say that again.
If Floyd, at his
Nigga
peak
logical,
of
man.
pay-per-view stardom, right? If he fought Thurman, that would have sold
Unblock
a
me
mill.
too, bitch.
Maybe.
Probably not.
It would have.
Maybe.
He fought
I don't
Total
know.
Bums.
I look at it
He
from the
fought
other
Total Bums
aspect.
and he was selling milk still too.
Yeah, well,
It's
For
not
how much
just
did Mayweather
bumps, though.
sell against Birdo again? How much did he sell against
400,000.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
post
God,
What's
yes.
Thurman
Pacquiao.
gonna
That was
bring to the
post
table?
Pacquiao. And Birdo
Yeah.
had no chance. He was
Bro.
not undefeated. There was no threat from Birdo.
Yeah,
Like,
and he still
Yeah.
sold 400,000.
250, bro. It wasn't 400.
Okay, so those are all Mayweather stands right
Well, how
there.
come Canelo fights like a no name and he gets like 1 million?
No, he doesn't.
No.
No,
He's
he
only
does not
sold
get no
4
fucking 1 million.
mills.
He
He's
doesn't.
only sold 4 pay-per-views that have gone over a mill. 2 of them against Triple G,
Exactly.
1 against Floyd, and then the other against Chavez.
He got
All the rest have been
250K for
under
leaves.
1
Everything
mil.
else was way under like 500,000.
Do you think it was somebody like a good, like, exciting knockout, as like Mike Tyson? Then that guy would probably sell 1 million every time just for somebody to see
Yes,
somebody.
he did. He
Well,
did.
he did.
Yeah, he was the best.
Him and Connor, in terms of total pay-per-view sold, are the biggest. And like, if you look at their average pay-per-view sold, they're the biggest pay-per-view stars ever.
I think
Jimmy,
Tyson.
guys, I want to hear Jimmy has
JJ Seven, what you gotta say about that? JJ Seven.
Hold on.
I don't think Floyd's a star, honestly.
Call Jimmy. Jimmy, go ahead.
Yeah. Shit. Now I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. No, I was gonna say.
Pay-per-view.
But yeah. No, DAZN against Bivol. DAZN said they did 600,000. Canelo Bivol did 600,000, which is
that
pretty
makes
good.
sense.
For that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can we
is,
trust
but
those
how many-
Showtime numbers though? Can we trust those Showtime pay-per-view numbers? Weren't they
If
inflated?
Showtime actually tweeted them out, if it was tweeted under Showtime or even Espinosa's private account because he's a representative of Showtime, it would be legit. But when you leak them through compliant media that's unaccountable, no, you can't trust them. Because the reason why they don't do that.
Bucho, which Showtime fights are you
Jimmy,
talking about? You talking about modern PVC ones or the old Floyd ones?
Because I remember people saying Floyd Mayweather against Robert Guerrero did 800,000, and apparently that was a lie. Because that's too. I don't know, man. It seems too high.
It did like 750. That's the estimate I have, bro. And that was mostly Guerrero fans. Yeah, it was mostly Guerrero fans. If you see the arena, bro, like they're all rooting for Guerrero and booing Mayweather.
When it comes to Crawford and Spence, they are gonna appeal to the whites and Hispanics. So if they appeal just to black people, I don't think you'll do 500,000.
They'll do like
white boys.
They'll fucking
They'll get a
chill
little
for the
bit of-
cucks. That's it. And blacks, cucks and blacks.
Unless they
That's
have
it.
like some fucking KFC special or something, bro, on that day.
Well, that's not.
I think he'll get a little bit of the casual audience for that fight.
Mexicans aren't going to be interested. I don't even think white people are either. Like it's
White Americans, maybe.
Not really.
See, Black America has a lot more sports they're behind now. You know what I mean? They're playing a lot more sports. A lot more. You know. What's that, brother?
No, most blacks don't watch boxing like that. They're more to like basketball and NFL. Like this faggot did
Everybody
loves
is.
fucking.
That's
what they love, bro.
If Crawford and Spence were if Crawford and Spence was nationalistic and let's say like Sugar Ray Leonard, like really America, then it might be different.
Yes, I mean, it would because a lot of like white Americans in general, they like that type of shit. Like when a black Americans actually act like a fucking American and not being an asshole, they support a real lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a Sugar Ray Leonard, like a Sugar Ray Leonard type thing.
I agree with that.
Sugar Ray Leonard was universally loved in this country. And the thing is, he could be a dick behind fucking closed doors, which is kind of funny. He was kind of cocky.
Trinidad.
Jimmy, that was before rap. Rap ruined niggas, bro. Like ever since the rap came, like, and the crack epidemic, bro. Like
No, what ruined it is fucking drug peddling faggots. It was
What's up with Devin Haney saying he'll never lose to a white boy? What's up with Devin Haney saying he'll never lose to a white boy?
They won't call him out.
He's just kind of racist. That's it.
Nah,
He's racist. He hangs out with the
That dude was
LDBC.
so great, man.
Yeah, he is. He's just not up front with it, but he
I
has
don't know.
those views deep down for sure.
Imagine if Lomachenko said that.
That was no. He was to his. I'm not trying to stick up for the kid because it was a stupid thing to say, but he was egged into that. But then again, you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas.
Yeah, look who he chose to be on video with. He chose to be on video with.
You know why, dude? They call his father Black Jesus.
Bro,
yeah, they do.
Which I don't understand. Well, he went to prison for federal
Muslim too.
And he was a pimp.
And he became a Muslim, I believe, in prison, which a lot of people
I know
find
this street
religion
he was
in jail.
convicted on.
Yeah,
I know this street he was convicted on.
Way better person, though, man.
I know what
Listen, I give everybody a second chance. Listen, I tell you what, he came out of prison. I know this. His son doesn't drink or do drugs, bought a fucking nice home, doesn't dress like an idiot.
He gets his ass
doesn't,
ate by
doesn't have a mouthful of fucking diamonds, which I think is stupid because you don't know this money's going to last forever.
He gets his ass ate by strippers. That dude's a total degenerate.
Let him talk the fucking syllables too. So that's another good one.
Yeah,
he gets his ass ate by strippers.
Yeah, but
I do think I think
Jimmy, but
Bill did do a decent job with his son.
I
That's all.
understand that, Jimmy, that he changed his life in sort of way, but the comments he's been saying, hanging out with these people, the LDBC guys, that's not very smart.
Mob mentality. Yeah, you're around people
I
and
don't
they're
think
pushing it, and you just you fall into it. You know what I mean? Because he knows if he says anything, right? Yeah, exactly. It's just because he knows if he says anything that's going to get them going, they love it. They go into it because it is what it is. But I'm not going to discredit him for what he did with his son. I think he did a good job with his son, the way Sean Porter's dad did with Sean. I think Sean was raised right too.
But you can tell Sean.
Look who he's associated, bro. He's associated with fucking black supremacists, bro. Like, fuck up out of here, bro. That's like
they just love their people.
Hold on, bro. Shut the fuck up. Let me speak. That's like if you see Triple G hanging out with fucking David Duke and shit, bro. Fuck up out of here, man. Have you heard this fucking LDBC fucking dude say, bro? Like, it's like some black supremacist shit, bro. Like some kill white type of shit.
That's
no, JJ, they just love their people. You know, they love their people. Like your dumbass say, they love their people. They support them.
Fuck you, bro.
Well, they need to be called out. By the way, I want to read a super chat from Rider of the Storm. He says, "Can you please tell JJ7 to shut the fuck up with the racist shit?" All right.
Out of this shit, bro. Some dudes always fucking racist shit, bro.
Hefe, you need to tone it down. Keep it. Let's keep the racism to a reasonable level. All right. Seriously. Let's
because I see this dude calling me all type of beaners and all type of shit, but then you have the chat telling me to quiet down, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Don't turn into that. Don't become.
Everybody doing that.
Nobody here is doing that to you.
It's all you know what it is. You know what it is, man. It's all those fucking. It's all the Peckerwood crackers up in this motherfucker style. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, bro.
Jimmy.
All right,
act like Black Lives Matter.
That's the only thing I can say, right? It's the only fucking racist shit I can get away with.
I find that offensive, Jimmy.
Some people are not getting my joke about a reasonable level. Yeah, no, let's keep the racism out of this.
Can I make a quick point before you guys move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to say earlier about you guys were talking about SRL. Oscar De La Hoya was the exact same like prototype as that. You know, like they came out of the AMs. They were already solidified. You know, so it's like that's exactly going back to what we're talking about when like Floyd beat Oscar or when Manny beat Oscar. It's because like he already had that clout coming in, like even before the pros. He
signed a Coca-Cola deal before he had his first fight. He had an endorsement from Coca-Cola.
He was the golden boy.
You know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up? His father never, and he said he would have traded it all just for his father one time to say, "I'm proud of you."
He said it after the Trinidad fight.
He had a few things. He had a few things that were like compelling. For me, it was I remember his mother died. That gets to a lot of people. Oh man, his mother died.
Yeah,
another thing. The gold medal, the good looks. Especially, I remember the haircut. I wanted that haircut, and I did get it. I want to look like Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh yeah.
One of those things.
Guess what? I had the Fernando Vargas haircut. How's that?
Yeah, they were nemesis.
But yeah. Hey, let's talk about that American boxing. When are they gonna have? Because I don't feel that De La Hoya, Sugar Ray Leonard type of fighter. Like they don't exist anymore. It seems. Especially.
What do you mean? What do you mean they don't?
Like they're the darlings of the fucking sport. You know what I mean? Now we have Haney and stuff like that.
Do you mean? But is it because you don't see people saying "I love America"? Here's the flag. You were saying well,
maybe. I don't know, man.
Well, it all started off. The two biggest, look at you, in my opinion, two of the best Olympic classes, 84 and 88.
Yeah.
Of course, so you had so many fucking guys coming out of that. You were looking forward to, like, you couldn't wait to see them fight. And now they're talking about doing away with boxing altogether out of the Olympics. Like,
the LA Olympics, yeah.
Yeah, like
the corruption, no? Because of
that's
corruption.
the only fucking.
Wait, you want to know why? You don't know why? Because America is not being as successful as it once was.
No, but that has something to do with taking
it's definitely
boxing out of the Olympics.
How many gold medals? Didn't they win like 6 gold medals in '88? It was crazy.
Yeah, and they haven't won one since fucking Andre Ward in 2004.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, 2004.
I mean, Great Britain's after Olympics since then. Yeah.
If you don't think it has anything to do with that decision, I don't know what to tell you. That definitely has an impact on it.
I think it's the Olympics in general. It's not as it's not an avenue for you to promote fighters as it was back then. Back then, like, people really watched it. Now it's kind of a joke. And half the guys I know.
Why has it become a joke? What changed?
Well, I think a lot of
maybe it's American dominance begun to wane.
No, okay, but I mean, I think a lot of things changed, and I can go on through the checklist of it. But I think one thing is that the Olympics don't even want combat sports anymore. They're trying to get rid of wrestling too. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah, I heard about the wrestling thing, but that's been going on for a while now.
They're trying to get rid of anything that's combative. What's up?
They'll never get rid of wrestling, dude.
Who's running the Olympics? Some gay rent boys. What are you talking about?
Dude, they want more. You ever read about that? They've been trying to get rid of Greco-Roman wrestling, which is crazy because it's the second oldest sport outside the marathon. And
it was part of the original fucking Greek, Greek sports.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think there's a change coming on where people. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh, no, I was going to say, just to put it in perspective, guys, before your time, right? Just to show you how dominant boxing was. It was bigger than the NFL. It was way bigger than the basketball, everything. Only baseball, America's pastime, was bigger. Then it was boxing. Now, check this out, guys, right? If somebody gets 1 million views on ESPN, like they're doing backflips, right? Now, wrap your head around this. When Muhammad Ali fought in Zaire, 70 million people tuned in to watch that fight.
Okay,
70 million.
Yeah, everybody watched it.
Well, it's because it was on one of those main channels, too, back in the day. They didn't have all
Wide
these
World of
different
Sports.
things.
It was on one of the major.
I mean, it's like when Chris Eubank fought Nigel Benn. I think they had like 23 million Brits watching those two fight in '91.
All right, hang on for a second. Can we stay there for a second? What do you think 70 million viewership on syndicated television means for revenue? I would love to see like how much that would do versus like their pay-per-view model. Like something's wrong right now. Like they're not pressing this to the main masses for a reason. Either people don't want to.
We need to try. We need another promotional company. We need a promotional company that's gonna give us free boxing. Could you imagine how that? Could you imagine?
But who's gonna be
the PBC? The PBC. Hey, listen. Do you guys think that the PBC actually could have made it happen? Whatever the lies that they promised us,
easily do it. They could have easily took over like cable when it comes to sports, bro. It's easily if they made these fights happen, like especially with advertisements. Did you guys know? For I think The Walking Dead, it lost like over 500,000 viewers. It was like doing maybe like I think 350 to 400,000 viewers, and it's paying these fuckers like 7-8 million an episode, dude. Like so,
there you go.
If they can do that with this free TV, boxing could easily do that. Just think about it. Let us get, I said, Keith Thurman versus Earl Spence. I mean, when they make the fight happen when it mattered. Dude, that viewership would be easy, like 1.2 million. Let's be real, guys. That's a lot of
What it is, it's how they gonna get how they have to make it happen again.
It was around 1.2 million for Thurman Porter, I think it was. So if you think about that, how does that equal out in regards to revenue? I know people have to buy ESPN Plus, but we didn't have
how it works out. How it works out in revenue is this: first, you have to establish a sport again, because how it comes down to is this: say you're an advertiser, right? Coca-Cola, fucking one of the big, guys who can afford to spend $10 million for a 30-second spot. Because what happens, like the Super Bowl, for instance, if you want to get an ad in the Super Bowl, you're paying out the ass. You're paying crazy money. So that was the same thing. If it was a Muhammad Ali fight coming on, it was going to maybe show 2 commercials between those 2 rounds. If you go back and look, there were Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Hertz.
There you go.
You know what I mean? There was always something big spending it. That's where the money comes from, is in the commercial. What people are willing to spend on the commercials.
But with boxing, technically, if you wanted to, you could do it every round in between with 1 minute, isn't it? If you wanted to.
Yes, you could. You could pump in easily. You can pump in 2, no problem.
Yeah.
You can pump in 2, no problem. And that's what it comes down to, is it's the product's got to be there. And then, they make it on the commercial.
Let's be real, because PBC does all this bullshit about these pay-per-views. They could have literally extended you know how the wait times is when they're taking their breaks? Let's be real. Over all that money, they could extend that more for commercials. They could have worked something out easily, dude, if they really wanted to.
I reckon
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Am I coming
Yeah, we hear you.
Hey,
Salute to the crew.
Yo, Jackson.
What's up,
What's
bro?
up, man?
We'll be like LDBC guys. Salute to the general.
Honestly, another thing too, if they want to be on free TV, fuck all these random bums and fucking prospect building fights. Just fucking air the main one.
You're right.
Fuck everything else.
Fucking little Hat Man or Ricky's son. Kid's
You know what it is, bro? They're putting dudes that nobody wants to see, bro. They're putting a bunch of black dudes. A bunch
of
everything
in boxing
is mismatches. Over and over, bro. And you guys wonder why I be talking about this motherfucker, and you got to call this shit out. But this motherfucker nothing but race.
You wouldn't even let me
Wait, the NBA is full of black dudes.
All right, guys. Come on, where's the moderators?
Yeah.
Hey,
real quick. We're gonna start muting people. We're gonna start muting people if you guys not naming any names.
No, everybody shut
up. I get it.
Anderson, start muting fucking people if you want.
Yeah. I'm just giving a warning, all right? Just try to chill out one at a time.
Okay,
let me just say this. They put a bunch of PBC dudes. Let me just say this: a bunch of Charles Martins, a bunch of black dudes. Like I said, if you really want to make a star in the sport of boxing, you got to put somebody like Ryan Garcia on Fox. Can you imagine Ryan Garcia, the numbers he would do on Fox, bro? But instead, you put bums like Luis Ortiz that they always put on Fox for some reason. A bunch of random Cuban black dudes that nobody even knows who the fuck they are, bro. They're like 4-1 fighting against some bum ass Mexican dude. So they're wasting these spots on bombs and not putting real fighters on there, bro.
They're trying to cash out on them.
I reckon they have some Americans who are very patriotic, Rocky for I fight you, you fight, all that sort of shit, and the good fighters. I think that might bring more people back into the sport. Maybe there's not enough. And that's
and they were still doing numbers, right? I don't think that you don't need to be patriotic.
Well, actually, the numbers during the BLM shit, the numbers plummeted.
Yeah, but still, it was still.
They still survived. I mean,
how can you be patriotic when everybody's
in the second, they didn't even start being pro-patriotic. They just didn't. They weren't political, really. They did fine. All the fucking
they
go
just
woke, go broke people came back immediately. Well, there you go. You don't have to be pro-America. You just need to be entertaining.
Right.
Well, right now, nationalism is considered. Yeah, that's considered being a Nazi. Before, being proud for your country. That's the whole thing behind the Olympics. It's you're getting behind your country.
That's only
Yeah,
true for
because
like white people. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true.
And the
That's
thing
true.
about Ryan, the thing about Ryan Garcia, he speaks English. JJ, he's not even fucking no Spanish. He's only popular because he's popular with other white Americans, black Americans that speak
That's true.
English. You don't speak that other bullshit. You're American,
Hey.
boy. You're American. There's no country on earth, you fucking hater.
Hefe. Chill, man.
Guys,
Chill.
Guys,
You're talking over him. Let logical man make his point. Let logical man make his
Let
point.
me hear my point, bro. Be quiet. He speak English. You guys don't call this guy Mexican until he get big and start winning. He's American, and y'all gonna call him Chicano or something. The dude speaks English, bro. He's popular with Instagram and TikTok. This guy has literally all these young kids watching him. They're not got no fucking Mexican drinking beers and cutting line watching him, you fucking retard. He has an American the audience watching him. I know black kids in school right now, they're like, man, you see Ryan Garcia? Man, that guy's fast in the bag.
What's
they're all
that?
he speaks English.
Kids in the projects eating watermelons, bro. Fuck
You
up.
fucking son.
I'm in another country.
What I mean, who he is.
Nobody brings out the American flag anymore.
Look, the thing is though,
what they fucking do, bro.
Yeah, but you look at people like
they don't even know what they're talking about. They're behind the times.
Yeah, but look, you look at when Meldrick Taylor fought Julio Cesar Chavez. It doesn't care if you're white, black, Asian, whatever. You wanted to be behind the flag. Like Meldrick Taylor did against, it was America against Mexico, not like blacks against Latinos. You know what I mean?
Well, the times have changed.
I'll tell you.
Can I say something about Ryan Garcia? He has a lot of fans on social media. But if De La Hoya would have been fighting in this era, would he have had the similar appeal to as Ryan Garcia? As Ryan Garcia on social media, right?
He would have a better appeal. He had the gold medal. He had the looks. He had the style. He had the swag. I think he would have even way more. He would blow up way more.
Exactly. Yeah. So because now some people are saying that Ryan Garcia is only popular because of the social media thing, but then. De La Hoya, people would have said the same thing about De La Hoya. Oh, well, he's only popular because of the social media presence that he has. But it's...
right.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan Garcia's kind of got a crazy personality, really, man.
He's a TikTok
His personality's not there, bro.
He doesn't even speak Spanish, does he? Does he even speak Spanish?
No.
That's not the problem.
No.
That's not the problem at all right now.
Tyler, what are you talking about? He's a young kid in the game, bro.
I'll tell you the problem. I'm gonna tell you guys.
I said he doesn't have a personality. He doesn't have a personality, bro. He's from an area. He's from an area, and he's from a desolate area.
But I love Haney, but you talk shit about Ryan Garcia. Fuck up out of here, bro.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
He goes to clubs. He kisses girls. He's a ladies man.
Hey, just because Ryan personality doesn't have Ryan Garcia doesn't have a personality. Hey, the same could be said about fucking Devin Haney. But that's kind of like Crawford. It's kind of like Crawford and Spence. They don't have personality. You don't have to like one guy to shit on the other. Fuck both of them. Fuck both of them. You're a fucking cuck, fool. You talk shit about everything. If somebody says something about a Mexican fighter, you get your panties in the. There's a bunch of Mexican fighters. There's a bunch of good Mexican fighters. I don't have to be a fanboy of one particular guy.
You're bending the fucking knee, bro. I don't bend the knee.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Jesus.
You just said you're not biased.
You're a Blake's knees.
Because you said Ryan Garcia doesn't have a personality. How the fuck does he not have a personality, bro?
Oh yeah, so now you get all offended, you get all sensitive, you start acting like a fucking girl. You start acting like a fucking girl just because I said fucking Ryan Garcia don't got a personality. It's true.
Fucking truth.
You're a little pussy fucking immature boy, dude. Shut the fuck up.
One of the biggest fucking names,
right?
Fuck you and Ryan Garcia. Fuck you and Ryan Garcia together.
Fuck you, bro. How about that?
Hang on, how about
you
this?
get all sensitive when they fucking attack the little fucking gay boy, huh?
That's
fucking I might get all fucking butthurt. Yeah, fuck you.
That's not the problem. You know what's funny? About all this? You guys really think the problem is right now that it's Garcia and his marketability. It's not. It's
the problem is the merit of the flags. That's the problem.
Look what the UFC does with their cards. They have 14 fights versus boxing's 4 to 5 cards in one night. They are outworking everybody, and they actually all
white guys on there. That's why.
But no, it's because they actually put on like good fights. I think somebody just said that. It's not fucking prospect versus total bum showcase fights
This
all
is
the
not a
goddamn
race. They're
time.
not matching these guys up correctly. They're not putting anybody together. They need to put
Dana
good
White
cards
doesn't
on.
give a fuck about anybody there. Like he would think somebody's a star. He don't give a fuck.
Bro,
He'll match anybody.
I make more than fucking like most of them UFC fighters. That's fucking crazy. Them dudes are like almost broke, bro.
Yeah.
Look, Ryan Garcia.
Who
cares? Ryan Garcia.
Give you money
He's a
when
good
you haven't
fighter.
produced anything.
Yeah, I don't care about fighter
Yo, if you
pay.
go back
Fighters
to
are
the
overpaid.
70s, Muhammad Ali fought Joe Frazier in 1 year. Henry Cooper, I forget. It was a list of fucking killers, and it was right after he lost to Frazier. George Chuvalo,
73.
Oscar, yeah, he fought 10 times. It was like 8 or 10 times, all killers. And this one, he was, just getting his legs back, and it was almost like prime Ali again. And Frazier was taking layups after he finally ran into Foreman. So that was the good old days. Like Frazier, Ali were ranked 1 and 2 because you had a global sanctioning, ranking.
Yeah,
I was gonna mention.
I'm talking about how you stack them now. You have other cards right now. If you're competing against UFC, they are outworking you.
As it is nowadays, bro. That was a bunch of Black Americans fighting in those days. It
doesn't matter who was fighting.
That
doesn't
matter.
like that.
But hey, listen,
it did matter.
Those Black Americans are some of the best boxers who ever fucking
ever
laced a pair of boxing gloves up, though.
They were great, but it's a different time.
Shit, bro.
It's a different time. It's safety first for a lot of these guys. I was just gonna mention Ryan Garcia's a good fucking fighter, but the things that he says a lot of the times, he's got a lot of potential. He could even become better. He's got a lot of potential, but the things that he says by calling fucking fighters out and not taking the fights, that rubs people the wrong way. That's all I'm fucking saying. Same thing could be said about fucking Tank and some other guys. I'm not pumping this guy up and to make this other guy look better. No, a lot of fighters are like that. There's nothing wrong with me fucking having an opinion that Ryan fucking Garcia's cringe and that Oscar De La Hoya probably wasn't back in the days.
No,
fucking El Jefe gets all stupid.
That motherfucker
gets all stupid. If you watch El Jefe talk, you cannot say nothing that to him he takes it the wrong fucking way because he's just very limited, dude.
No.
He's been talking about Macheco for 6 years.
No. Let me explain myself. You said he doesn't.
No, you don't have to. I'm gonna go on mute. I gotta go pick up some dog shit. I gotta go pick up my dog's dog shit later.
Piece of shit.
Later, man. Hey, you guys want to hear?
Come on,
you want to hear?
That you made like what?
Well, I was gonna say real quick because I gotta get blasted. But you have a funny story about like Marvin Hagler. You know how the press didn't like him. People see him now through rose-colored glasses in this country. Back in the day, outside of New England, most people didn't like him. He was the villain because he destroyed most people. He had a terrible relationship with the media because Marvin's loyal as a motherfucker, but you do him dirty once. You try to write an article and play something silly or misquote him. That's it. He'll never forgive you. He'll never talk to you again. So, but this is what happened with one of the guy from ABC News. It's almost impossible to find it, but it was famous. One of the things he did was, all right, now black people a lot of times they would, depends on who it was, but they would buy, if they bought suits, not zoot suits, but they would, dress in a more flamboyant style. Not Marvin. Marvin went down to Eastern Clothing, right? Off the fucking rack, not off the rack. Custom-made Italian suits. Always dressed to nines, but real classic Italian, double-breasted. And somebody made a comment like, how come you don't he goes, what? Because I'm black, I'm supposed to wear a zoot suit, you racist motherfucker. And it was like one of the guys from ABC News. And it was so, and I'm like, normally I hate when people play the race card, call somebody, but it was so true because here was this dude and he was dressed in a silk, but classy, double-breasted Italian suit that he spent a lot of money. But somebody was asking why I don't dress because a lot of the guys in the 70s wearing fur coats and the big hat, feather in them. Yeah, that's what and he was like, why? Because I think he not even said something like that, but yeah, that always went around. It was one of the guys who was supposed to take Howard Cosell's place, and that cost him his job. That really fucked him up because
Jimmy,
it was stupid the way he put it.
You're talking about, Hagler, there's I talked to somebody from Boston, one of my logistics coordinators at work, and he knew Marvin, and Marvin was not as dedicated as everybody says. He said he saw him ramming lines of coke and stuff. I thought this guy was committed, and he was.
I've seen a documentary that Marvin Hagler hired this specific building near a beach. It's like a desolate old place.
Yeah, he must
And
have blew a bunch of lines out there.
But that was after he retired, after he got out of boxing.
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of the
that would
guys
make
do that though.
Yeah,
Because a lot of guys, what happens? Well, yeah, he moved to Italy. He moved to Italy. He was so disgusted with what everything happened, the politics of it, and boxing. He just wanted to get away, and he moved out to Italy. Started doing Italian westerns. Actually, he actually spoke Italian. Ended up speaking Italian fluently. Actually, I think he spoke 3 languages. But he started because a lot of those guys do that. What happens is the excitement. Now think about it. Imagine being that dude in the ring, and they're saying your name.
I was
you got
there.
50,000 people fucking calling your name. You're living, and you want to recapture that high. Man, you're in your early 30s, mid 30s, and all of a sudden you're never going to feel that good again. That's a rough thing to think of. So what do they physically for the serotonin levels? Cocaine. All of a sudden you do a gaga. You're like, ooh, I got that feeling again. Like, so they chase the high. That's the reason why I think a lot of them do it.
Well, Leonard was a John head too.
Leonard offered him a rematch off the Duran fight, I think around 1990, but I don't know if he just wasn't interested at that point or whatever.
Yeah, he was almost 200 pounds. He was almost 200 pounds. He was living in fucking Italy. They were paying him really good money making fucking spaghetti westerns and shit. So he didn't want nothing to do with it.
See, Marvin was a good guy, like you say, Jimmy, but he did get screwed on early on in his career, but he was mobbed up, wasn't he? Like,
what it was, he was protected. I can tell you exactly how that went down. He was protected by the mob, meaning the Petrocellis were connected. They had relatives who were made out of Providence. The mob wanted Hagler to throw a match, and he refused to. And it came down from Raymond Patriarca, who was running the New England mob at the time. It was a fighter he was backing, and he knew Marvin would have been the fucking 20-1 fucking favorite. So he wanted him to throw it, and he wouldn't do it. He's like, fuck you, I ain't throwing a fight. I'm not going to do it. Normally, that could have got himself fucked up, but physically, but the Petrocellis was the buffer. That never happened, but what that did happen is they made him wait till almost his 50th pro fight before they gave him a title shot.
Oh, is that against that Italian? I remember that.
Well, right through the 70s, the most powerful man in boxing was a made member of the Gambino family. Go look up online right now. The guy who ran MSG, who decided, you know what I'm saying, who decided who was going to fight there, was a made member of the mob.
What was his name again? I know Customato was always.
Wasn't Blinky, right? Was it Blinky Palermo or something?
Yes, it was. That was one of them. Blinky Palermo was one of them. Blinky was one of his boys. I don't know if that, but he was.
He ran Liston, Jimmy. That was
dude. Listen, whoever ran that
hot-shotted Liston.
Well, Madison Square Garden, the reason why they call it they call it the fucking, the Mecca, is that was where all the big fights happened. So everybody wanted to fight. And he ran that place. You didn't fight there unless he told you could. So he was the most powerful man in boxing, and he was a made member of the mob. But the mob, now, here's what's good about the mob. It wasn't always bad, because this is the reason why. What draws the gamblers? Close, competitive fights. They don't want to
just like Muay Thai.
So nobody wants gamblers don't go to 14-1 underdogs.
Dude, like Muay Thai fights crack me up. They'll change the weight of the fighters, even if they fought previously. They fought at 130, and the other guy won. They're like, well, this other guy had a hard time making weight, so this fight's going to be at 140 now. They make it more competitive. Like, they have no chill out there. They're just like, we'll make this. They literally tailor the fights around the gambling. It's the exact opposite of what we do out here. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I missed that whole Atlantic City scene, but my family had a beach house in Ocean City. But I was born in '93, so I missed like the Tyson era and everything. And
it was awesome.
Awesome. The Tyson era was all on YouTube. Big question.
Tyson, yes, it is. Not the whole era.
Yeah, New Jersey, the fucking when New Jersey had all the fights, Atlantic City. Dude, it was awesome because you could run from hotel to hotel partying and shit.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. You'd run into No, it was because it was like Vegas. The strip is big. You can go all over the place. There, you were condensed. So like when I said one night, I think I might have saw like 10 different celebrities, like from fucking Al Pacino, Donald Trump. Like you would just because there was only 3 or 4 hotels I could be at. The place was awesome.
You're probably
Yeah,
at
the
the
Taj
Taj
Mahal.
Mahal when he had it.
It was a phenomenon though, because even in other countries, like in Mexico, man, Tyson was like, it was at a fever pitch, dude. It was crazy. I
He
guess
was
you have to
huge.
live it to understand it.
He was
And
huge,
Tyson
man.
he always made it to Mickey Ward's fights. He was always at Mickey's fights. A lot of the times he came. Yeah, but a lot of times he came incognito. Like he wouldn't try to do a red carpet thing or walk through the front door because he didn't want to make it about him. He was that type. But he was real good friends with Mickey. They became friends back in the amateurs, and they became even closer friends after they became pros. Also with Arturo Gotti, he was friends. There's a picture of him with Arturo and Arturo's little brother when they were in their teens still, or like maybe 20 years old.
Huh.
Well, the Julio Cesar Chavez phenomenon was also. It went hand in hand with the Tyson era, the Julio Cesar
Don
Chavez
King, was
phenomenon.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the little heavyweight champ and Chavez, and I watched a video of Tyson sparring, and this is Tyson at 87. He literally looked like Lomachenko, even better.
dude,
Like this guy's
you're right.
footwork was unbelievable.
One thing we can all agree on: the 80s and 90s was boxing prime at its best. That's when nobody ducked nobody. Everybody fought everybody.
I would say 65 through 85. I think he had the biggest, best fights.
I mean, like,
20
talking about
years.
heavyweight,
I would say
welterweight.
90s just because of the age. Like I'm nostalgic. That was my years when I was growing up. Those are the guys I saw fight. So like when people say like Mike Tyson wasn't as good as he was, I don't want to say I get defensive, but it makes me kind of like wonder what the fuck people are looking at. I feel anybody right now.
I had this talk with my partner one time, and he even said it when I was like, because I used to be like that too. Like Mike Tyson ain't all that. The problem is, like Mike Tyson used to knock people out so quick. I mean, it just made it look like
you never knew. Yeah.
Well, see, Mike Tyson he'll be the first to tell you, with him, his natural skills were there, his speed, his time, and his power. It was always a mental thing with Michael, and nobody worked him like Costamato because it was like family to him. The only person he ever felt of like a mother was fucking, he was very close with Rooney too, Kevin, was Costamato's sister. And you got to remember, right after around 88, when he started making those $30 million paydays, next thing you know, here come the fucking Muslims and Farrakhan, and they started fucking with him. They were telling him he couldn't have anything to do with Cuss's sister after Cuss died because she was she was just a white woman using you. And he's like, "What are you talking about? She doesn't ask for nothing." And he never forgave them for that. And so he started pulling away from them. They made him fire his lawyer, Bill Clayton, because he was a Jew, and he fired Bill.
He didn't like Bill. I read the book, and his first guy. Who was the first guy? Jimmy, his first manager, not Cuss. It was Bill Clayton and Jim Jacob.
Yeah, well, Cuss was his first guy. Cuss took him in when he was like a young man.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about his business
his
guy.
manager. Oh yeah, his business guy. I don't remember the first guy he had.
It was Jacobs. Yeah, that guy. He was close with him. And then he said Bill Clayton was trying to steal all his money. I read his autobiography.
Well, that's because that's what what's his name was telling him too. Yeah, but then he found out it was King. Don King was charging him $8,000 a month for towels.
And they kicked out Kevin Rooney. And they kicked out Kevin Rooney as well.
Yes, Kevin Rooney. They blasted Kevin too.
So how does that work, Jimmy? That means that Don King was actually his accountant too, right? Because like when somebody gives you like your spreadsheet, like when I'm just saying, like if you're gonna get your W-2 at the end of the year, right? And Don King's paying you. And actually, I want to talk to you about something else later, if we can, about like how much Mike's actual contract was for versus what he got. Because if I'm not mistaken,
most fighters, even then, brother, he would never get this. Nobody gets their whole purse. Very seldom, because the reason why.
I heard he bought out his contract from NBC or something like that initially. So he only got like $30 million of like the $200 million or something like that.
Where he was his promoter, what happened? He had a promoter's license. I mean, like a contract with the meaning, I'll take care of your fucking like most promoters. Like if you sign with Top Rank, he pays for your expenses. Right. So he was just taking care of his expenses. He didn't realize he was charging them. Well, he would itemize it, and he tried to bury $8,000 a month under towels. Like he was using $8,000 a month in towels. But that's how much money he had. He was just milking. But then he found out his cousin was fucking robbing him. They were doing dog fights. He bought the biggest house in America at one point. It's not the biggest anymore, but it was in Connecticut. He only went there like 3 or 4 times, but his cousin was holding dog fights out there. He went and beat the fuck out of his cousin, threw him out because he likes animals. Mike's always been a huge animal. He kept birds when he was a little kid because he knew that they never. Yeah, I know. He loved it. Dude loves animals. Always has. A lot of abused kids love animals because they don't like humans.
They don't forget when Mike Tyson fought. When Mike
What's
Tyson
that, brother?
I was saying animals don't judge you, so when like you're not sitting there looking at them as if like it's another person looking at you from like as the same standard. Of
And
your life. Like,
they depended on him, and shit.
Right.
They knew that,
Exactly.
and he really did love his birds.
Never judged anyone.
But also, when Mike Tyson fought James Buster Douglas, instead of an ice pack, they used ice and condoms.
Well, that's because they didn't bring one with them.
Well, it's the same thing.
You know
I mean,
that, right?
cold
He thought
compression, but
he
they
was gonna
didn't know.
knock him out in 4 rounds.
Well, N-swell is a big chunk of steel that you leave inside a thing of ice, like it's a frozen ice. Look, and then you put the big chunk of steel with it, like a finger hold. Yeah, and what you do is you press the swell. Yeah, you press the blood away from your eye.
From the bell, you know, he was like he walked in. It was almost like a setup for Mike to get fucking blown out.
He was out the night before, dude, till like 5 o'clock in the morning, getting lit up. Yeah,
he wasn't taken seriously.
Because he went to Japan, they treated him like a god. I mean, they mobbed him. Literally, there was 30,000 people waiting for him at the airport when he showed up in Japan.
And he
Buster Douglas fight, and if we look at the Buster Douglas fight and everything, they cheated him because he been down already for that amount of time. I think it was more of a thing that Japan just wanted to see more action, and that's where it all just went to shit for that fight.
Well, and Mike Tyson was great, but it was only for a short period of time, maybe like for 5 years, because he had to be perfect because he was shorter, so he had to be perfect when he was when he had to take like that angle and keep his punches tight.
Right.
The way he would enter against the opponent's wheelhouse, he had to fucking take that angle like exactly and be sharp and fucking tight with it to get inside.
It was like fluid.
I think
like you were mirror
the
him.
margin of error was small.
Yeah, and now it just gets complicated. If you're not that fast when you're coming inside, just by a little bit, when he was off, it was going to be difficult for him.
I agree.
Yeah, and again, it was all mental. That's when he started fucking up, and it's an ugly place. You can have all the money in the world. You can have hundreds of millions of dollars and feel completely and utterly alone. His wife would drag him on television, made him admit that he was taking fucking depressants, which made him feel like shit. He felt he didn't have a friend. Oh, wicked. And she was a Harvard, think about it. She was a Harvard graduate, right? One of the, you know what I mean? Raised up. So now here's a kid who he didn't even go past 7th grade, and she's a Harvard graduate. And it was just, and she wouldn't even let him speak. She manipulated him, and then on top of it, he didn't have anybody in the world he could speak to once Cuss was gone, because he said everybody fucking. I think they were my friends, and he would try to become friends with anybody. Mike would be your friend if you were a fucking garbage man. He didn't care. But within 2 or 3 times with them, they're asking him for money. And to Mike, I was like, man, you ain't my friend, dude. You're here for my money. So he became so mentally obsessed with that. But when you're that way, dude, and you don't have it, like he said, I didn't have an education. I was driven by rage. So that combination of I would instantly always get angry first, and then driven by rage, and then then you find out later in life that he was raped on top of everything else as a small kid by someone who should have been looking out for him. Instead was raping him.
You told me. He was told me that.
He was being raped.
Yeah, and his mom died.
He was a child. He was a fucking child. You know what I mean? You're a child. There's nothing you can do for that. You know, he was a child.
If you think about the viciousness of how he fought, sometimes that actually makes a lot of fucking sense. Like he might have been like projecting that in his mind.
Of course he was.
You're that guy.
Cuss would whisper that in his ear, dude. Cuss would whisper that shit in his ear. Looking back, it probably wasn't a smart thing to do. It was because it would wind him up so much. He had a hard time after the fight.
Yeah, you
didn't about Mike Tyson too. Mike Tyson had for heavyweight at that time, bro. Nobody could not even adjust to his body type and his physique. It was just so unorthodox. And then he's bobbing, weaving, moving, boom, 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 boom. It's over. It's like it was nuts. It was fucking ecstatic and nuts.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy. I'll tell you what. I'm surprised he didn't go to that Evander Holyfield route and try to become undisputed cruiserweight first before he went to heavyweight. Might have maybe kept him on track a bit longer. Big.
He was like 215. Like when he
Yeah,
was he was already too big. Like literally.
When he was 16,
cruiserweight back then was 190.
190.
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
it wasn't 205.
There was no cruiserweight back then, actually. I think when he first started, so he could
yeah,
have
there was no
done it anyway.
cruiserweight. Yeah, and
He could have
when he
done
was
it anyway.
when he was 16 years old, he came in. He fought at the gloves at 175, I think, at 16.
He probably
was
cut
fighting
he was probably cutting
175.
a leg off. He was huge at 13 years old. When they have videos of him at 13 years old, he looks like a linebacker in the NFL. He literally does. So if you think about like if
big
you're
hands, man.
You're going to start cutting the weight off at that age. Like, good luck with that. You know, he's going to get bigger. You know, so like, what are you going to do? He might not get physically taller, but he filled out. So if he's already walking around like 210, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, he's
just
barely 5'10".
I never got your reaction, Jimmy. How did you feel about the Usyk and Joshua fight, the second one?
I thought Joshua did better. I think he got better. I think Garcia helped him. He just got befuddled. He just couldn't keep up with the speed and the movement. Usyk, it just tires him out.
Levels.
I don't think he has the stamina to do what needs to be done to get Usyk out of there. I think that's the real problem.
Like, he was going to the end. Like, he was going, but
yeah, he did better.
He
did better.
I mean,
he didn't step on the
people
gas,
are going to be
though.
surprised when they put him in there with Fury. Usyk is going to play. Fury is fast for his size, but compared to Usyk, like
it looks like Fury's going to be fighting. Fury's fighting Joshua in December.
That's fucking happening, bro. Did they already sign contracts and shit?
Well, it was Joshua. Joshua called him out.
Negotiating, but
Joshua called him out.
Agreed to everything.
Well, listen, Fury. I thought it was kind of punkish because honestly, the reason why it's like the dude's come off 2 losses. You should let him be alone. And I think Fury was just kind of fucking was one of those things. I'm going to call him out. He's not going to take the fight, so I'm going to look like he's ducking me, and just to make him look like a punk, because you can tell Fury don't like him. I think he's kind of shocked that he said, "Fuck it, I'm going to fight you. Let's do it." I don't think Fury expected that. But here's the situation. Now that it was Fury who badmouthed him, called him all kinds of names because he didn't want to think, but he contradicted himself. Fury said, because the Joshua fight is the biggest fight in boxing, right? But I can't mess up that Usyk fight. What are you talking about? If Joshua, he didn't make sense. So I think he was kind of like virtue signaling, and I think that Joshua called his bluff and said, "Okay, let's do it. I'll fight you on that date."
AJ still beats him, Jimmy. I think it's a bad style for him.
I honestly don't even want to see that fight. If Anthony Joshua is going to fight anybody, Anthony Joshua, I mean, because even though, and y'all heard I was just going to say the same thing, because even though I don't want Wilder fighting anymore, because, but regardless of the situation, like, that's the guy he got to fight. In the heavyweight division, if they fight and then, whoever wins against Usyk and Usyk and Tyson Fury, however that goes.
AJ, Black TV, why do you think Wilder shouldn't fight again? Why do you think Wilder shouldn't fight again?
Because that's why.
He's done. He's right.
He likes him. That's one of his favorite fighters. He doesn't want him to get hurt. I understand. Here's what it is.
What is he going to get after this? What are we talking about?
This is the same reason why I don't want to see, bro. Everybody knows on this channel I hate Canelo with a passion. I don't want to see Triple G fight Canelo, bro, because he's old. I love Triple G. I love Triple G, but bro, he's just too old, man, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, my boy.
And you're being consistent because Black Chibi has always been a fan. He's always complimented Triple G. So he's not lying there.
But you got to have some faith in him.
I said the same thing, guys. I said the same thing. I said before the fight was even announced, I was hoping he would retire. Because why? Why keep going, dude? Like, just why? Because but then you find out his wife.
Can I just say
American style.
But hold on. Here's the thing, though. Okay, Golovkin's old. Yeah, numerically speaking, he's old. Obviously, the numbers don't lie. But he's still a unified champion in the middleweight division. He beat Murata. Maybe he didn't look good early on in that fight, but he ended up beating the younger man who was a champion and who was dangerous. And on the other hand, you had Deontay Wilder, who couldn't beat Tyson Fury, and he got destroyed 2 times.
Hang on.
I can understand why you want Wilder to retire, but I don't understand why you would want Golovkin to retire when he hasn't been defeated definitively yet.
Everybody's going to agree and disagree with me on this, but listen, okay. Instead of Canelo Alvarez taking that DAZN contract, if he would have took the PBC contract, it would have made more sense to me because it's just more of a high risk, low reward. It's more of a thing that I feel, and I might be wrong here, but I feel like that. But Canelo Alvarez felt like, okay, if I can get rid of Big Beaver, I can easily beat Triple G, and I think that's where his mindset is at.
No, but you're gonna, Black Chibi, he doesn't pick his fights. He doesn't pick his fights, dude. It's his corner. His boys do. He's out playing golf. He's out playing golf, and they tell him, "Hey, dude, Bevel, that's who the man we're doing." Like they literally pick who he's gonna fight.
Fans not scared.
There's some unfinished business with Canelo. He wants to definitively prove. Yeah, and is Triple G old? Yeah, and a lot of people don't give Triple G the credit. He's got 23 defenses at middleweight. He don't get the credit. I remember when Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman. Oh, they said Pacquiao's career, his legacy is already solidified. Yes, true. But when he beat Keith Thurman, that was more than the cherry on top. That was like, he became the oldest. He became the oldest fucking welterweight champion in history. Imagine the ramifications. What would it mean for Triple G's career if he beats fucking Canelo at 40? Not only would he become the oldest super middleweight champion, he fucking put that stamp seal of approval on his fucking career that nobody could deny that he's an all-time great. Just think about the rewards.
Let's be honest here, Gonzalo. Who you think gonna win this fight?
Okay, look,
I'm
just
gonna say real quick. I'm just gonna say real quick. Chin and power, they both got power, and they both got a good chin. Stamina. Canelo doesn't have great stamina, and Triple G's older. So if Triple G's older and stamina counts and age counts, he's not fucking. Canelo's not doing that much incredibly better in that category than Triple G is. So it's pretty fucking even.
I want to explain also too why I wanted Triple G to retire. It wasn't for any I didn't want him to I didn't want him to retire to keep him dark or somebody. It's because he was one of my one of the favorite fighters I had in the last. And all the guys I like over my life never knew when to call it when. And I didn't want that to be him. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody always hung in too long and ended up taking severe beatings. And then they're slurring their words in their 40s, getting headaches. They can't go in the sun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, walk away, dude. You made a ton of money. He's invested in shit, I guess, restaurants, car dealerships, and he's doing all right. But then you find out his wife really wants money. So it was that was my motivation. Go out on top, you still have never taken a beating. Nobody's ever given you a beating. They might have robbed you, but you've never taken. So that was my motivation. Not that I didn't think he could still go and beat Charlo or anybody else. I'm like, walk away at that age, on top of the game. And I think it's because he is a little bitter and he wants to. So I'm still fucking having his car. But that was the reason why. Because nobody ever walks away when they say they're gonna, except for Mickey, and that's because he had no choice. Because his family, everybody was gonna fucking. He knew he had no choice.
I think it's the opposite, though, Jimmy. Some guys get so. You're talking about a guy that's kind of. I wouldn't say approaching. I think he already approached his zenith, right? He's already hit his apex, but at the same time, he's going down the hill. It's like there's a lot of money on the way down here. You can't pass that up.
But he's also getting better, Quags. He's a student of the game. He adds new tools to his arsenal, and I see Triple G being on such a. You got to think. So the 2 fights were what they were. So and Triple G pretty much beat him pretty easily in both of them. So this fight will probably be really even. So one guy will really have to step up to kind of make it definitive.
There's some stylistic differences that'll make it that Canelo has the advantage because of the waist movement and the counter punching and probably the advantage in speed because he is a younger guy. But Triple G's going to throw a lot of punches, more than Canelo. Yeah, he'll miss more because Canelo will make him miss. And make no mistake, GGG is gonna have to walk through. He's gonna take some punishment, man. But I'm saying he can still probably win. It's a close fight on paper to me.
But Gonzalo, at 40 years old, he might find out that night that he can't throw more punches. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
When you finally grow old in the ring,
you have
it's an ugly thing.
minute.
Like exactly. You can't. Your body doesn't do what you want it to do.
And
You know
this
what I'm
is the
saying?
thing, and this always happens in boxing. At the end of the day, bro, we always see this. Our favorite boxer gets old, and then they get beat by the younger boxer because and let's be honest here. If they go to split decision, they're gonna give it to Canelo.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
goes the distance. Yeah,
I watched.
definitely.
You know what helps the GGG a lot, and I went back and watched the Morata fight yesterday. When he throws like a right hand or because he's also got like a great left hook, and that's the punch that he throws over the top. He'll freeze you in place. He'll ring your bell, and when you got your bell rung, you're kind of stuck on stupid. Then he already knows that when he hits you the first time, he can double up on the punch because you got your bell rung. You can't move. You're fucking frozen in place. That's what Triple G does. He knows that. I'm gonna tag you, and you're gonna be like right there to be hit again because you can't unscramble your brain.
Yeah.
But Canelo is not Murata, and let's be honest with ourselves. That fight with Murata was not one of Triple G's best performances. I honestly thought it was great.
It was a great dude. Any performance where you have to walk through fire and then you end up knocking that fool out is better than a fucking split decision or unanimous decision on paper. No fucking fighter that goes the distance and goes 12 rounds. You don't want to either. You don't get paid for fucking extra time. So you want to leave it in the judge's hands. If you catch some punches on the way in, but you end up destroying that fucking dude, a fucking knockout is always going to be better than a decision. I don't care what anybody says.
Agreed. No,
even a fucking masterclass. Fuck a masterclass.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's actually that's how the fight's scored. Actually, knockouts supersede decisions. Right? If I knock you out, we don't go to decision. So. In the criteria of how it's scored, you're absolutely correct. So that's exactly.
Am I gonna take some hits? Am I gonna take some hits on the way in? Oh, of course, because nobody's gonna fucking knock out another person on the fucking back foot. So obviously you gotta fucking you gotta go in there and take a little bit of fucking punishment. But people don't see that. They don't know. Oh, he took some punishment. He's a fucking bum.
Yeah, but he was a big, tough Japanese dude who'd never been stopped before.
Exactly.
Never been stopped before. Triple G went in there and stopped him. Yeah. Look at he's never been.
I was going to ask this earlier. Well, how do you think Charlo would do against Murata? How do you think that shit would go?
That would have been a fucking war. That would have been a war because Murata's tough.
I don't think Charlo stops him. I don't think he has enough. I don't think he's smart enough to literally figure out how to sit down on that guy.
Hold on. First off, which Charlo are you talking about? Jamal Charlo?
The one at 60. The one at 160.
Oh, yeah. He might would have won the decision because he would have been too the more that Jamal Charlo goes in and become bigger, the more cautious he gets, and that's the more that people like me start to not really fucks with him like that.
He's not incredibly limited.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if he doesn't do something in his career, it's going to affect the relationship with his brother. You watch, he's always going to be jealous of his brother, of what his brother's accomplished. He should. No, I know, I agree. Yep.
No, his brother done outstanding things, and I commend him for that. Like, when he took that Castaño fight, and Castaño was a hell of a fighter, man.
Tough dude.
No, even with the draw, I thought both of it, bro. Because even as me, because I wanted the first fight, I wanted Jamel Charlo to win. But after that fight was over, I said to myself,
Hey guys, let me read.
Charlo lost that first fight.
Hold on, can I just read a super chat here from Rider of the Storm? Rider of the Storm, thank you for your contribution. He says it's funny that PBC fans wanted Canelo to take the high risk, low reward fights, but have excuses for Tank Davis and Charlo as to why they don't take big fights. Yeah, it's a whole contradiction over there at the PBC, man.
I literally just said, hold on, I'm a PBC fan, and I literally just said this. I don't respect Jamal Charlo. Oh, how he's going about this. Why is he fighting these no names? Like, bro, fight somebody.
Maybe he wasn't talking about you.
I don't think
but I'm a
you're-
PBC fan.
Well, you know, how is he supposed to know that?
Business model. Go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
Oh no, it's all right, dude. I was just.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't think you're
I
a
hate the
PBC fan. I think
PBC.
you're a
It's
fan.
disgusting.
You're trying to make yourself into a PBC fan. You just need to like what you like, man. You don't have to like that guy.
Is this Canelo's biggest payday? I mean, is possible payday? I mean, who else is there? Right, Charlo. People keep talking about Charlo, but would that fight make more money than this fight against Golovkin?
He's still a $35-40 million man. Even if he was to fucking squeak out a victory tomorrow night, he's still going to be the face of boxing, without a doubt. He would still go to if he wanted to go next and go back and say fight Charlo or fight Benavidez, he'll get $35 million. No question asked.
And he can demand it. You're right.
You know why nobody wants to fucking face Golovkin, and people say Golovkin been ducking Charlo, Andre Ward. No, you know why people don't want to face fucking Golovkin, and Canelo done it. He's gonna do it 3 times already. Nobody does that because you're not gonna knock him out. So that means you're gonna go fucking 12 rounds with them. You're gonna go 12 rounds with fucking Triple G, and that's a fucking daunting thing to fucking understand.
I'll tell you right.
I can't agree with that because let's be honest. Even though I feel like he won that second fight, and that's how I feel. But it was a moment. I think in round 6 and round 7, I thought that Golovkin was going down.
What?
Really?
Yeah, man, Golovkin was never even hurt in that fight.
I don't see that at all. But
The only person hurt was Canelo. He was the
Canelo
only
was
man.
hurt. Yeah, the only one hurt in that fight was Canelo in the 10th round.
If you look at both fights, like
And even then, he wasn't even
had a
that
better
hurt.
control over the first fight, but in the second fight, he did way more damage. But it was in spurts, you know. It was because Canelo was more keen to the program, for lack of a better term. Like Canelo's used to him, so Triple G was like, "Fuck, man, I need to fit these shots in here and there," and that's what we got.
He pulled out his bag of tricks, you know, and he won that fight.
And
We're talking
this
about real,
happens, man.
you know,
Like,
boxing.
if you're gonna fight a guy more than once, you're gonna have big ass problems because they get used to you, and they both had the same kind of problems with each other. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have the same shit in this fight. They know exactly what they want to do. There's not. I have no idea why people are talking about somebody really getting knocked out. I really don't think they're willing to do it to each other. I don't.
I think Triple G's going in there to take this guy out once and for good. I think
he'll try. I don't think he has the lungs for it, though, Jax. I think he has the heart. I think when he goes in to do it, something will, like, his body will back him off. He's like, all right, I'll re-jab, I'll keep him on the ropes, and I'll reset, and I'll try to re-gauge the combination. Canelo's good, man. Like, if you look at, dude, he is. Like, if you look at how he sits down on when you throw body shots, he's one of the best catch and shoot counter punchers I've ever seen.
And you know,
everybody talks about, like, why don't you go to the body? Why don't you go to the body? Well, because it's dangerous to go to the body on these guys.
And
you have to understand. Like, I know Jimmy knows. I know you know too, Jax, because you did amateurs on all that shit. But people don't understand if you haven't been in the ring. Like, well, if I give up that my hands away from my face, and this guy decides to eat that, now I could potentially take something to my head. So now you have to think 3 steps ahead of that shot. Yep. So I'm going to throw this shot, and I need a duck now after I throw it. And if I have to duck after I throw that shot, now I'm out of position. How am I supposed to pressure you? And these things, like, affect the fight. You know, like, you can't just sit here with a guy like that. You know,
it's
like,
all patterns and changing them up, and you know they're gonna have to do that. There's gonna be a lot of the same sequences. Canelo definitely land that left hook to the head, which looks like it's going to the body, but he'll land that throughout the fight.
The only way how Triple G's winning this fight is he's going to dog out. But other than that, if he don't really be smart and strategic about it, you feel me? Because now we're not talking about Bivol versus Canelo. Because I kind of seen Canelo losing that fight. But with this fight, I swear I want the Triple G to come out on top so we could just end the Canelo era. But if he don't,
that'd be nice. Yeah.
Chibi. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I don't want to end the Canelo era. I actually like Canelo for what he is.
I do.
Chibi,
Fuck Canelo.
but you gotta Chibi, you gotta understand things. Bibble is not Triple G. This is what Triple G got. He got a tough chin and a heavy punch plus boxing skills. But when you got a tough chin and a heavy punch, that is in a form boxing IQ because you are afforded to do things that other people would have to get on their fucking bicycle to navigate certain situations. He's got shortcuts. He can take shortcuts because he'll pressure you and he'll put you in a position that you can't get too fucking cute with them. He's closing in the walls on you. So what are you gonna do?
Bro, Gonzalo. Exactly what I'm saying. He is not good.
Well,
because
listen,
go ahead, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
No, sorry, I'm having a delay. I'm trying to catch everybody in between. No, I was gonna say, guys, to props for Canelo. He's fighting the heaviest puncher he's ever fought, the hottest puncher he's ever fought for the third time. And I'm trying to you guys gotta understand, man. Getting just letting Triple G in a 12-ounce glove or a 10-ounce. What is it? It's 168. 12-ounce glove. Oh, is it? Oh, 10. Okay, 10. That's right. 8 at 41.6. So a 10-ounce mitten punch you just in the arm. Just let him fucking punch you in the arm and just drive home with that fucking thing throbbing. And you'll say, holy shit. Imagine getting hit in the fucking jaw head. And so now Canelo's going to face him for the third time. So even if you made him wait a few years, that takes a lot of fucking stones because yes.
I didn't ask you this. Who do you got for this fight?
I got Canelo by split decision. I think it's going to be a good-ass fight.
Pretty much the same thing.
Sleeping. I think people are acting like Triple G is going to sit here and be an old man. I think he's actually going to leave everything out, and I think Canelo will get. I think he'll get the split decision, but it won't be as controversial for us to bitch about.
Jimmy, what does it do to Canelo's legacy if he loses to a past prime Triple G?
Nothing.
It's over.
It's over.
Nothing. Nothing. That's terrible.
Listen, clearly it would affect his overall legacy, like in a consideration of where he stands on the Mount Rushmore of Mexican champions. Like as it is now, he's building a career towards that. So of course, if he was to lose the Canelo, without a doubt, the pressure's on him tomorrow night. It's nothing on Triple G. He's expected to lose. He's 40 years old. I need to see him tomorrow. I want to see what he looks like with his shirt off, at the weigh-in. I want to see how dry they look, how veiny they look.
We had the weigh-in.
Wait, Jimmy.
I know, but I haven't fucking studied it. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't watched the video.
Triple G looks in shape, man.
I see that. Would you do not look at if you did against Morati?
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He looked pretty good. He looks pretty good.
Looks like he's on them roids, Jim.
So Canelo says he's still the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, right? If that's the case, you should be able to destroy a past prime Triple G. That's my opinion.
No. Hold on. Why is he past his prime though? The age, right?
Because he is. Did you see the Murata fight?
Yeah, he stopped the guy who never been stopped.
He was a champion. He was a champion.
This
wasn't Andre Berto. This wasn't Andre Berto. This was
Murata had never been stopped though.
So if Murata ain't that good, and the other people that Triple G's beating to get the 3 belts that he has now, why ain't other people fucking getting those belts? Because they fucking can't. And why can't they take him away
Triple G doesn't want to fight those other guys.
What do you mean? He only has 2 belts right now.
I think Murata.
Let me see. I'm in my fucking prime. I'm in my prime. I want a fucking championship. Let me face the fucking champion. Triple G. Oh no, I'm not gonna fucking fight him. No, hell no. Fuck, that's how people think, man. But then he's
he's not worth it. I agree. I agree with Gonzalo.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Think about what you go through to fighting that guy. Why do you think Canelo was like, fuck, man, this is taking 4 years? And who
okay. Let me ask you guys a question. What's a tougher fight, Benavidez or Triple G?
No. We're not even going to bring up Benavidez right now.
Why in the hell?
I'm just saying, let's not act like this is some tough challenge for Canelo. This is old. This is old news by this point.
This is the guy. This is the hold on. This is the guy. This is the guy. This is the guy. Charlo is calling out.
Here come the Canelo
Yeah,
fanboys.
Carlo
this
was
is
calling them out, and everybody
is-
was praising him.
You think this is gonna be an easy fight?
So that's pathetic.
Are we trying to talk?
I was gonna go the other way with that. I was gonna say Canelo fucking actually. It's not like we've seen it. It's the same old thing. He lost the first fight, no question asked. Regardless, I'm not gonna celebrate a judge's decision. You know what I mean? A robbery. In the second fight, I scored it a draw at best. So right now, this would be the rubber match. Yes, he's 40 years old, but to say he's in he's an easier fight than Benavidez, like it's a given. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, that is 100% a given. Of course, any rational person would admit that.
Just be honest.
Now, you guys are trying to hang on. You guys are trying to pretend how brave Canelo is for picking on a 40-year-old middleweight.
Thank you.
So brave.
Who's one of the hottest punchers in that division, dude.
This is a joke narrative. We need to destroy this narrative. We know why he's a 40-year-old man.
I like this guy.
He doesn't want to fight a 25-year-old.
Seriously, dude, you really gotta start listening then, because if that's the guy you're using right now, come on, dude. No, it's not the facts, dude. Just because you say it doesn't make it the facts. I can tell you what is the facts. Canelo at Triple G is the hottest punching. He's still the hottest puncher at 160. Even at 140.
I don't know about that.
No, I gotta say something, Rebri. Not only that, he's got the highest KO ratio, 85%. Everybody that Triple G's fought, he's fucking knocked out, with the exception of Deveryachenko and fucking Jacobs. He's dropped. The only one that he hasn't dropped is Canelo, and the reason that Canelo does well with fucking Triple G is because his fucking head movement is above anybody else.
Anybody else? Really, Gonzalo? Percentage than Triple G. Take a guess.
What's that?
Gonzalo.
What's that?
Debate, That's not for debate. Triple G's knocked everybody out. He's got the highest percentage.
Not everybody. He didn't knock out. He didn't knock down Josh.
No, listen, I'm not taking listen,
Daniel Jacobs, he knocked Daniel Jacobs down, and Daniel Jacobs came in as a light heavyweight that night on purpose, and he fought just to survive. He fought just to survive.
Jimmy,
listen, Triple G punches devastatingly hard. What's that?
We need to be very honest about Triple G's career.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now, here's the
who's the best fighter Triple G's?
I know what you're going to say. All right, you're not. I'm not going to push your narrative. I'm going to say how it is. Fucking Cotto, world champion, Hall of Fame, first ballot, paid him $1 million. Not to fight him. You had Martinez straight up say, I'm going to fight him. Let's do this. The last minute pulled out. You had fucking Billy's Joe Saunders turn and look to another professional and say, he destroys you and me the same night. He was the most avoided man of his era. No question asked. And everybody he put in front of him, he took it. He did what he had to do and put them out. Daniel Boone had sparred almost everybody around that fucking area. He sparred everyone. And he fucking sparred Kovalev and he sparred Triple G. And when he was asked who punched harder, without even hesitating, he said, "Oh Jesus, Triple G," without a doubt.
Really? Wow.
Without a doubt. Triple G.
Okay, I agree. Can I respond to Jimmy?
Even a younger version of Canelo had to drop the belt at the time because he wasn't prepared. 19 fucking consecutive title defenses, 23 overall. Where did these fucking challengers go? They disappeared. Can you have a whole fucking area and can he have a fucking era where nobody steps to the plate, that he hasn't faced no fucking names that where did they fucking go?
Look, let's be real.
Listen,
he got the fucking defenses.
Because you know what it is? It's driven by hatred. They don't like the man, so they're not going to credit him for all those other things that happens to somebody they like.
I want to respond to you because you're putting words out.
No, dude, you're sitting there saying, let's talk about his career. In reality,
these are the people that don't want to talk about Charlo's career. They don't want to talk about this other guy's career, the PBC, but they focus their whole existence is let's dissect Golovkin's career. And by the way, hold on, Black Chibi. I'm gonna have to mute people. I'm gonna have to mute people. Hold on. No. Shut your mouth.
You're not gonna mute me, you dick.
Rider of the I'm not gonna mute Jimmy. Rider of the Storm, thank you for your contribution. He says Canelo and 40-year-old Golovkin would dog walk everyone at 160 and 168. All right, so there you have it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Never been.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
Really?
let's have
That's
some decorum.
ridiculous.
Let's keep it a bit civil. I know we have a lot of people, but like,
Yeah, let's get real.
yeah.
Can I respond to Jimmy
all right.
real quick?
If you ever talk to me again, I'm
Please
going to turn your
tell
volume
Dog
down.
Walk.
Okay,
Man,
that's
the
my
only
warning.
thing,
Let's
look,
talk about
the
that
only
real
thing
quick.
I'm saying is,
Hold up,
the only
Chibi. Let
thing,
me respond to Jimmy real quick.
Go ahead.
So look, I agree that Triple G was definitely ducked early in his career, but after he fought Canelo, he played it real safe until he
He was
finally secured
38 years
that
old.
third
He was
Canelo fight.
38 years old, dude. He was 38. What
So
happened
Still,
from
he played it
deserve
safe.
he
it.
won the
didn't
first
deserve
title
it.
in 2013, dude. For 5 years, nobody wanted anything to do with him, dude.
Well,
How you making
Nothing.
Okay, Jimmy, let me ask you a
He-
question.
He,
Is
he
there anything you have a
offered
problem with his career?
he offered everyone he offered everybody fucking career high paydays. They all turned it down. That
nah,
Okay, I
none
know
of
you
them
like
denied
Triple G,
that.
but is there anything negative you can say about this guy?
Oh yeah, dude, please. A ton of things. People ask who would win between him and Hagler. I'm like, Hagler. Too much dog, too much
Yeah, I
fucking
would
energy,
disagree with
too much
Jimmy.
speed.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just think he would
I
overwork
think
That's not
him.
negative just because he gets
And
beat by
listen,
all.
and here's my biggest fucking critique of him. Hate the fact that he does that Russian thing where he has to be in a certain position, and I call it to, like, you know, when a fucking a jet comes down on a aircraft carrier, and it's like pull up, and they have to go all the way around and do it again if everything's not perfect. That's the way with him. Like, if he's not in a perfect position, when a guy kind of steps out a little, he has to step back and reset. And I know that what's his name's been working with him with that. Sabalenchas didn't bother because he just worked on his 2-1-2-1-2 power.
Well,
Whereas Sugar Hill has realized
Sanchez had him crowding in the pocket, though, Jimmy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and he
saying?
never worked on his foot. He never worked his footwork, though. And this dude's doing that. He's like, listen, you're taking too long to set up on your punches. No, listen, I have a lot of critiques. I think he fucked up and waiting for Canelo for too long. He ruined the tail end of his career waiting on. Well, yeah, he's a little too stiff, but that's part of the Russian style. And because he throws so much behind his, when you throw everything behind your jab like that, like, I know when I used to box, when I threw my jab, it was at like fucking 50, 55%, because the harder you throw on it, the stiffer you're going to become. And he doesn't care, because he doesn't care about taking punches where I didn't like getting punched. Triple G is one of those dudes who don't mind it. You know what I mean? He let Buck punch him dead in the face, lifted him off the fucking feet, dude.
Is this the Jimmy show? Is this the Jimmy show?
Triple G, come here, Draper. Come here, Triple G fanboy. But I'm gonna say this, dude. It's hard to fucking pick this guy apart and really say that there's anything negative to say. Like, for example, on my part, because he knocks everybody the fuck out, and he probably could be considered. He could probably be considered undefeated. So yeah, fuck, dude. He's one of my favorite fighters of all fucking time because of those things.
Oh,
So
okay. The only thing I want to say. This is the last thing I'm going to
There you go.
Hey, so Triple G, he stayed at the one division his whole career, never became undisputed. He never even cleaned it out. He never even cleaned out the division that he's been sitting at for 15 years.
Why did he not become
generally fought
undisputed?
cans.
Why?
Who's
Why
the
did he
best
not-
fighter ever knocked out? Tell me, who's the
Take
best
after
fighter he
brain
ever
injury.
stopped?
Why did he
David
not become
Lemieux?
undisputed?
Probably David Lemieux.
David Lemieux was a knockout monster at the
He
time.
fought Lemieux.
So he's a quality fighter.
That's the guy you rate for Benavidez,
He's overrated.
right?
He's had one fight in the last 2 years, and apparently he deserves a shot at the undisputed 168. I don't think so.
All the names that all those names that you're missing to really find are the ones that Jimmy mentioned. The superstars that ducked them because he was too high of a risk and low reward. These dudes fucking retired.
You think he should have fought like Andre Ward?
No. This is
Benavidez being ducked, it's excuses, but Triple G being ducked, that's legitimate. Okay.
It's like you're real quick to defend Benavidez, but you forget that the fucking dude got busted for doing coke and he lost his belt.
Benavidez was handling Triple G when he was 15. Let
me stop chasing the titles and let me give the coke kid and the dude that is fucking weight an opportunity now.
Triple G will never step in the ring. He's Benavidez as well. Tomorrow, they're both ducking David Benavidez. That's the facts. That's the reality. You need to talk about. That's the real shit.
He's ducking light heavyweight. That's the only thing that's going on right now.
Why should I be impressed? Why should I be impressed tomorrow watching two duckers? I'm not impressed. Sorry.
You wouldn't know
The
how to be
Canelo
impressed.
versus
You don't know what you're looking at.
with the
That's the problem
Canelo
here.
versus
You're a
with the
novice.
Canelo versus Triple G fight, I'm gonna put it to you like this: if Canelo end up winning, they're gonna be like, "So yeah, you fought an old man that hits
Yeah,
hard." If he
that's what I'm gonna
wins,
say.
I mean, if he loses, they're gonna be like, "Oh well, listen, man, you feel me? You straight up bum because he's way out of his fucking prime." You
Exactly,
feel me?
spot
And
on.
if it's a draw, it's gonna be like, "Oh well, nigga, you just made a draw with an old man." It's a lose for Canelo, regardless of the situation, because he would rather fight somebody that is 40.
What
This
is
fight
your point?
should have been happened. This fight should
What
have
is
been
your
happened.
point?
4
No,
years
It's not a
listen. Here's the
lose. He
thing.
has too
Here's the
many
thing.
fanboys.
You
That's
you
his
see.
fanboys.
No, hold on, hold on.
What's
Here's
your
the
point?
Black Chibi. You're going on.
The fight is
You
happening.
hold on.
You
Shut the fuck.
understand that, right?
All right, who's fucking?
Bucho, tell him to say Canelo with the name. He says it with the U.
Yeah,
And fucking bah, man.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Canelo, like
Here's the thing,
Canelo.
though. You guys see, or some of you guys see, a 40-year-old that you think is washed up like Deontay Wilder, who's even younger than Golovkin.
Whoa,
but
calm
hold on,
down.
hold on. No, you said you wanted Golovkin to. You said
start with a straw man.
Hold on. You said you wanted
Mirage.
Golovkin to retire.
it's
You said
Mirage.
you wanted Golovkin to retire. All right, because he's washed up or whatever. Even though he hasn't been destroyed, like for example Deontay Wilder, right? So he is a unified champion. All right, he's a unified champion. Charlo is not even a unified champion. All right, that's how bad he is. You know, he doesn't even have a big fight in his resume. He has nothing. Yet you guys
Triple
don't
G
compare.
refuses
All
to fight him.
Yeah, no, yeah, right. Get real. No, Rare Breed wants Charlo to fight the old guy. Golovkin.
Exactly.
So Charlo can finally. So Charlo can finally have a big fight after. Now he's 32 years
At
old.
least he's in his division.
He's the same. He's the same.
Now Triple G for years.
Hold on. He's the same. Years. And I cannot believe they're defending Charlo. Okay, now they're trying to portray. Triple G was avoiding Charlo. Get real. He's fighting Canelo. He's much better than fucking Charlo. He's much better than Charlo. Charlo compared to Canelo is nothing. So how is he afraid of Charlo and fighting Canelo? That doesn't make absolutely no fucking sense. You guys don't know shit about boxing. You are pathetic.
Comments like that,
You are
comments like
disgusting.
that are made.
You are
when
the
comments
problem in boxing.
Comments like that are made. That's clear. Listen, that's clearly fucking people talking from a different place other than a love of sport. Because I'll tell you right now, that's so ridiculous. That first off, that Charlo ducked. I mean, Triple G ducked. Why? Because Charlo said, "Where you at, Triple G?" in 2018 at the end of a fucking fight. Not only didn't he ever send Triple G a contract, when he was offered a contract, what did he do? He tweeted out, "Not now." In good time.
Whoa, Jimmy.
That's what he tweeted. He never
Let's say Triple G loses to Charlo.
I'm addressing the one thing, the comment that he said. People said he ducked Charlo. That's a crock of shit. It never happened.
This is why I say that. Wait, let me explain why I said that. Let me explain why I said that. Chibi, hold up, bro.
I'm not talking.
Explain that you said that.
All right.
Okay, let me explain why I said that. I thought Triple G ducked Charlo. Hold up, guys. So the reason I said that is because let's say he fights Charlo and happens to lose, gets knocked out by Charlo. If that happens, that definitely jeopardizes his fight.
How is that proof that he ducked him? How is that proof? Hey,
let me finish, goddammit.
How is that proof?
Finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You can respond after I finish. All right. So if he loses to Charlo, this Canelo fight that we see right now will be out the window. He will never have his final fight.
Einstein, are you serious? Let me finish. You're gonna say something we already know what you're gonna say, but that doesn't prove that Triple G dogged Charlo. Do you understand that? You're not proving anything.
Sense. It's common sense.
It's not. You're not proving anything, you dumbass.
You can't just make up something out of thin air and then say. You can't just make something up and then use it as a basis of an argument.
You're a fucking idiot. Seriously, you're not proving anything.
Check it out. Canelo can fight wherever the fuck he wants, man. Canelo is in no jeopardy of losing.
This is the power boxer right here. Listen to this garbage.
Rare Breed, you're on.
Hold
on. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's repeat what the genius here, Einstein, the professor. Let's repeat what the professor Rare Breed just said. We asked him, show us proof that Triple G dogged Charlo. well, if Triple G would have lost to Charlo, then he wouldn't have fought Canelo. That's your proof? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
and then you call us, and then you say we are the problem with boxing.
makes
And
perfect sense.
then you say we're the problem with boxing. That's not proof.
But you can say anything that makes perfect
did he send
sense.
the contract? Did he send the contract? You're a fucking
Listen,
idiot, Reed. You're a fucking idiot. You're just exposing yourself. You're exposing
You can't
yourself.
make up a narrative that sounds good and then base it for an argument. You know what I mean? That's not how it works, man.
This is ridiculous, Reed. I'm actually disappointed with this.
Look,
This is one of your worst arguments. One of the worst arguments you've ever made, Reed.
Hey, but look,
And you have a long list. And you have a long list, man. And this is one of the worst.
One thing that stimulates my mind through this whole situation is no, Bucho. Everything that you're saying, I'm not even trying to even come for you. But regardless of the situation, bro, what Deontay Wilder did and what Deontay Wilder did, and this has nothing to do with Deontay Wilder. Did he freaking bum hunt for a couple years? Of course he did. I'm not taking that from you. You feel what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder don't have nothing to do with fucking Canelo Alvarez is trying to take this particular route. Canelo Alvarez said to himself, and I'm pretty sure, even though they say, "Oh, he's not making decisions," Canelo gotta have a say so in this shit. It's him.
Oh yeah,
you feel me? No, but all I'm saying is, he said to himself, "Okay, if I can get past, I know for a fact, if I can get past motherfucking Bivol, you feel me, and then beat fucking Triple G, I will be greatness." You know, instead of saying, okay, well, let me go ahead and fight these fighters that everybody want to see me fight. Let me go ahead and see if I can fight.
What have they done to deserve a fight? What have they done to deserve a fight?
I don't understand what you're
speculation.
saying.
You said the same thing as Rare Breed.
Charlo.
I did not say the same
earning
fucking
his
shit. Bro,
They don't deserve shit.
American fighters, dude. They don't got titles. They don't got nothing to offer.
Fight each other.
Alright, then what the fuck does fucking Triple G has to offer? A trilogy that nobody wants to see? 4 years later?
That's when the game fucking takes.
All right. Hold on. Let me, guys. Hold on. Everybody fucking sit down.
Business.
Hold on.
That's what you don't understand.
All right, hold on. I need to read a super chat. Chibi, I need to read a super chat. Rider of the Storm says, if Charlo and Boo Boo or Benavides fight Triple G after Canelo, it would still be their biggest fight or the biggest fight of their careers. Do you guys disagree that if Charlo or Boo Boo Benavides fights Triple G next year, it would be their biggest fight?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Of course it would.
Yeah, for the moment, but they still got feature fights in the future.
Really? Charlo's what, 33 years old?
Bro, he's fucking.
He's got at least 4 more years.
If fucking Charlo or Boo Boo or they've been Benavides with it, I would say the same fucking shit that Carnelo's doing. Like, this is some bullshit. He's fucking 4 years old, bro. No, I'm not.
Chibi, I want to see some of Chibi real quick. You said that this is a fight that nobody wants to see. Watch it when it sells over 500 pay-per-view fucking buys. Reply to me to that.
Yeah, what are you going to say then?
Chibi, what are you going to say then? What are you going to say when it sells more than it?
What are you going to say if it doesn't sell? What are you going to say if it doesn't sell?
Because I know it's going to sell over 500. I know it's going to sell over 500.
People have short memories. Hey, 6 months ago, late last year, not a single person was calling for Triple G Canelo 3.
It was but it doesn't matter. It's
suddenly,
still going to...
Eddie Hearn rams down your throat. All of a sudden, you're pumping it up. Oh, yeah, awesome.
And it's still going to sell. It's still going to sell more than 500. It's still going to sell more than 500.
Because people are desperate. That's why.
Get money back
off take any old shit. If they're going to get
guy telling us, is this guy saying, well, I don't know shit? Is that what this fucking dude's actually saying? Okay, seriously. Dude, how many times I've been wrong in my picks, you fucking ziphead? I've forgotten more about this sport than you know. More than you'll ever know.
Jimmy, you're 100% right. This fight is going to sell, but it's not going to sell to the true boxing fans. It's going to sell to the casual boxing fans who only know about Canelo.
Listen, Chibi, stop it. Stop it. Chibi, casuals only buy this. Listen. Hello, casuals only buy the super fights, Chibi. Chibi, I'm not going to let you carry on when you say something silly.
It's not a super
Casuals
fight.
wouldn't even know who Triple G is. That's right. So it's not going to be casual. It's going to be hardcore fans. And casuals who don't know boxing aren't buying this fucking fight.
Wait, no. I gotta disagree with you on that. I gotta disagree with you on that, Jimmy.
Hey, listen, this is why I slammed the mic through the fucking floor. It's still going to do better numbers than any fight you carry, Waterpaw.
Any fight. It'll be the highest grossing fight of the year. It'll be the highest grossing.
This is going to sell more than if Benavidez Canelo fought? You reckon it would sell more than
Yes. Triple G's a bigger name than Benavidez.
Hardcore fans will buy a fight where two guys are coming forward, they're exchanging, and they've already had two fucking fights that deliver. Even if you don't think it's on the up and up, just think about Gotti Ward. That was past their prime fucking fighters, but these two dudes got fucking titles, and I never seen so much fucking hate and bias toward a fighter like Triple G that basically could be considered undefeated. Like he has never got fucking beaten against any other opponent aside from fucking Canelo. Now everybody's saying he's fucking washed. How is that? Nobody can fucking beat him.
Any sense.
And yeah, he's fucking over there.
Charlo wants to fight him too.
Preach.
And it's just. And it'd be a little different, right? Honestly, let's keep it 100. It'd be a little different if 99.9% of the most visceral hate and ridiculous things said about Triple G comes from black people. That's just the facts. You look on Twitter.
I don't know about
that's a fact.
No, well, all right. Listen, I'll tell you right now. You go on Twitter, dude. I'm just telling you straight up. You look at Lomachenko and Triple G, the people who retweet the same fucking lie over and over. That's so easily debunked. It's stupid. Like
I think he's 50 years old.
D'Artagnan, even though there would have been a physical impossibility by the dates that they couldn't even have fought. But anyway, it's the same brothers over and over and over. And I don't understand what it is, why that fucking hatred is there.
Jimmy, in the same vein, the same people are always hating on. Hold up, bro. In the same vein, the same people who are always hating on Gervonta Davis, PBC, Earl Spence are Mexican and white people.
This is not even the fucking
Mexican and whites always hating.
You cannot say
Mexicans and whites are always hating, dude. Have you seen LDBC?
Absolutely.
Without Mexicans, there's no pay-per-views, man. Come on.
That's true.
You seen the LBGQT LDBC?
I don't know what the fuck they're called, but that's them niggas talking this shit.
Let me ask you: is there a Mexican organization like the LDBC?
No, they're called the CCD.
The CCD. Yeah.
CCD. They're like a bum ass version of the LDBC.
The LDBC has over 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
They've had over 17,000 videos negative made about them. Who said that? Kevin Nash, the general said it.
Jimmy, you know all the subscribers are not black. That's what people say.
Oh, come on, Red. Give it up, man. You know they're all black.
All the subscribers are black.
You on Twitter?
Come
on. You want to see some videos scrapped together? This kid Haymanite, it's a video he put together. Unbelievable this shit.
Okay.
Why? Why is he racist? Because
he retweets pictures of Gervonta Davis as a monkey. So fuck that dude.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
he didn't. That's a lie. No, he didn't.
No.
He did. Listen, this is what he did. What is Tank's nickname, guy? What does he put on every one of his tweets? He's the gorilla. He calls himself the gorilla. So he retweeted.
How is that racist?
It's a primate. Whatever, man.
Oh my God! But he never tweeted any. I see all his tweets. He's never ever tweeted a monkey thing. I'll tell you, this is where the whole racist thing comes from. This. Some black dudes were going at him because he's half Asian. His mom was fucking from Asia. They was telling him he had Reese's monkey DNA. They were doing memes with his mother. She's a $3 sucky fucky $2 whore. Me love you long time. Went after him for 3 days. So he came right back at them racially, and they snapshotted the picture. And now every fucking black dude, oh, you're racist because you said the N-word. But they don't care about the 3 days the black dude saying most nasty, vile, racist shit to the kid.
same shit that the fucking Canelo fans and the Mexican fan base does. They do the same shit. I tweeted one time, oh, I got Caleb Plant winning. Oh yeah, I bet you're just a fucking nigga. You just
All right. Is there another? Taking a look at. Yeah.
Mexicans
Come on now.
Mexicans
Come
show
on.
respect to Europeans. They love fucking Triple G, Lomachenko. They give
They
credit
do.
to
Mexicans love white people.
Black dudes never.
You guys love
never
to kiss
they
their
can't
ass.
stand a
Never.
fucking
They
European.
don't. Yeah,
They
you
can't stand a
Yeah, but
European that
Red
doesn't
Breed, see,
speak
the thing
English.
is, some of these black people don't play along. That's why they're hated.
Jeff
Let's
Hurts.
just be honest. See, here's the thing, Red Breed. You see it as Mexicans wanting to be white or something like that, but that's not true. It's just living together in the same world. I think you should start learning. You should start learning from that, Red Breed, instead of isolating yourself. You're isolating yourself. You're isolating yourself. You're isolating yourself. You're isolating yourself. The LGBT is actually doing a disservice to the black community by isolating themselves and then playing victim.
nobody's
But this is
even
the thing.
heard of
You don't want to play
LGBT.
along.
That's such a
That's
small
fine.
minority
Stay in
people.
your corner. Stay in your corner and cry about it. We're gonna support all types of boxers, white, black, whatever.
No, you only
Mexicans.
serve.
And now you're only gonna be
certain
supporting
boxers.
black
That's a cap.
boxers. That's what you want. And then if it's funny that.
I just said all the stuff that I said about black fighters. How Spence is my second favorite fighter. Come on, man.
Well, I'm not talking about you,
even
bro.
got
If it
hate
doesn't-
about
if it doesn't-
Talking about nobody.
about you, don't worry about it.
I do not believe in the. I do not believe in the LDBC, bro. I think that they're fucking idiots. They're stupid, and I do think that. You feel me? But if you're not gonna tell me that fucking the Mexican people don't have their own fan base and they're not racist, that is fucking beyond me and beyond the whole Is there racism in boxing? Is there racism in boxing? Hell, fuck yeah! Look what we're talking about. It's fucking ridiculous.
Because of who? Who are the ones talking about race all the time? It's the LDBC. No, there's this Mexican channel that has like
name it. Yeah.
One channel. You can even name 5. You cannot even name 5. You are pathetic. Why are you even lying to yourself? You need to wake up. 5 channels. Name me 5. I can name you. I can name you like 15 channels from the LDBC with tons of subscribers and
Name them.
all spent. Okay, let's go.
Name them. Name the racist ones.
Bro,
fuck. 78 Sports, Barbershop, Champ Side,
Eagle Box,
okay.
Blue Blood.
CC.
I mean, Rare Breed, are you out of your mind, Rare Breed? Like, are you actually you don't think we can find these racist channels?
We don't have to say racist. We'll just say
are you serious? Are you kidding me, man?
I'm agreeing with y'all,
like
bro.
fucking Christ! Did you see the videos I made about these LDBC guys making excuses about the Wilder loss? I mean, I've never seen that in my fucking life. And then
I've never seen
Eddie Hearn is a slave trader. I mean, even attacking AJ, who's black. I mean, this is just disgusting. I mean, buffoonery, completely disgusting. And you're here defending it by saying, "Well, there's other groups like the LDBC that exist out there." No, it's not true. There might be a few, but it's
my issue is, let's say those groups exist.
Nothing compared. Nothing compared to that.
They do exist.
They
do exist.
Okay, they do exist.
Enough with
And
the
I'm saying,
hypotheticals, dude.
my only
Enough
issue
with
is
the
you guys don't like to play. You guys don't like to keep the same energy for other groups.
Keep the same.
Now you
up for everybody, man.
Listen,
yes, there is, Jimmy. Stop it. You're not saying naive.
Let me say something. Even when it comes down to like talking good about a good black fighter, you guys are never fucking happy. You're always hating on the fucking world. You take the fun out of shit. So I'm actually fucking glad that I'm actually fucking glad that Crawford's fighting Spence because those are 2 fucking black guys. So where the race thing is not even a Mexican dude. What are you gonna say then?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Even then, when it comes
Seriously, what are you gonna say?
You're not gonna be fucking happy.
That's usually
No, you know what they're gonna say? Crawford had a Jewish. Crawford had a Jewish promoter. They're gonna say that. That's actually what some people.
Exactly.
Into an Uncle Tom. They gotta turn one into an Uncle Tom. It'll be Crawford.
Exactly. I think it's gonna be Crawford.
Exactly.
It'll be Crawford. Crawford will be the Uncle Tom.
Wait. Let's be real. Nobody cried more than Mexicans when Floyd Mayweather was beating all the Mexican fighters. That's a
Rare
fact.
Breed. Rare Breed. Does PBC have a black bias?
Nobody hates
Did we
Floyd
turn
Mayweather more than
Rare Breed,
Mexicans.
did we make it race? Did we turn somebody into an Uncle Tom?
Rare Breed, who's crying now?
Did we turn somebody into an Uncle Tom? Did we turn somebody into an Uncle Tom? No. This is all they have. If Floyd was beating, like, we're talking about real serious mental health issues.
No,
when you turn somebody into when you turn
half a
somebody into
decade
an
ago.
Uncle Tom, when you make this racial, when you talk about slave traders, Mexican community community, I've never seen them do this. Like talking about slave trading and stuff like that. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, CCD." That shit, man. That channel just existed. I knew about it like a month, 2 months ago, something like that. It's not a new channel. It's only one.
Is there racist things on that channel? Will you admit that?
Yeah, I would say they talk about race all the time. Yeah, they talk about race all the time.
That's like comparing a college kid who did a date rape to Ted Bundy. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious,
Exactly.
dude? Like the LDBC is a full-on organization that can claim to have 300 soldiers there the next night to fight for the code. And that person with 200. Somebody with 260,000 followers gets on the thing. The first thing she says after a while the fight wasn't break down the fight. Man, I don't like this. I don't like these white motherfuckers.
She's basically a man.
And she said, I don't like these white motherfuckers thinking they have something over on us.
Yeah, she's ignorant.
Their brain even go there, man.
That's the classic
She's
LDBC. And that's
ignorant.
a big LDBC
But Jimmy,
channel.
but the general she was on with said, yeah, talk that shit. The guy who started the whole fucking thing.
But basically, what you're saying is
I don't even like that channel.
Black channels can be racist, but when one channel pops up and shows some type of resistance, fuck y'all, man. It's like
it's because of them that we exist. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's pathetic.
There's no black channel calling Mexican people beaners.
Oh yes, they are, man. Come on, get out of here.
Listen, even in the LDBC,
Thriller just
well, even in the LDBC's
look at this one channel, and I cannot find this dude. And he's black, bro. He's a dude in a wheelchair. He is the biggest Canelo dick rider.
Bonnie Brown TV.
He hasn't uploaded a video on Canelo in so long. Why are you crying about
Bonnie Brown is an ass kisser.
I'm coming in with facts, and now when I come with facts, it's like, oh, that's
He knows the Canelo fans will subscribe to him.
He
That's
has
why
not
he kisses
come out
their
with
ass.
a Canelo video in so long.
Bro,
I was so disrespected, to be honest.
Can I just say something? This is the thing, though. Rarebreed said, because somebody mentioned that Mexicans support Golovkin or Lomachenko, and then Rarebreed said because they want something about trying to please white or be white or whatever.
Oh my God, no, he didn't.
So here's the deal.
Yep.
No, I didn't say you were trying to be white. I said kiss ass.
We want to kiss ass. Okay, there we go.
Wow.
Okay, so we want to kiss white people.
I really believe that.
Kiss ass how?
Guys, come on, can I just say something? This just illustrates the type of mentality. This is the type of mentality that these guys have. Right? It's about us against them. It's us against them.
I thought he was joking. The fact that you're being serious about that shit, that's crazy, bro. You think like
they are exposing themselves. So that's what they never want to debate.
So at the Martinez fight, when it was a group, and when it was a group with a sign, Mexicans for Lomachenko, a big fucking section of them, and I remember thinking, you'll never see a fucking group of black dudes holding up a sign, black dudes for black people. For Lomachenko, they hated on this motherfucker.
Jimmy, they're Mexican.
They would get chastised by their own black people if they did that.
Yeah.
Remember Haney? Shakur Stevens made the mistake of saying that he gave props to his Puerto Rican father, and he got eviscerated by some of the LDBC. Turning his back on his black people. It's like, why would
Jimmy,
you even go there?
If Loma was fighting a black fighter, yeah, we're gonna support the black fighter. Same thing if Loma was fighting a Mexican. I'm sure the Mexicans are gonna rock with the Mexican.
Nah, he was fighting a Mexican. He was fighting a Mexican. There was a whole crowd, Mexicans for Lomachenko with Ukraine flags, a whole section of them when he was fighting a Mexican. I'm just saying, you see the Triple G. You see Triple G's biggest fucking fan base for years was the Mexicans.
If a black guy supports
Canelo was being booed in the second fight.
If you're not with us, you're a coon. And in this case, we're Mexican coons for supporting a Loma. And when it's a black guy, you call him a coon if he's not following the narrative that they want people to follow.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this.
I'm just waiting to November 19. How you're gonna fuck it up for everybody else that ain't black when Crawford
exactly.
and fucking
good point,
fucking fight. Yeah, how are you gonna fuck it
No,
up for
all right,
Gonna be a
look,
great sport.
hold on. I will agree with you guys on this. The LDBC is toxic as fuck, and what y'all saying is that's exactly what's going to fucking happen, bro. But if y'all gonna sit here and say that there ain't no dick riders like Moni Brown and the other
Who's
motherfuckers out
that?
here,
I don't even know Moni
because I'm
Brown.
saying,
Come on,
hold on,
listen.
let me finish. Let me finish.
All right, let
If
me
it's
finish.
not no dick riders like Moni Brown and other people
Mhm.
here who shit on who sit here and be racist about shit, you feel me? When it comes to these black fighters, you know what I'm saying? Then you guys got me all in the midst because I don't
All
know what
right.
the fuck y'all talking about because it's
Money
racism
Brown
on
is
both
black. How
sides.
is he gonna be racist against his own?
I just found the
Bro,
channel.
I'm
Moni
not saying
Brown.
the only thing he said about Moni Brown is he's a dick writer.
Oh, I
Okay, the
hate
only
that.
reason why he's even
Yeah.
dick writing
Black.
so hard is for the fucking subscriptions,
And
so he can
bro,
get a
he hasn't
Mexican
made a
haircut.
video on Canelo in
Everybody knows
forever,
this.
dude. I don't know why I keep
Everybody
bringing
knows
that
this.
up.
He's black.
Checkmate.
And every time somebody says something really crude, racist, don't you guys hear me? I mean, I don't think I'm muted. I'm always like, oh man, come on, what the fuck?
Yep.
Like, I don't like that shit either, dude. You know what I mean? But this is an open line. People say what they want. You would judge them for it. I'm just saying, I don't like it. I don't fucking spout anything racist to anybody.
Jimmy,
I love
you
the
the
fighters
farthest.
Jimmy,
across
my
the
only
board.
issue with you is
I'm gonna
it's
see
like
like this, Jimmy.
politics.
You the farthest from racism I ever seen, bro. You are, bro. I fucks with
No,
you heavy, Jimmy. I fuck with Bucho heavy. I
Jimmy's.
fuck
I
with
don't think
Miguel
Jimmy's a
heavy.
racist,
But
but But
these fucking Canelo
Chibi, let Red
fanboys
be.
are racist as shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody can't tell me nothing.
All right, let
yeah,
let
I don't
Red
think Jimmy's a
be.
racist at all.
All right, but
Well, I
give
don't
us a
think you're
but.
racist, but you could be racist.
No, I'm not racist, but
You could 100%
I'm not.
be
I'm also
racist.
not naive to think
Tell
that
me why
there's
you're
not
not racist.
racism in other groups too. Like let's
Listen,
act
there's
the black man.
racism
Define
everywhere.
that word.
There's racism everywhere. I'm just saying, man, right now, all right, think about it. What race can't you say a word? What race has so much power right now in culture that they're allowed to beat people up if another race says the word that they use all day long for everything from terms of endearment to anger? But if it comes out of the lips of a white person, that means they can get shit beaten by 5 people and it's called for. That's
Okay,
power.
well, look, here's the
That's
truth.
power.
The reason why I said what I said about the white Mexican thing. Wait, hold up,
Because you're gonna
Chibi,
say something
Chibi. I'll
crazy.
let you talk.
You're gonna
Hold
say
up, bro.
something crazy. Let me talk. I'm trying to tell
Chibi,
you.
man, you've been
All right,
talking
go
too long.
ahead.
Chibi, hold up, bro. The reason I said the white Mexican thing is because there's no secret that in boxing, black fans and Mexican fans have a little bit of a rivalry.
There's a rivalry.
Yeah, there is. There's a rivalry. So when a black fighter fights a white or non-black, non or white fighter, most of the Mexican fans are probably gonna go with the white fighter. It's just the way it is.
And if a white fighter fights a Mexican, you're gonna go for who?
Me, I can speak for
No,
myself.
but when you're speaking about the
anybody else.
community, I know. Give us your broad assessment of the situation here, because you were talking about there's a rivalry between.
I don't think we would
Mexicans and-
care.
Hey, Red Breed, you know what? I
Come
think this would have done your heart good. Honestly, this would have done your heart good if you were a little older. If you were with me back in the Boston Garden when Marvin Hagler was fighting a fucking white dude and the whole place was white. There might have been 10 black dudes in the whole garden and everybody was roaring for Marvin, cheering his name. You would have been like, wow, every white dude in here wants the
Jimmy,
black
let's
guy.
be honest.
Because listen, that's how I was raised. He was
Yeah,
my favorite
I agree
fighter
with
from
that,
the
Jimmy.
images,
But let's be real. That's because there was no any good white fighters back then. At least not American ones.
But listen, there was some decent white fighters back then, right? At the middle level, yeah. But the dominating at the time was black. But in order to love the sport, how could you be racist? You couldn't love a sport that's dominated by African American. And at that time, no other sport was dominated more than boxing. Like football was still mostly white, basketball was still mostly white. But I was drawn to the sport that was dominated by black people because I love the sport of boxing. How many two people I've met in my life and had goosebumps? Fucking Wayne Gretzky and fucking Marvin Hagler. The only two other men I ever met and I had I had goosebumps. Like I was like, wow.
Yeah, my favorite athlete of all time is a white guy. It's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You
so
know why
like I'm not.
you know why I'm fucking pissed off? The little
I
bird.
know, but I don't know if you think I'm kind of like.
White boy? Like the most beloved athlete is Muhammad Ali. He's black.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't loved when he was in his prime and like
He's not
able
as
to
black
speak
as
and
Joe Frazier.
function.
He wasn't as black as. No,
was.
hold on. He wasn't as black as Joe Frazier.
But he was also
Oh,
loved.
that's
He was
ridiculous.
loved. He was loved after Senate. Listen, when he got unloved, remember, 1969, the United States was 90% white in a very conservative country. So when you publicly are a draft dodger, you're equal to a dirty hippie. That's when they turned on him, when he became a draft dodger. So it wasn't because of him being black. They loved him. He was on Merv Griffin. He was fucking. They couldn't book him on enough shows. Like it was. They wrote articles about how white America has embraced this young kid. It wasn't
Jamie, I have
until
a
he
question
got.
for you.
Everybody else
Yeah,
had to
I have
go
a
to
question for you, and I
Vietnam,
want you to be very honest with me when I ask
Yes,
you this
I will
question.
be. Yes, I'll ask you.
Okay. If
So that
Muhammad Ali was around during this time, and he said some of the comments he said back in those days, like when they asked him, "Are all white people racist?" and he said, "Well, not all white people are racist, but if you have like 1,000 spiders, and like 100 of them are not deadly, but one of them is, are you still gonna take that chance?" Remember when he said that
Exactly.
comment?
Of course,
Yeah.
because you know why?
Some of those comments he said back then, what do you guys call
Back
racist?
when?
Yeah, but let's put it in context.
Yes.
He did it during a time with Civil War. Listen, in 1979, you drove down I-95, get into Greensboro, New Hampshire, Greensboro, North Carolina. In 1979, welcome to the Ku Klux Klan welcomes you to Greensboro, North Carolina. Still in 1979, so America was still very different back then. It's nothing like that now. Black people aren't oppressed, marginalized, and treated like that.
Exactly.
You
It's
know
out
what I
of
mean?
context. It will be irrelevant to say that. It's just
Well, Jimmy, back in 1979, white people would have said, "Well, at least we're not in slavery anymore. It's not as bad as it used to be." So it's kind of the same thing.
Well,
No,
you say now in your current, in your current
Jimmy's going to win this argument when you go about it that way. Is the racism the same as it is now? Shit, I'm in motherfucking Georgia, a no tolerance state right now. No, it is not, bro.
All right,
It is not.
Of course it's not.
Exactly. Well,
So
can I
you
say
cannot-
something?
This is the greatest country on earth.
Can I say something? Okay, so Rarebit said, like, if you say that, yeah, obviously, like back in those days, they could have said, yeah, but it's better than back in the days of slavery. Yeah, obviously, there's progress every time, right? As time moves forward, there's progress. But do you think, Rarebit, that if Ali would have said that about the spiders, that analogy, right now, do you think it would have been appropriate?
Man, only people
No,
who
but
agree with that is
I know a lot of people would have hated him for it.
Why not? Why wouldn't it be appropriate?
They would do the same thing they did with Wilder. They would call him a race baiter, agitator, all that.
You just said it wouldn't be appropriate. That's what Jimmy was trying to say. It wouldn't be appropriate.
Yeah, and back then, a lot of white people agreed with him, especially in the North. Remember, the North and the South, they used to call us damn Yankees. Like, if you went and visited down in Georgia, when you going home, Yankee, they hated us. So it was that type of thing going on. So, of course, all the Northern whites would have backed him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that type
the kind of white people that agree with him were the minority.
Wow, bullshit. Listen, hold on. If that was the case, if that was the minority, then why did 260,000 white boys die freeing slavery 100 years earlier?
Oh, come on, they didn't die freeing slavery. They died doing their job as military.
Why was the war fought? Why was the war fought? To end slavery.
Jimmy, you really think these young men went to war? Let me free these poor black people. That's not what they were thinking.
Oh my God, dude! Are you serious? You're gonna belittle too. Oh wow! So 200. And by the way, it was actually 400,000 dead. 260,000 were killed and KIA'd. Slaughter.
Whatever the reason was, slavery did end. Slavery did end. There was an end to slavery.
Let me respond to that right quick. King Bocho, let me respond to that right quick. Jimmy, I would say read a book called It Wasn't About Slavery. It was to save capitalism.
Oh, God,
so that's all I have to say about that.
Really?
But the Civil War wasn't about slavery.
Yes, of course it was. Of course it was. Listen, I was a history major in college. I can tell you the laws.
Hey, I'm taking history right now in college.
The southern states. Listen, Chibi, hold on for a second. Hold on. Yeah, the black states wanted to fucking secede from the Union because the Union was saying no more slavery. So, and then when they said, well, good, we're going to succeed, they said, no, you're not. And they fucking used a pretense, and then it all fight off. But it was all driven by slavery. Now, here's the kicker. If you really want to go into history. The South actually lost the war because they had slaves, because they depended solely on physical labor, they never did what the North did, and they never industrialized.
Yeah, they weren't industrialized.
Listen,
Yeah.
they never industrialized. So listen,
And they
so
were
the North.
Let me respond.
So well, then, but the South, dude. The reason why they kicked our asses in the beginning is the boys up in the North never shot a gun. Them Southern boys hunted their dinner and shit, but that's another whole story. But they didn't. They used to have to have their guns made one at a time. No parts fit each other. Everything in the North was industrialized because we didn't have slaves. So owning slaves actually ended up costing them the fucking war. Which but listen, and yes, in the fucking. It was an abhorrent time, and it was brown. It was probably people even back then, man, who thought it was abhorrent. Remember, at its height.
Okay, guys.
Well, I was going to say, at its height, only 4% of the country owned slaves.
One at a time, guys.
Guys.
Okay, let me respond.
Boom.
Let me respond.
This is a topic for the second Renaissance, to be honest.
Revisiting
history.
Jimmy, just talk for 5 minutes.
I like history.
Let me one response.
All right, one more comment. Yes.
Okay, Jimmy, I said go read a book. I gave you the title. Then I'm going to respond with this. Abraham Lincoln said, if I can save capitalism without freeing one slave, I would. So
yes, he did say that. 1960.
He
said that in 1961.
Capitalism itself can help free the slaves in a more economically free system.
But that was what he said back then. But the war was started because of succession, because the South was going to succeed, because they were not going to outlaw slavery, which the fucking North claimed it to be outlawed. And that's as simple as that. Yes, he did say a lot of those other things, including other racist shit. This isn't about Abraham Lincoln, but this was because the North, enough people in the North were willing to let their children, their brothers, their sons, their husbands go off to be slaughtered in fucking crazy numbers. The free blacks.
You know what, bro? This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this topic, bro. No. This is the exact reason why
let everyone make one more point.
A channel like this, they can talk like this, because the problem is, bro, you feel me? Is if I would have said the same shit that Jimmy said, I would have been considered a fucking knuckle Tom, because that's exactly what I was gonna say. No, bro. Like, cause this shit should have just only been about boxing. Is boxing racist? Yes, it is, and we should have kept it at that. Y'all want to dig deep into fucking slavery.
It's a very tribalistic sport.
Y'all want to dig deep into slavery and shit, and then
you guys filibuster so much. Make your point and move on.
Get out of here, dude. Stop with that shit.
All right, Chibi, you're rambling.
Forget about it.
Hey, King Bucho, this will be a good second Renaissance.
Yeah, we'll talk on the second Renaissance.
All right, deal.
But I'm gonna say one more thing though. Let me say one more thing to Jimmy though. So the North fought so badly to free the black people; they felt so sorry for. Then how was they treated?
This is the third thing you said, man.
Last comment on this.
All right, that's it. Jimmy.
I'm not saying
Renaissance, because I mean we're gonna go back and forth.
Can I say something in the words of the great king, the great Rodney King? Can we all just get along?
Rodney King, what the hell?
Actually, I think he was saying. Actually, I think he actually said, "Oh shit!"
All right, let's be real about this. Let's be real about this though. I bet that the Errol Spence fight and the Errol Spence and Chance Crawford fight makes more money than the fight that's going on tomorrow.
It's a bet. It's a bet.
Challenge.
Actually, you guys, you know what Rodney King should have said? Hey, put the fucking camera down and help me, you cunt. That's what
I don't think he had time to say that.
What the fuck you filming, douchebag?
What did Urkel, Growing Pains used to say? What did he used to say? Urkel, remember that TV?
Oh yeah, Urkel, yeah.
Family Matters.
And I can't get up.
Dude, that fight has no chance of being a more financial success than Triple G Canelo. Not a chance.
Maybe.
You never know.
It takes two to tango.
You can do the demographics and do the econometrics.
They say Triple G making $20 million guaranteed.
But that's what I'm saying. They're two good fighters. They're great fighters, and it takes two to tango. It probably sells.
If they make Jerron Ennis and what's his name, Stanionis the co-main.
Okay.
Or no, that's never gonna happen. Stanionis as a co-main. That might take it over the top.
I guarantee.
That's a good point. We haven't even thought about that.
Bro, the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. You already know Javon Bruce Ennis is fighting in the co-main event. We all know that's going to happen. Like, bro, listen, that fight is going to break numbers, and even though the LDBC gonna call me Uncle Tom, but I bet that Terence Crawford can win this fight hands down.
What?
Oh yeah.
Crawford is overrated.
I don't look at it that way. It's a win-win.
I can't even believe I'm on the other side of the
Give
street
your
on that.
reason why Crawford is going to win.
You cool.
I'm positive.
Get him out of
here.
Fuck him.
Hey, Chibi, you're a sellout, bro. I'm just kidding.
I think Spence.
I was just kidding.
Are we doing fight predictions on Crawford-Spence right now?
No.
Spence.
Terence Crawford did not be a mouthpiece out of
When would
mouth
this
more than Ugas did.
when would this fight take place? When would this fight take place? When?
November 19th.
It's been announced in November 19th.
I would imagine Vegas is going to probably want to get as much they can. They're probably going to go for site fee. If they were smart, they should have in Texas, but.
Yeah, but
Crawford wants
capitulated to everything. That's how you said, Jimmy. If they capitulated to everything, it's going to be in Texas.
Probably right.
Right.
Whatever makes more sense.
I'm still going. I'm still going with Crawford.
Crawford doesn't want it in Texas.
Hey, Jimmy.
I'm
going with Spence
everyone's saying
because
names, but they're not saying the reason.
I'll tell you this much.
Yeah,
Spence
go ahead, bro.
is, in my opinion, I think Spence is the real deal. In regards
He is.
to
Definitely is.
and in regards
Of course he
to
is.
fighting,
Spence is overrated.
like getting in there. And
Greatly
I
overrated.
don't know about
Oh boy.
Crawford.
Yeah,
Whenever
I
time
can't
he
really say
stepped up,
that.
he's done some weird shit.
Well, I can't really say that Spence is overrated because at the end of the day, he went all the way to UK and took that fucking belt. Spence is a dog. That's the only thing that worries me about this fight because Spence is a dog.
He's
But
fought
I-
the real guy. He's fought the real guys that should have been that did everything. Like, I'll be honest with you, Kilbrook, even damaged, was a good fight for Spence for him to win. It was.
Kilbrook that got destroyed by Triple G.
But that's why it makes
down
it.
Kilbrook.
But that's why it makes it.
Errol Spence is very fundamentally sound. He hits pretty hard. He comes forward. He keeps his elbows tight. He got a good jab. He's a defender.
Spence is a good ABC technician.
Pretty robotic.
Nothing.
Who has a better
amazing.
resume?
What's that?
His speed is average.
Both resumes.
His power is average. He's a good technician. His best wins.
Hey, let me say
Garcia
this.
moving
Let me
into
say this.
divisions.
Getting into that fucking mirage.
Moving into two divisions.
You gotta have it of killing the conversation, bro.
No, I take it up a level. Gonzalo, I take it up a level.
You're
Okay?
making it all convoluted.
I'm keeping it real. Well,
Like,
you're getting
no,
on you're sitting like a bunch of casuals. Oh, Spence is the pound for pound
You're not making
because
it about me. You were making it about yourself.
the powers that be want to push this guy. They want to push this guy, and so then they create and manufacture this top pound for pound. When in reality, if you know boxing like I do, he's nothing special. Spence is just a straight up and down.
2 years of experience.
That's all.
Spence is a tough fucking kid, and he's got good foundation. He's got fucking excellent jab.
Yes, but we talking about
Tim Duncan in the
world. The next level speed,
the best fighter in the world needs more than that. They need to be.
Hey,
you know, he's very fundamentally sound, and he does something that a lot of people can't do. He can hit to both sides of the body, like Canelo with the left and the right. When you don't develop that, and when you're a little kid, like moving up, you can't twist your body from one side to the other and keep.
Canelo ain't shit. KSI is the best. KSI would knock that guy out.
Hey, Errol Spence is not flashy, but he's very effective. He knows what he's doing in there.
And
I
think Crawford has another gear.
You put Motions on top.
Because when you say dog, fucking Crawford's also a dog. So I mean, they're
Those
pretty
guys are
equal,
shit.
and that's
what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is, see. And I don't want to get into history. The only reason why
KSI better than all those guys you're talking about.
Man, chill out,
Yeah,
chill
okay,
out.
whatever.
The only reason why, listen, let's be honest here. The only reason why a lot of reasons why Mike Tyson, why a lot of people don't say Mike Tyson don't go down as one of the greats and everything is because
He's the best.
he never got got knocked down and got back up and won that fight. And that's why
Tyson ain't shit
Mike
either.
Tyson's hold on, let me
KSI and Jake
finish.
Paul knocked the fucker out.
Yeah, shut the
No,
fuck
listen
up,
what I'm
dude.
saying. But we seen Errol Spence in very difficult situations where a lot of you guys can even say that. And when y'all was watching this fight with Kell Brooks and Errol Spence, that we didn't think Errol Spence was gonna win that fight, but he came back.
Bro, you
He
got
came
That
back.
was a
That's
good
what I'm
fight.
saying.
I
didn't even gonna call that a fight.
Nobody's taking that away from him.
That's a faulty argument to say you have to get knocked down to prove that you're great. No, that don't have to happen. Look, Julio Cesar
No.
Chavez never really got hurt until the end of his career. When he
Yeah.
was on the seat of his
He got
pants against
washed.
Frankie Randall. Oh,
Yep.
man, some fucking fighters go throughout their whole careers until like maybe the very end without getting knocked out, man. That's a faulty. You don't. Yes, you have to fucking fight back, especially if you're aggressive. The only thing about Crawford that I think is like real dangerous facing against a guy like Errol Spence. Errol Spence is kind of like tunnel vision. He's fucking like bullheaded when he goes in there. I think that Terrence Crawford could take a step back and fucking disconnect it with one of them fucking the anchor punches that he throws. Whoa,
Right.
Short
Like,
punch.
You watch. He's gonna sidestep.
Connecting power.
But yeah, you know that, bro. We all know that Terrence Crawford is not going to sit there and just fight with him.
I'm telling you right now, because
Crawford's going to outsmart him.
what he's gonna do. Fucking Crawford's gonna throw straight rights right in the orthodox. When he's fighting orthodox, I think he's gonna fight a lot of it southpaw, right? But I think when he's in the orthodox, he'll.
Jimmy.
Yeah, yes, exactly. What I'm saying in a break, because he does it so. What makes him so dangerous? He transfers like when most guys, when you're fighting somebody, they're a southpaw. You know when their feet are in a certain position, there's nothing coming back. You don't have to worry about. He can make shit come back with both hands, regardless of what foot's forward. And in that position, he can throw it a straight right and step out with that left that you don't see coming, and he catches everybody with it.
The right
That is one he caught. Yeah, exactly. But he does this left. He does this. He steps to the right just a little, and he drags his left behind him, and he catches people with it all the
Talking
time.
about Terrence Crawford, or you're talking about Terrence
I'm
Crawford?
talking about Crawford. Yes, Crawford.
And you know, one of those things, that anchor punch, it looks like it travels a short distance for such a guy with long
that's
arms.
it right there.
It's like, it's like he's swimming in place. It's like he's moonwalking. He actually swings it, but you can't tell because since
you can't tell.
Moving,
it's crazy. It's one of the most impressive things I see today.
It's like moving in an elliptical machine.
It is.
You're only moving a little back, and as that dude fucking comes in, bam, you drop the fucking anchor punch. It's actually moving.
I knew you. Yeah, you would catch up on it. Yep, dude, that's sick how he does that.
I think the hand staying in place, though, wouldn't you say? The hand stays in place, and then he steps off to the side, but the hand doesn't move.
Exactly.
And then he
there's
throws
motion. Yes,
right.
There's motion.
Exactly.
And then when he gets to his position, he drags the hand into him.
Right.
So you don't see it coming. So it's kind of coming from the side, and it's tricky. And I've seen, like, Mickey used to practice it all the time, just could never really get it to that way. But fuck the way he does it. And no, it's sick. He's got punches hard with both hands. He punches off balance hard. No, Crawford's a tough out.
So you guys,
that's my opinion. That'll disconnect you. And for a guy like Errol Spence, he kind of gets bullheaded, tunnel vision. I'm gonna go in there, beat you down. And you saw how a counter puncher like Yugas caught him. Not necessarily a hard puncher, but a counter puncher that'll hit you when you don't see it coming, because that was Yugas' plan. He
was rocked a couple of times against Ugas.
That's the thing. Mouthpiece in the floor.
I think that's how Spence wins, though. Personally, I think if he sits back and he boxes Crawford, it's a big mistake. He needs to pressure him. He needs to go in and do exactly what you guys are saying he shouldn't. He needs to be in his chest. He needs to get to the body, and he makes Crawford fight how he doesn't like to fight. We've seen it in other fights, like the Postal fight. Once Crawford starts getting like outworked in boxing.
That's absolutely that's the fucking formula. No, you're right. That's the formula to beat him. It's just implementing it is what's hard. It's implementing what's hard. Yeah,
he can do it to him. That's why I like Spence over Crawford in this. I think Spence has more even though Spence is more one-dimensional, I guess you would say, that one dimension is solidified in him, though. And you know he's going to do that to Crawford, where Crawford might decide to attack versus like, oh, fuck, this doesn't work. I'm going to go back on the back foot. And I see how that is advantageous from a scoring aspect. It's like, oh, this guy can he can fight different ways. I guess my point is that I think Spence is just going to take that away from him. It's like, you are actually going to have to fight me here. And if you're going to beat me, this is how it's going to go. I think he's actually going to relegate that.
I mean, all right, but
if he does go forward, like you say, though, he's just going to back foot jab him all night.
And then who has a better IQ when it comes to boxing? Chance Crawford or Spence?
When you're backing somebody,
Crawford is a bit craftier. He's a craftier fighter. He's got more pop in his punches. He's got more pop.
People say he has higher IQ just because he moves around more or he switches. That doesn't necessarily mean he has higher IQ.
How I judge people's IQ, one of my best criteria is how good they are at setting traps. Some guys just don't even know how to do it or don't even bother trying. He sets so many traps. He walks people into shit. That's the reason why he doesn't really do much the first couple of rounds. Pause at you. He's downloading. He's seeing the way you move your weight.
But Jimmy, isn't that dangerous against a guy like Spence?
He's figuring out his fucking your timing. Well, Spence's game is always usually the bigger guy in the fucking ring, and he wears people down. And he's gonna come down he's gonna dog you down.
What if there's only one?
Did you say Spence is the best inside fighter in the sport?
What if there's only one read the main?
Spence didn't have the balls to fight. He would have fought him already.
Pounces him. That's what I think Spence needs to do. He needs to pounce him, and just not.
Yeah, that's the formula.
And he makes
I've never heard anybody talk about another promotional company.
Well, you know, the thing is, Spence. Go ahead.
You gotta cross the street. What was the first excuse? Oh, the easy route. Then get a bout. Then fight somebody. And then the promotional company, man. Yeah, there's too many excuses.
Even though Spence is a pound-for-pound fighter, he's actually underrated to me because in the Mikey Garcia fight.
Yeah, let's say before he got his second bout, Crawford fought him.
Well, how is he underrated?
He's
showing he can fight multiple styles.
You looking at this the wrong way. Okay,
he's number 4 pound for pound.
We got the two best fighters. We got the two the best fighters right now fighting right now. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford.
The fact that he's rated as a pound for pound shows he's overrated.
Hey, Chibi's talking, Mirage. Why are you just gonna barge in there and cut him off mid-sentence?
Oh, Terence Crawford.
I took lessons of you, Gonzalo. That's why.
Errol Spence is known to have hella fucking dog in him, and no matter what, he'll find a way to win. You feel me? No matter how exhausted he gets, that extra energy comes back into Spence. When it comes to Terence Crawford, his IQ is substantial. Like, and then he just goes to orthodox and southpaw just to fuck with him.
I don't think that's IQ. I think he does that for protection. I don't think that's necessarily IQ. I think he does that to protect himself. I think sometimes if you fight a guy that has a heavy right hand, you're not going to be in southpaw.
Well, no, he does it all the time. First, he starts off. He always starts off. Orthodox. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He starts off orthodox. And then once he reads his opponent and knows what's going on, then he goes to southpaw. He does it all the time.
He does it. If the guy's serious, listen to me, dude. If the man's serious in front of him, he will not move to southpaw. He uses southpaw as a bait because he likes to loop the right hook. You can see it over. He loops the right hook,
interesting
and
dynamic.
he wants underneath and he'll throw like the left hook like really low. So it's just like fuck, like makes you duck, and when you get hit low, your natural reaction is actually to start standing up and back out. So he hits you with the right hook.
But Jimmy, let me say something. Jimmy, let me say something real quick. That's an interesting dynamic that in this fight it's gonna be interesting because Errol Spence is also a left-hander, and if Crawford switches, man, he's gonna switch facing another left-hander that's dominant with the left fucking hand.
Crawford's not
and the thing that they say, Terence Crawford is crafty, and Errol Spence is more like one-dimensional.
Well, he hits hard with both hands. So like Jimmy was saying, he could set traps, he could do things, just basically being himself and put you in a position to where every which way you're walking, he can catch you with either hand. So that makes him difficult. Yes, he's a certain way, but he hits hard with both hands, and he's a lefty.
I'll put it this way: if this fight really happens and materializes, and we get to see what we're like literally talking about right now, I think Crawford will actually move into orthodox to land the straight punch, because and he'll loop the left hook. It's the opposite. That's it. When he fights right-handers,
what you're saying is asinine, because we can all tell that he's a fucking natural southpaw.
He's not a natural southpaw.
He does what he does all the time.
He's doing that for his style. You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand what's going on. You retarded. That's the problem. You're not understanding exactly what he's doing. He literally, every fight he starts off unorthodox.
But that's not nice to say. That's not nice to say, somebody.
He's not in trouble yet.
Yeah, but he does right with his right hand, so he's not a natural orthodox fight. Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Quags. I disagree on that part.
Fucking moron! I swear to fucking.
Yeah, why would you call him retarded?
Nigga, I know boxing. I'm telling you exactly what is going on.
All right, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna bounce. I'm fucking tired, man. But you guys can stay. You guys can stay. You guys can stay, man. All right. See ya.
Bucho, thanks for having us, brother.
No problem, guys. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys in the chat. Sorry, but man, I'm passing out here. But it was a great show, man. It was crazy, man. This is what we want. This is what we want. Chaos, man. Stay tuned for a post-fight show. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you guys, if something crazy happens tomorrow, we might have an open lines post-fight show. All right, open line. That's a show right after the fight. If not, we'll have the Sunday show. Actually, for sure, we're gonna have a Sunday show to talk about what happened on Saturday night. All right, guys. See ya.
Warning.
Listos pelos chingazos. Listos pelos chingazos.
I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gonna be biblical.